Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining Pantelis Comedy tonight.
You're already annoying me.
Why?
That was such low energy. Thank you for joining.
Professional.
Okay, let me restart. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. We are live streaming the presidential erections, as they're called.
They're only called that in China.
Yeah, basically. Thank you for joining us.
Election.
Joining us, we got Pantelis and myself.
Okay,
and
you don't need to introduce anyone. Just tell them what's going on here tonight.
we're live streaming the erections.
That's it. That's all they want.
That's it.
No. What's the ABC saying over there?
ABC is singing the alphabet.
What are they saying? The projected winner of Iowa is Biden.
Joe Biden,
Maryland also.
Maryland.
Blame it on Maryland. But where was
Oklahoma. Trump's got Oklahoma.
No shit.
They look like they're in coffins. You know the makeup?
Yeah.
I think he's muted.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, he's muted.
Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
They look like the makeup from the
Oh, look, he
corner
doesn't-
office.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a zombie anymore.
Look at his eyes. Does he have blue eyes?
What's going on? It's starting off like a close tie.
Yeah. Joe Biden has 6 states, and Donald Donald has 2 states so far.
You guys want to give predictions right now? What do you predict, Poseidon?
Trump.
Oh,
Trump.
Poseidon's been predicting Trump for the longest time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused about this whole thing.
I don't know.
We all lose at the end. Well, not us, but America loses at the end.
America loses regardless. But the biggest plot twist to this would be if Kanye sweeps in and wins.
That's never gonna happen.
They should have Kanye up there. Come on.
No, he's not gonna get anything.
He's going to get one.
He's not gonna get. Oh, a state? You think Kanye's
Yes.
getting one
Not
state?
He's
even
getting one
state.
state.
You're crazy.
He's getting one state.
He's getting one state.
He's getting
Oh,
LA.
okay.
LA.
Hey, I'll bet you your firstborn child.
You want to take it, bro?
I'll take the second. Child.
No backsies.
No, the second-born child I'll take.
Oh, now what are they saying? They're saying these are the projections for which states,
Why do they
which
have
counties
Clinton
they're going to win,
under
I think. Sorry?
Why do they have Clinton under there? You see that?
Oh, shit.
Is that the reusing last 4 years ago?
Did you notice that?
Did you see that? Look
It
at
wrote
Biden's
Clinton.
name.
It wrote Clinton under Biden.
Instead of Biden, it's Clinton and Trump.
Biden.
So like, just use what we used 4 years ago, guys. Come on.
Biden's been a bad boy.
He's been a bad boy.
Okay.
Do you guys want to listen to them? Yeah, I'm gonna put the volume.
I'm down
What
to
does
listen.
the chat
Yeah.
say? Do you want
Put
to
it.
us to have the volume on a bit of these ABC guys or no? We'll see what the chat says.
Yeah.
If the chat says yes, then we'll. If the chat says yes. So let's see. What more important issues right now in Ohio? 48% say. Who voted? What? These are all fake, made-up numbers.
What happened? What happened?
What they're saying right there in front of us. So it's expected for Florida, 50-50.
Oh, God.
Really, huh?
This feels like 4 years ago when they were saying Hillary's going to win.
Yeah.
And then fucking the Donald swooped in.
El Donaldo's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donald really fucked on that.
I like her pendant. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Oh,
Spiro's
Kentucky.
like, Alex.
Kentucky. So does the chat want the volume or not?
Who's that on your phone, Poseidon?
Biggie Smalls.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lift up their ticker here so we can. I'm gonna lift up their ticker so we can see it better or no?
Their ticker.
Enough for you guys.
Oh, I see what you mean. Hold on, let me check. Yeah.
Yeah. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll lift that up.
Biden took Jersey.
That's not surprising. Hold on, I'll be with you.
I don't.
A bit more. Yeah.
Come closer, bro.
Hold on.
Can we do it like this? Just
Yeah.
very close.
Not
Very
that
close.
close. You're making me uncomfortable.
Very close.
Why are we being weird?
Why
me-
are you weird?
But yeah, like this.
Why are you weird, bro?
I'm just saying for the angle because it wasn't capturing you in your full glory.
Calling me
You
big,
do
bro?
have glory.
Are you calling me big?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I weigh 10 pounds lighter than Poseidon.
20.
That's it.
20?
Yeah. You're what?
235?
I'm 255. Yeah.
You carry yourself better.
That's what I told him.
Who?
No, I go, me, it's all my belly.
Yeah. Who carries
the worst.
himself better?
Him.
Oh.
I'm sure if I shave my beard, the double chin action is going to happen. That's why I refuse.
Mine's growing in a bit thicker.
There, I put the numbers up so people can see.
How
what
long?
we're
That's
talking
what,
about.
3 months?
No, this is since last time I got a haircut, like 2 weeks.
You're growing up, boy.
Yeah,
You're a big boy.
with all my wisdom. Pantelis.
In line still could be seen and still could cast
can
their
listen to
ballot.
this.
But again, those numbers for COVID,
right, you
a
want me to
big
meet you over there, guys?
concern, and
Yeah.
a lot of people are looking at joblessness. And
that too loud, you
like you
think?
guys are talking about in studio, the
feel
ability
like it's
for
a bit-
Ohio to flip between red
do you
and
think?
blue is certainly something we have seen time
Pretty
and time
hard
again.
and fast
George.
rule. Republicans do not win the White House if they don't win Ohio. Adrian Banker, thanks very much. Let's go back to Florida. Now 25,000 votes or so separate Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Tom Yamas, Donald Trump is ahead.
What are they saying?
He's ahead, and I'll tell you one data point
how
right
did
now that
Cory
to me is the
Booker
most
win, bro?
interesting
That guy
so
looks
far.
like a
The
villain in a
absentee early
cartoon.
vote, 77% of the expected vote in. That's going to be the early vote. And look at these numbers, George. The conventional wisdom was that Democrats were going to blow out Republicans in the early vote. And in Florida right now, it is neck and neck. Every time we look at the state, it's getting closer and closer. But what we have to keep our eye on right here is this section of the state right here. We're talking about Pensacola, the Panhandle.
Pensacola.
That is
Pensacola,
Trump country. The votes are
Florida,
still out
bro.
there, and it's important
No,
because
not Florida.
this is such a close race.
All right, that's
One
where,
of the problems, besides Miami-Dade County,
Roman
for
Reigns
Joe
is from.
Biden is that he's underperforming in some Democratic counties, places like Osceola. He has a big lead there, but he's underperforming from where Hillary Clinton was 4 years ago. We
Oh,
look at
that's why they
Orlando,
put
which was
Clinton.
ravaged by COVID, especially
Sam,
the economy there.
the
He's
news
doing a
report's
little
too
better
loud,
there.
they're saying.
That's a good spot for him.
Oh, the
And
news
he's made
report's
some
too loud?
gains in places
Silent.
like Jacksonville,
USB, lower it a
Duval.
bit,
This is
just
a
on the
Republican
on the thing.
county. He's winning right there. It is so close right now, George. We're going to have to keep our eye on this state minute by minute because
Oh,
we're talking
are we?
about
We're gonna have to
thousands
keep
of
our eye on
votes,
that state?
at certain parts of the night.
Okay,
Okay,
Tom
that's
Yamas,
fine.
Mary Bruce, what is the Biden campaign telling you about Florida?
Okay. Oh, what's this?
Well,
Virginia.
all day long they have been telling
Trump
us
is
that they knew that
59%
Florida was going
predicted to
a
be.
toss-up.
Oh
They,
my
I
God.
suspect, are poring over these numbers just like we are. Look,
Yeah,
in
it keeps
areas
shifting
like
too
Miami-Dade,
quickly. I don't
for
like it.
instance,
It's suspicious.
They never expected to do as well as Hillary
Why, you
Clinton
thought
did
one guy
there,
was
but I
going to
suspect
just keep
they
it steady
are
climbing?
No,
very
no, but
surprised
they're
to see just how
very
close
the
it is,
gaps are
in
huge.
that
It's like they're
area
trying to
right
cover
now.
their
They've
asses.
spent a lot of time, really the entire Biden team, fanning
Well, it's a
out
lot of early
across the
voting, right?
state
So
in
they're
these
getting, they have a
final
lot
days.
of
Joe
data
Biden
right
was in
away.
Florida
That's what I'm saying.
today
Yeah.
So
with
it
the
shouldn't be like
candidate's
this.
wife, Barack Obama,
do you mean?
Biden's not so secret.
They have a lot of
biggest
data at the
weapon
beginning,
in
right?
this
So
race
they,
in
they
many
should be able to
ways.
have that
Obama
data, so
was
we
in
have a
Florida
base.
Oh, one shot,
and
boom.
then,
just
and
the
then no,
last
and
2
then
weeks,
it
including
fluctuates,
Okay.
but not
critical Miami-Dade
85%,
areas. They put a
50%,
lot of
40%
effort
in
into
13
trying
seconds. Like
It's
that's too
Scott
much.
Steiner
vote
math,
there.
bro.
And so much
Yeah.
of the message there, of course, on the pandemic
Yeah.
as they try to
Oh.
target senior voters. I think especially about one moment in particular, Biden
Poseidon?
during one of
Yes.
his 3
The
trips
stream
to
deck,
the
if you
state,
could lift
speaking
it
to a
and put
group
it
of
here, I could
seniors
actually switch
and saying
scenes
how
from
many
here.
of them
Oh.
this year haven't been able to go
If
out
it reaches,
and
I
hug
really
their
will.
grandchildren, trying to directly
I don't want
tie
you to
the
break
president's
anything.
handling of this pandemic to their own personal lives, to their own families. That is a message that the Biden team is hopeful will resonate in the state.
No?
But man, it is very close right now. I
No.
know they are looking at these numbers just
it's
as
okay,
closely
you
as
tried.
we are, George.
They certainly
You
are.
gave it a
Cecilia
good
Vega,
go,
the president
kid.
changed his registration earlier this year to vote in Florida.
Yeah, George, I think it's hard for a lot of people to remember because we think of Donald Trump as a New Yorker, but he is now a Florida resident. The First Lady
Cheaper taxes.
just voted in
Cheaper
Florida
taxes.
this morning. He
Smart.
changed his residence
Cheaper
from
taxes.
New York to Florida.
Cheaper
not too
taxes.
long
He's a
ago.
resident of
This is a
Florida,
state
John.
that he has visited more than
Yeah.
any other during the course of his
So
presidency.
I thought Ohio was over. I thought
82
Ohio.
visits over the course
Joe
of
Biden
the
won,
last
no?
4 years, and he has been there numerous times.
Oklahoma,
over the
Trump
course of
wins,
this
okay?
election and spent $78 million down there in Florida. And our team is hearing from
Somebody says
citizens,
that
who are
your
telling us that
mic
the
is
president is
super low
over the
compared to
moon with
mine.
the numbers that
Mine?
he is seeing
Yeah.
come in from Florida, especially
That's weird.
Miami-Dade. I think they
Are the
thought
levels good over
they
there?
would
Maybe I'm
have
just
it's
an
fine.
I'm just too far.
advantage
Maybe.
at this stage
No,
of
it's
the
fine.
night, looking at the early voting that was happening there on their end. So they are clearly
Testing,
very
testing.
pleased with
1,
what
2,
they're
3.
seeing at this point.
No,
And
no,
also
that's not what I'm
told
saying.
John
I'm like I'm
Kirby,
talking about the lever.
It's good. It's good.
Trump insiders
Okay, that's it.
watching
Sit
the
down.
return,
I was too
between
far.
the residents and the East Room here in the White
What's
House
up,
where
guys?
that event is taking place.
Alex,
Cecilia,
you have
thanks so much.
children. What are you
So
doing here?
let's remind
I'm on
everybody
vacation, bro.
what happens to your
From your
projections
kids.
if
Yes.
Donald Trump actually
true
wins
thing.
the state of Florida.
So yeah, let's see. He's at.
I tell
10%.
people I
It's gonna
babysit
shoot
my
way
kids,
up
and they're
for
like,
Florida.
"You don't.
It's gonna
It's
take a
not
little bit of
babysitting."
contact.
Poseidon is wearing a uniform.
Florida is much more in the running. He's about a 1 in 3 chance of winning overall. The
This is
one
vintage.
silver lining
This is
for
4-year-old.
Biden
Okay, so what
that
they're
it seems
saying
to be
is
mostly
that-
concentrated among Cubans in
Among
South
Cubans. So
Florida,
first of all,
among
what they're
other
saying
parts
right
of the
now is that
country.
Trump loses.
Florida
That's
will
what
be
they're
the first
predicting.
step
Could you
towards a
explain to me the
upset.
electoral
Okay, Nate
college?
Silver, thanks very much.
Because it
Oh,
makes
bro.
zero
Key state
sense.
of Georgia
Why?
right
Because
now.
it's
Let's
an
pull that up.
it should have been an
We've
uneven
got
number, so that you
11%
can't have a
of the
tie.
expected vote
Exactly.
in, and Donald Trump has the lead. Tom
They,
Young.
they changed his look.
Georgia, yeah, they changed his look. Biden's losing in Georgia.
It looks like a fucking White Walker.
Is it just me? Is it just me or did they make Trump lighter also?
Yeah, they changed both their faces. I don't know why.
Yeah.
For the state of Georgia is going to come out of here. So, George, it is still very, very early. Any signs?
So then what are you
Friday,
drawing on
look,
your
there's a
fucking
lot of
board? I
red
love it.
counties. Georgia's got
This
red
already says
in those
58%,
red
and then he
counties
took his
after
marker and wrote
2016.
58%.
Blue counties
So right here, the
expanded.
5 and the
They
8
got blue.
together
So
makes
many people moving to
58%,
Georgia.
Chief.
Right now, it's tough to say whose state this is. Only 11% of the vote in.
It's
a
the
lot of the
people's
Atlanta
state.
metro
Everyone in
area
there has
still
fucking
needs to come
boners
in.
right now.
But we
They're like,
can't
this
talk
is
about
fucking
Cobb
it.
County.
This is our
Cobb
Super Bowl.
This is the
County,
WrestleMania.
This is their
Leading
mania, bro.
and
Every 4
at
years.
63% with 31%
Clinton.
of the vote in, Joe Biden's
Oh, back then.
overperforming
Yeah,
Hillary
they're comparing
Clinton.
Clinton,
If
yeah.
he's gonna win
He's
Georgia,
Oh, that's what
overperforming
they're doing.
Clinton.
Okay,
yeah.
I understand now.
and the surrounding suburbs, and tonight, right now,
I
if
feel
this
like-
holds, and
sorry,
this
go
is the
ahead.
trend,
Makes
that's good
sense.
news for Joe
One of the
Biden.
other ones,
But I
don't know
feel
if you
like
can pick it up, pull it up. Can you
Biden
pull
is
it up?
way over predicted.
It's not
60
in yet.
something
We don't have
percent?
information
Did you
for
see
it yet,
that?
but that was
Yeah,
one
but
of the
that's just
counties that
there.
Hillary Clinton flipped 4 years ago.
You know what they're
We'll be
doing? They're
watching
trying to
closely.
keep
So
you
far,
mentally
and the reason
drained,
why
so
we
they
don't
just
have
keep saying
information
random
yet, we're
stuff.
explaining this to our voters.
But
They gotta keep it entertaining.
They
too.
gotta keep it entertaining. Yeah.
Say who's winning what and the
News,
votes
your
that count.
voice,
We're
your
not
vote.
there
This
yet.
is a pay-per-view. This is going to take at least 4 or 5. They're going to be here for at least 4, 5, 6 hours.
Okay, so you've already said Oklahoma goes to Trump. Good.
They just switched this up on me right
Oh,
here. Let's take a
there's
look
a
at
switch up.
Georgia's job performance. 50% approve of the job that
Oh, that's a
President
cool
Trump
floor
is
they got
doing,
there.
on the all-important issue.
Yeah, that's very
51%
cool.
though say the pandemic is most important.
It's high
And
tech.
I've been diving into some of the
So
numbers
in Georgia,
the racial
51%
and
of them
ethnic makeup.
care about COVID-19. The rest
Minorities
care about
making up
rebuilding the
4 in
economy.
10 Georgia voters. That
People still
matches
care
the
about the
2016 numbers for Hillary
Irish vote.
Clinton. When it comes to moderates,
Hold on, there's a
even
5% missing in there, though, no?
39%, with conservatives.
Well, who is
that
that,
also
though? Is that Chris
matches,
Christie?
4 years ago. Now, this is interesting. In Atlanta, strong support in Atlanta brought Clinton to within 5 points of Trump 4 years ago.
Yeah, there's
That
5%
is
missing.
up
What do the other
slightly,
5% care
20% of
about?
the
I'm
voters. There's a
curious.
slight uptick there.
Masturbating.
He's
Only care
holding
about
his own
crack and
in
masturbation.
in,
And then
Georgia.
Biden's
They're
like,
giving him the
I got you
edge
too,
in
bro.
the
My son's right here.
pandemic moving forward as well.
TJ Holmes is in Atlanta. What are you hearing on the ground?
What's that ATL saying?
Well, we're here on the ground here, and you all made those important points there about where I am. I'm
See what they
standing
put
in this
around the
Atlanta
White
metro
House.
area where-
The walls.
I like that. I like this guy already. You know why? Because he talks with his hands for no reason.
50% of the vote is wrapped up in 4 counties right here in this
Four
surrounding
horsemen,
Yeah,
bro.
area.
he's
You had it ready.
talking.
You
I
had it
like.
ready,
Yeah,
bro.
I like that he's talking right now.
Yes,
He's
Hillary
talking
Clinton
to
lost
America
this
as
state
if
by
they're
5 percentage
retarded.
points.
I trust this person. I trust this person.
Cobb County. Those are 2
Masmudzoni.
But one hand, the other hand's not moving.
Only one hand.
Suspicious.
He's
Well,
holding-
he's sus, bro.
Joe, you think he's pulling a Zoom jack? You think CNN did it?
It's like Tubin ain't got nothing on this.
I think they overreacted there, man. I'm like, everyone checks off.
Yeah, but
Everyone
not
does.
on camera at work.
Yeah.
But
Not during a 5-minute break.
if you would have closed it,
Joe Biden
okay.
can perform well in this area. Now, we might not know for some time. We're expecting to start, George, getting some results here. It's 8 o'clock now, but we talk so much about.
Hey,
all the
seriously,
early
I don't like this
votes
guy anymore now.
coming in.
Fuck you and
So
your
how
hands.
long is
I
it
talk
gonna
with my
It's
hands,
too
but not like
much.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's overdone.
I like the hands.
I love the hands, but this is too much.
It feels like he's trying
He's trying
to
too
talk
hard.
with the hands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cards, essentially opening
What's he
the,
doing?
mail-in
yeah.
ballots
It looked like it was
Bro,
humping the air.
you're not talking to deaf people, you dickhead.
was click a button and to count those
Click a
votes, so
button.
we should start getting
Jersey
some of those
goes blue.
results of
You know
all
what pissed me
those
off today?
early
I was
ballots,
watching the
all
news,
those
and they were
early
talking
votes
about
that
the
did come in, that
Austrian shooting.
3.9 million.
And they're like,
We should start getting those
a
pretty soon to
Macedonian,
give
and
us
I'm
an
like,
indication
It's not a
that
Macedonian.
it's so
That's what
I'm
they
like,
call
is-
themselves.
and
Not
I
a
just-
North.
You just
Nah.
hear Sam,
It's
just
the
hears me just
Bulgarian.
yelling.
Yeah.
They're fucking Bulgarians.
Yeah.
Fucking Skopje.
That's
Don't
why
take our fucking.
Democrats thought there was an opening, there was a chance, there was something here. They were making some inroads once they started doing a deep dive on the numbers from 4 years ago, George.
TJ Holmes, thanks very much. Georgia's neighbor, Tennessee, has just come in for Donald Trump. Tennessee and its
Tennessee,
11
eh?
electoral votes will go
Tennessee.
for Donald Trump. Also, Donald Trump has now picked up the state of Indiana and its electoral votes. So it's still quite early in the night. We have to be patient. Every state that's gone.
You know what happened to me on a Zoom call? I had Zoom acting classes, and I forgot to press the video. Well, I didn't forget to press. Sorry, my mouse, my left click doesn't work well for some reason.
Is this a long lead into you jerking off on camera?
No, I was eating. I wanted to eat. I was hungry.
Go mute YouTube because go mute the USB because I don't want to give them commercials.
Pour le cielo.
Fuck them, bro.
Abordable et tendance, ce lit redonnera une toute autre valeur à votre pièce. Transformez rapidement.
Thank you. What were you saying about getting What were you saying?
Jerking
about,
off?
Yeah, jerking off. Come.
Skip the ad.
You could, yeah. Just leave it muted for now because they're on ads there too. Come. So what happened on your Zoom call?
How does Zoom acting courses work?
I had food. It was a bit awkward. I had food and I wanted to eat, and I thought I had stopped the video feed, the camera feed.
Yeah.
Because my left click doesn't work well for some reason on
left
my mouse.
click.
That's worse than jerking off. Fucking Poseidon eating on camera.
Oh, so they're doing their acting. You think you're off camera?
No, this was the end. No, this was the end of the course, and they're talking.
What is that? Is there a horse
No.
in the Zoom call?
No, what happened was I muted the mic, but I didn't cut the camera feed. So I'm just eating like a big the gyro.
Oh no!
And then I look up and I see my face. I'm like,
what you don't double check.
Because I thought the left click worked. I thought it worked. I'm like, okay, the camera feed's not through. But I see how it can happen after that happened to me. I was like, okay, that's not what happens.
Yeah, true. That guy probably had one of those scary movie hands. They're saying the reporter, he probably had those mutant hands.
The Tubin?
No, this guy, the reporter that was on top of one hand, he was hiding the other one because it was all fucked up.
Okay.
So it was overcompensating.
Yeah.
I have spider webs in my nose, bro. It's fucking annoying.
It's from the decorations.
I know.
Do we know what porn he was watching?
Yeah, he wasn't watching porn. He was on a campsite.
Yeah.
He was jerking off with a cam girl.
Who does that? I never got into that. I don't understand cam like fantasies.
Oh no, we because we jerk off watching you on the camera that you don't know about.
It's okay, bro.
Poseidon doing ASMR, yeah, eating.
Yeah.
This is fucking all right. So what do you guys think? Predictions now around the house.
I think Trump's got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're dressed head to toe for Trump. So if you didn't believe it, you wouldn't be dressed like that.
Yeah.
You, what are you thinking?
Out of the two evils, Trump, we know.
No,
who
we're
Trump
not saying
is.
who you want. We're saying who
Trump.
do you think is going to win?
Trump.
Everybody thinks Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want Trump to win, but I think Biden's going to win. I don't know anymore. You know, the thing is, I don't know how to tell, because I don't know what people are voting on anyway. Like, are you voting because you hate the other person?
I think that's what they're doing right now.
If you're voting because you hate
That's how it's been for the last 20 years, though.
But more people hate
Right?
Trump, no? If that's the case.
But also, a lot of people must have swayed with all the shit that came out, like the underage girls and all that shit.
Yeah, but
The
that wasn't
leftists-
Biden. That was his son. You
the
can't
Bi-
blame him.
The Biden left people are more social. They're more vocal. The Trump supporters are really either they're in your
Yeah.
face or they don't
Expected
even
to
talk
win.
about it.
Right now, 50%. Trump is like almost a full percentage point ahead. That's hilarious.
Who's this?
These are Senate
Who's it?
races.
Oh, okay.
They're for seats, but they're important too.
He looks
So
so
right now,
goofy.
who has the Senate? Republicans, right?
Oh, yeah, it's true.
What?
Who has the Senate right now? Republicans, right?
Yeah.
And they have the.
sizable lead.
They're gonna have
It's
everything. It
still
looks
really
like.
early, as you mentioned. I want to blow up Virginia here because it's a little smaller in our map. Here's part of the problem right now why we don't have a good sense of
What's the problem,
the
Steve?
DC suburbs, Alexandria, Arlington, that entire area, Fairfax, that's going to be 25% of the vote, and a lot of that so far.
Okay,
we
why
don't
are you
have
drawing
yet.
it?
But where Donald Trump is winning, he's doing really well, and he's actually
Stats, bro.
overperforming in some areas. When we look at
People are
Henrico County,
gambling
this was
on
a
this,
county
eh?
Democrats
Yeah.
won
Oh, for sure.
pretty decisively 4 years ago. You can see 57.
People,
to
I
36.
read online that
Right now, with
Trump
36%
has
of the
a
vote in,
silent
Donald
majority,
Trump's on top. In the
basically.
swing
So a
area
lot of people
down here in
who
the
are going to
Hamptons
vote for
Roads
Trump
area,
are quiet
Virginia,
about it.
Yeah.
Donald
That's what
Trump
they're saying.
That's what I
barely
said.
lost 4 years ago. Tonight, he's up, and he's up big.
Oh,
But again,
fuck,
it's
Trump
still
is
very
destroying.
early in Virginia, George. We're still waiting for a lot of the vote to come in. You see a lot of these red counties. This is the same way it looked 4 years ago. Yet when the blue filled
They should have pulled a
that's where
Trudeau.
Democrats won.
Guys, if I win, legalize weed. Just pull a Trudeau.
To become a battleground late in the game of this campaign.
Yeah, so we take a look at Texas. A lot of the vote not
Well, the-
in
No
yet,
way.
but
If
we do have,
Texas,
of course,
yeah,
the
I
most
don't think
important
that.
county in Texas, the
Texas
biggest
flipping,
county,
that would be
Harris
insane.
County
Yeah.
right here. This
Well,
is
you have a
Houston,
lot of towns like
56
Austin that
to
are very
42.
conservative.
Yeah.
You know, he's matching Hillary Clinton so far. One of the big reasons Democrats thought this area was in play, that Republicans were vulnerable, is because Donald Trump underperformed from Mitt Romney, and he did it in an area here. I actually want to check one of these counties. Fort Worth, this is Republican territory right next to Dallas. This is
Oh,
Fort Worth.
wow, that is
It's
tight.
Neck and neck with 80% of the
Point
vote
two.
in.
If he
That's
gets
actually very
Texas, he
good
might
news
win.
for Democrats. Democrats have to be very happy by that number. Just north in the
You think he'll
suburbs
get
of
Texas?
Fort Worth, Denton,
I think he
this is
will.
also a Republican
Who,
county,
Biden?
45-52.
Holy shit,
But
that'd
you
be
can see
crazy.
right there, George,
The
Joe
old
Biden, he's building on Hillary Clinton,
Republicans
but
are
he's
gone. They're all
overperforming
most of them
there.
are dead.
Still a lot of the
But you know
vote
what's crazy is
out
why
there.
would you
All of
leave
these
California
Texas,
because
that's
it's
gonna be
fucked up,
Trump
go to
country.
Texas where it's good, and then
Borders
fuck it
gonna
up
be
also.
for Democrats.
Yeah.
We'll be watching Austin, Bexar
That's
County, San
taxes.
Antonio,
You know what
and
Texas
of
needs?
course,
If
the ring
Texas
counties
could
around
legalize
Houston.
marijuana, it would be the best
The
place.
best, will be the best.
Yeah.
Hot, huge. They do what they want.
But they go crazy for weed for some reason.
What do you mean, Texans?
Yeah. No, I mean the laws. They ruin your life.
Yeah, George, that was really the major story.
I think Trump was...
What kind of fucking farce is this? Go somewhere where you're alone and take off your fucking mask, you dummy.
Did you hear that breath he took though?
Yeah. Come on.
Certainly, there has been a lot of enthusiasm.
Oh my God, Pennsylvania, 82%.
Just closed here in
Joe Biden?
Harris County and
Really?
most of Texas, but they are still open.
Yeah, that's only 3% of the vote, isn't it?
In El Paso. So, of course, few people know that Texas actually straddles 2 different time zones, and
He's sweating, he's struggling, bro.
Bro, take off your fucking mask, bro. We're not gonna get infected.
We will see the activity here at the Harris County.
Have you gotten tested ever yet?
Huh?
Did you get tested?
Every STD known to man, baby, baby.
Put the Q-tip in your pee-pee. All the way
I
down.
got nothing. I'm good. I'm clean.
I've never done that. The Q-tip in the penis?
Have you done
You told me you got an STD test.
Yeah.
They do that.
They do that.
What did they do?
They just looked at him and said,
you.
They're like, this guy doesn't fuck.
They're like this. He's like, I just want to get an STD test. Like, oh, sure you do. And then they go in the other room like, well, what do we do? This guy doesn't fuck. Just tell him he's fine and tell him to get out of here. Look at him.
Urine, blood, and poop.
So you didn't take an STD?
Yeah. No, that wasn't a...
That's not an STD test.
Well, fuck, I gotta change doctors
He's
then.
been lying for years. He's never taken an STD test, and he always goes, bro, I'm clean.
No, I have.
Because of all the process. No, you haven't. You haven't taken an STD test.
Are you serious?
100%, yeah.
Gonorrhea, syphilis,
Yeah,
it's
you've
all
never
in
took an
your
STD
urethra.
test, yeah.
Well, my doctors told me you're fine because there was no pus, there was no stuff in
No,
your
you're
piss.
fine because we assume you don't have sex, is what they told you.
5% behind Ted
Yeah.
Cruz, and so it's
Go get checked.
changing slowly.
Okay, where do I go though?
Any hospital.
Yeah, any hospital.
Just
CLC
Google,
does
bro,
it.
Google.
Clinics
We have
do
Google,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very close
Yeah,
race.
goddamn. So you know what? Now what we said is probably true. He probably did catch something from all those hookers that he fucks raw.
These are on you.
Oh, bro, stop it.
Well, dude, either you're
Because I haven't
such.
fucked a hooker in a year.
Yeah, but
Do you have
that's-
any
if
things
have
like
it, you have
growing
it.
out of your penis?
What?
Do you have any things growing out of your penis?
No, never.
98% in. That's a county that Hillary Clinton lost by 20 points. It's a suburban county that has been
Not, our buddy's not he's not a citizen. He can't vote yet. Or could
Which
he?
buddy?
Nothing.
I don't know if he could vote yet or
I
not.
don't think so. He got a citizenship.
Well, but his vote doesn't matter. He's in Seattle. It's gonna go blue.
Okay, Matt Dowd, thanks very much. We can project another state for Donald Trump
Oh.
right now, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
5 electoral votes will go
I've been there.
to Donald Trump.
It's disgusting,
Only 10%
yeah.
expected vote in it, but that is a clear
We got
win
out as
tonight
quick
for
as
Donald Trump.
possible.
So let's take another look at the
Oh,
board.
but Trump takes
Right now
another
you
one.
see Joe Biden has 44
Bro,
electoral
West
votes. Donald
Virginia,
Trump
where you
has
see
42.
mountains
We
of
have
crucifixes
a
and
long way to
whorehouses.
go on this election night 2020. We'll be right back.
All right, Poseidon,
Whorehouse.
mute him.
What?
Mute him. You gotta be ready.
Are they taking a commercial break?
You can't tell like it's like you're dealing with a Rightar. Oh, that's the Mandalorian.
You love him, bro. Come on.
Anyways,
Yeah,
Poseidon.
I love Poseidon. He knows it, bro.
Well, you're a lover of all broken things.
I'm not broken. Am I broken? I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I'm just living.
I'm gonna smash this over his fucking head.
Why?
Because he literally was like, oh yeah, just hours ago, yeah, I got problems. I'm broken. I went through this. My parents fucked me up. And then literally 2 hours later, I'm not broken. Am I broken?
Okay, maybe I'm a little bit cracked, but not fully broken.
You're cracked.
I've been trying to get Poseidon on weed for a long time.
No. He gets paranoid. He starts
I get
raping.
paranoid.
It's too
What?
much.
Normal in the beginning.
CBD. CBD is. I like CBD.
Saburo.
I've taken CBD, but I'm a stoner and I don't feel it, so I don't really know.
It just calms me down. I find because I get overly anxious
CBD,
sometimes.
that's what it's for, no?
Yeah, I get overly anxious sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll take and it'll mellow me out a bit. I don't like the brain high, like the.
That's what people say.
You know what I mean?
The not being in control, but that's normal. Whenever
Yeah.
you first start smoking weed, you're not in control. But once you do it regularly, I know a lot of successful people who smoke regularly. You know, it's up to the person.
Yeah.
If you're a lazy fuck and you smoke weed, you're gonna be a stoner lazy fuck. But if you're productive, you'll be a stoner productive person. It's just that.
Oh, what's going on here? All right, Poseidon, unmute these bitches. Let's see what they're saying. So right now, electoral votes 44 to 42. This is interesting. Need 4 to control the state. Need 17 to control the House. Okay. Let's see. 270 to win. Right now, 6 states have been won by Joe the Biden, and Trump has 5 states with 142 electoral votes. Still tight. The Senate at this hour is controlled by the Democrats.
Oh shit.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Make glory holes great again, they're saying. Let's see, the House. Yeah, the House is currently
Have you
controlled
ever seen a
by...
real glory hole?
Huh?
Have you ever seen a real glory hole?
I can't prove that it was a glory hole, but I've seen stuff that I'm like, is this a glory hole?
Like, does the person have to just sit there and wait
I don't know how.
until
I don't know the
someone
rules.
comes in?
I thought
this
you.
is
I thought you. I
pre-social
thought you.
media, cell phone.
I thought you plan. You tell someone, all right, let's
Is that
go
how
there.
it works?
It doesn't make sense otherwise, no.
But
Might
then,
as well just fuck each other. Why fucking?
yeah, but if you know the person, I don't know, isn't the
What
whole
if it's
thing
like a
about-
Hollywood hoax? Glory holes are not a real thing.
No, they're a real thing. I've seen. Well, unless I
You know what I mean?
Because you're right. I haven't seen them being used. Maybe I just assumed they're glory holes.
What if it's just a
I
porno thing?
understand glory holes in like peep show houses. That I could see them being, but randomly, maybe nightclubs.
Massachusetts is big for Biden. 11 votes. 11 electoral votes. Fuck. That's what
Why
Trump.
aren't they talking?
I think that's what Trump's probably focusing on, like he did last time. Instead of focusing on getting every state possible, he just gets the states that are going to get him enough votes, electoral votes to win.
That's it.
Because he lost popular vote last time. That's such a smart strategy. I don't care how many 3-pointers I put in. I just want to win.
No.
Steph in the chat says maybe
Yeah.
the glory holes are there so people don't think you're gay. Like, so you don't consider yourself, I'm not gay, but I don't know who's on the other side. It's me, bro. Shut the fuck up, Steve.
You think there were glory holes like ancient Greece, ancient Roman times? You think that was the thing?
No, they didn't care about glory holes. They're not going to go through all that trouble. They're just going to grab someone and bang them.
Takes forever to break through a brick wall.
Yeah, no, that's too much. Well, they were marble, too.
Marble walls.
Marbles. Yeah, I don't know. Trump might take it, but it's very early.
People have
What
been
if-
saying red wave.
Because I remember last time we were watching at the bar, and we laughed so much because it was all the whole
4 years
time.
ago.
Hillary's gonna win. Hillary's gonna win. Hillary's winning. Hillary, and then the last 5 minutes was like, Donald Trump is now the president of the United States. I was dying. I was like,
I went to bed knowing, okay, Hillary's winning. And I went to bed, I woke up. Donald Trump.
what did you think?
I was like, okay.
I remember that we were at the bar, we were freaking out. I don't like the way that guy looked.
What if, Donald Trump won because he played to the dumb voters? Like hearts.
He didn't play with the dumb voters
No, he
because
played smart.
Because I'll tell you something. Like right now, the people who are playing to the dumb voters are actually the Democrats because they're promising empty things that they've never been able to do. That they never do. And if you care about your livelihood, if you want to work, Republicans are better for you right now because the other ones are going to tax the fuck out of you.
It's true.
So if you want money and take care of your family, you would vote red. That's what I'm saying. If you're voting
That's why he's
blue
gonna
just
win,
because
'cause
you don't
people-
like
people
Trump,
wanna
you're going to
work.
fuck over your family. Yeah.
But I'm saying the gullible people, and now
gullible
let's
people
say-
are voting blue.
Let's say he wins and he becomes a nice guy.
The gullible people and the people that are just red to be red Republicans, like like those areas, they're the people that are voting based on
What
color.
if he pulls a double agent move if he wins? Okay, now I'm done. I don't have to win again in 4 years. I'm a good guy
Well, he
now.
said if he wins, he's gonna be more gentle.
Like he said that?
Trump said that, yeah.
Where did he say that?
Really?
Yeah, then last week at the news. What would you
That's
change?
what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be an asshole because he doesn't have to be an asshole anymore. He doesn't need the votes.
Excited?
America tomorrow
You sharp?
morning.
I'm
Wake
muted.
up to real-time answers.
I can't tell.
I understand.
The morning after this historic
I understand.
election with the most
By the way, this historic election, they're all historic elections. Every election they go, this is the most.
Which was the
historic
boringest election, you think?
The first one.
No.
What do you
It was
understand?
war.
do you
War
mean it
was
was
going on.
Why would that be? What? What do you mean
What was the
war?
the board? You say every election's like momentous.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm telling you which one which.
The first one was the most boring for sure. Because there was no, it was just people sitting around. So what do you think? Oh, it wasn't like it is now.
Find out 3 months later.
No, it wasn't as big, right? The country. Not everyone was voting then too. Women weren't allowed to vote. So there wasn't that many votes to count. Yeah. Plus there was no car accidents.
What does that mean?
It's a simpler time.
It was.
Did you
Well,
get
once
it?
it gets dark, it's fucking. Oh, God.
Oh wow, that took you a while.
What was I gonna say? Who brought it up to me? I think it was Don. He had seen a TikTok that pissed him off. It was 2 TikTok girls. They were like 18, 19, and they're.
You know, you could finish your story and then you don't have to rush like all the time, huh? This is going to be going on for hours. They have no new info. Don't worry. Don't stress. The only time you need to stress is when they're going to commercial. So
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah, they wanted to vote Biden.
This guy's name is Lama. Tom Lama.
Will be early vote here in the state of North Carolina.
Why
And
2
look at
L's?
this, George.
Well, I think North Carolina's going to go blue and South red.
We have to put that into perspective as we look at the rest of the state. He's leading in the early vote now.
So they basically their father was on their deathbed or their grandfather, and all his life he voted Republican.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah, and they were forcing him.
They were forcing him to vote Biden.
They were being mean or something.
Yeah, they were being mean, and then they were like, "We're so happy you changed." At the end of the video, I was like, "Ugh,
disgusting."
Ugh.
They have to run up the scores in both the research triangle.
If only
and the
they knew.
triad. These are communities that have pharmaceutical industries. They
Biden
have
would just sniff
industries,
them.
And they obviously have the universities. They want to run up the score there.
Do they have cold running back there?
Yeah.
What do they have? Sorry?
You're not supposed to see that.
It usually shows how the state does, right?
They're running
And
code
a
in the back.
Republican, I should say, a Democrat actually, hasn't won this county since Jimmy Carter. Joe Biden's up right now. It has a good mix of people that live here. You have
How did you know that stop on the top of his head?
Retirees, you have military families.
The Democrats haven't won that county since Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
Like he knows that stat.
No, he doesn't know that stuff. They read up before and then they repeat it.
Yeah, and I think
This is not off the cuff. This is the news. This is fake.
I think they have an earpiece too, maybe.
Yeah,
no?
he does have an earpiece.
Make me believe that it's real. Come on, bro.
Oh, who's this?
God damn, girl.
Lindsay Davis.
Clinton in 2016.
What
Also,
up, girl?
there were 67 deaths in North Carolina from
Like her glasses.
coronavirus
Yeah.
on Tuesday. That's the highest number that they've ever
That all you
reported.
like?
Everything that we measure in North Carolina is on its way up. Talking about
She's got a pretty face.
hospitalizations, positivity cases, and deaths as well. Of course, North Carolina was famous for that dust-up, that infamous dust-up now between the popular Democratic Governor Cooper there in North Carolina when President Trump wanted to have the convention there, and cases started spiking at that time. Then he planned on moving it to Florida, but the cases started spiking there. Ultimately moved it back to North Carolina just for kind
This is
of
going to be an
bare
interesting
bones,
night.
roll call. But
Interesting
North Carolina
night.
not
Yeah, of
going in
course.
the right direction.
Okay, Lindsay, thanks very much. And what did the exit polls say there, David?
Really interesting when you take a look at opinions of both of these candidates in
There's
North
a meme that I
Carolina.
posted. It was
Opinion of
funny.
Donald
This
Trump,
guy.
52%
Hold on.
unfavorable there,
See this.
underwater, obviously, from those
North
numbers. When you look at
Carolina,
Joe Biden,
unfavorable.
favorable
What a
49 to
weird
47. And
stat.
when it comes to handling the economy and COVID, 49% trust Donald Trump. Very close there, though. Really negligible. But when you laser in on the pandemic, 51% say Joe Biden would be better moving forward. But
You
a
know
couple of
that
key
they
things, differences
interviewed
from,
idiots.
4
How
years
can
ago. When you take a
51%
look
of
at
people
independent
assume that
voters
the
right now,
pandemic, which
Biden is ahead
no
6 points with
organized country has
independents.
been able to get a
Donald
handle
Trump
on,
was ahead by
is going to be
16
better
points
served by
4
the
years
guy that
ago,
can't spell his
over
fucking
Hillary
name right
Clinton.
now.
So Joe
Yeah,
Biden
I
right
don't
now
know
in
about
The
that.
senile old guy.
in North
Yeah, he could
Carolina.
handle this.
Moderates
How's your
vote for
butt
Hillary Clinton 4 years
Come
ago.
on, guys. Let's be
Decreasing for
serious.
Joe
At least tell the
Biden by
truth. Come on.
34
This
points.
guy
4 years
posts.
later, he's improved
He
upon
goes
moderates.
4 folders.
Suburban
One of the
vote,
first one is memes if Donald Trump wins the election, memes if Joe Biden wins, memes if Kanye somehow wins, memes if the Americans overthrow the government, and then how to gain New Zealand citizenship and
Yeah, I
plane
saw
ticket
that.
from LAX to AKL.
I like
Well,
to play.
in Australia, they don't have any cases. Is that what?
Last time, well, right now
Is that
they're
right?
breaking 59 to 39 for Joe Biden. He's ahead by 20 points.
yeah,
What?
maybe
Sorry?
not.
In
Hillary
Australia,
Clinton was ahead
yeah.
22
like they have no
points with the
cases
exit
now.
polls
Stadiums are
4
open,
years
everything's
ago.
open.
So,
Really?
Where?
In Australia.
He needs to make
Yeah,
up some ground
but
there
'cause
if
in
he
the
wants to
future,
catch
they
up
already
to
got
where the
through it.
Democrats were 4 years ago.
Okay, Byron Pitts, you're there in Raleigh.
North Carolina.
Oh, this guy looks like death.
Yeah, this guy does look a little creepy.
Remember
This
that
guy's using
episode,
both hands.
No, he looks like, remember the episode of Buffy the Hush where they don't talk? The Minuteman, I think that's what they're called.
Expected to be up 10 to 15 points, and right now there's about a 9-point difference. North Carolina is vital to the Trump campaign. The president has visited this state 11 times in the last 3 months. Mike Pence 8 times, compared to Joe Biden twice, his running mate 4 times. And George, in Southern terms, for Joe Biden, winning North Carolina would be good gravy. It's an indication.
Good
that we may
gravy.
do well
He
in the
meant gravy.
Sun Belt states.
That's
But
funny.
for President Trump, winning North Carolina is the full chopped barbecue platter with hush puppies.
Come on.
Barbecue slang, bro. They're North Carolina.
Oh, God.
Famous
You're
for
on
that.
the news. You fucking
That
dummy.
was good. That was good.
that is a bad sign for what may
That's
come.
because you're a chef.
If Trump wins, like my mama used to say, he gonna bust you up upside the head.
My mama said.
Not at all, George. In fact, we have been noticing on Twitter many Biden campaign aides urging voters to stay in line, saying, do not move, don't go anywhere. Your vote has to be counted tonight. In fact, both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris tweeting out just stay in line.
Jesus Christ, that's very aggressive.
Stay
Stay in line, slaves.
Apparently, people are telling them, "Oh, it's closed. You guys could leave. You know, your vote doesn't count." And people don't understand. Like, okay, let's go home.
What?
If you're in line, even if the polls close, you still have to vote.
Yeah.
You know.
You're allowed to.
You're allowed to vote. So people like
the polls closed, but they have to accept your vote because you've been in line.
Yeah. But there's people that go around saying, "Okay, it's closed. You guys
It's
are
like
waiting in
taking
line,
a
go
shot
home."
at the end of the game, and it leaves your fingers, and then the buzzer goes off. It still counts if it goes in.
Yeah.
What
What did I want to say? How funny would it be if Trump wins, he comes out, you know, and then it's just playing Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci.
He might.
Who made that song? I think it was Lil Pump.
Lil Pump.
It was
It's
Lil
like-
Pump,
it's
yeah.
like, It's Britney, bitch.
Florida. Yo, Florida's going to be big if it goes to Trump. Trump needs that. Because Florida always fucks someone over. Don't you remember last time?
Every time. Bush. It was Bush, right?
Florida was hilarious last time. Hillary's like, I got this. And Florida's like, I'm not so fast, bitch.
She comes out of Miami-Dade County with plus
Gucci gang starts playing. There's fireworks. There's Apache helicopters that come out of nowhere.
Honestly, what he should do is put the Hulk Hogan theme music. I am a real American.
He's not a socialist. They were very successful. It appears in
Oh, did you see, Alex? Did you see how high-end stores boarded up their stores like Louis Vuitton and Hermes?
It's pronounced Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton, it's pronounced.
Louis Vuitton.
Russell Peters.
With
They boarded up the entrance of their stores, the whole entrance, but they made it neat and flush. And then they painted them the same color as like the outside of the store, so it looks like it's part of the wall. Like
So
it's
make sure this is building you're gonna fucking break into.
yeah, basically.
This is us, guys.
So they make it look pretty, even the boarding up.
Well, I think there's. I think
What the
probably the
fuck,
president's
bro?
done what Tom just said.
Well, if I was broke, can't work,
Fucking
I
Rahm
would go
Emanuel.
loot.
Latin America as a
You know?
whole and Central
Fuck
America, and there's an underperformance.
I need new
there
shoes.
in the
Winter's coming.
African-American
Can we go
What?
get a jacket? If I was
But I would
broke and
say,
jobless because of all this, fucking go loot too.
Yeah.
If I was 16, 17, I
For
probably
sure,
would have done
for
something
sure.
like
Easy,
that too.
Easy.
The Democratic
My first
county
job,
I'm not
that's all
gonna
I did.
lie.
I was just stealing shit.
Yeah.
Junk could see.
reporting, yet only
I didn't care.
62% reporting in the state. So this thing's going to tighten in a way, but I do think you see a trend.
What are we thinking here?
Me and my brother
across
Homer,
the
we got
country
fired
as
the
you
same
kinda
day together.
extrapolate
Oh yeah.
that Biden's
Bunch of
doing
thieves.
much better.
I didn't steal nothing,
among
bro.
both
The only
independent voters,
couple of
white
chocolate bars, bro.
voters, white voters
That's
as
something.
a whole, and clearly suburban and senior voters, but not doing it.
So you're
well
willing to steal
in the,
chocolate, but I give you chocolate for free here and you don't
Can I
accept
ask
it?
you, I was a vet about that
I was
right
young,
now.
bro.
You seem to
It was the
have
rush. That's all I cared. I didn't want to eat it. It was just the rush.
The adrenaline.
Get my dick hard, bro.
Poseidon is suspect, they're saying. Yeah.
Why?
bro.
Oh, because I'm. I just got it.
Right, that was the challenge. He couldn't quite confront, and we talked about
There's
this a lot
feedback on your
the
mic.
program. He couldn't
Me?
confront his past
On
with
mine?
the crime bill.
Oh, 'cause he's putting his beard on it?
Oh, possible.
Donald Trump was taking credit for criminal justice reform in certain places, particularly in Florida, as you remember, the reenfranchisement of former incarcerated people, and he just couldn't gain ground there. And I didn't see the strategy. There were a lot of organizations in certain states.
think
that were
Kanye has a
specifically
rally? That would be
targeting black
fucking
men, but
ridiculous.
Florida was
They should pump
unfortunately
him
not
up.
one of them. We should see
Give
those numbers
stats.
be
I wanna
quite
see how
significant
many
in
votes he
places like
really got.
Georgia, where there was a specific effort for black men in that state. So hopefully they will show up. But I think that was the challenge. His failure
Everyone
to
just
really
watched the last
confront-
episode of this
failure
just
to
thing and he
confront
was
his
dying.
past
Nice.
on criminal justice
We're
reform.
on.
You know, there was also some conversation about Kamala Harris's
That's not on YouTube
past
yet.
there as
It's
well.
on Patreon
And
only,
there
right?
was
It's on
not a
YouTube.
clear
I looked, it
blackmail
wasn't.
agenda, unfortunately, that was consistent throughout the campaign. That may end up costing them.
George,
tonight.
three states, George, that I would tell you I'm seeing and hearing about. In Florida, from Republican leaders, I'm hearing
It is. I
just
knew
no
it was
place
Chris Christie. Look at him.
for Joe
is okay.
Biden
Bro,
to
this
have
guy got
220,000
this
votes,
guy got
and that eventually will
past the
wind up calling
coronavirus,
Florida
bro.
for
He
Trump.
survived it.
Second, in
Not
This
the
guy.
mayor of
Trump campaign is
Jersey.
very
No.
encouraged by the early
Governor.
vote numbers that they've seen, and
This
was on the
guy,
beach.
based on what
this
happens
guy,
today at the polls,
this
that it's
beached
clear
whale
that they're gonna be able to make it up
got
in
COVID-19 and now
North
he's fucking
Carolina.
there spewing his
Last in
gravy.
Pennsylvania, and we're seeing this
You
all
think
over.
you think he pays a premium to get his suits tailored
A real,
or custom made? You know, they gotta use extra fabric.
by African African-American
I'm just saying,
voters in returning their mail-in ballots.
this guy Trump,
They've been seeing
what
this
the
for
fuck's
about 10
happening? How are
days.
they? I don't
were
understand.
hoping it would
It's called
come
money.
and close
Regeneron.
tonight.
It's called money.
They haven't seen
Yeah.
that closure.
Oh, by the way,
So
all
we're
my
seeing
suit
that. We're
pants,
also
big
hearing
on me.
about double-digit
No.
underperformance
Good.
It's a
of
good problem
African
to have.
Small
voters
dicks,
It's a
yeah.
good problem,
in the
yeah.
city of Cleveland.
Yeah, the small
If
dick
those
too.
trends
It shrinked,
continue,
lost all the
trends are
fat.
helpful to Donald Trump.
Shrunk.
Byron Pitts, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I don't know why I say that. I don't know why I add
Oh, hell, we
ED.
went back to death.
Jesus Christ. I don't know, this guy creeps. He gives me the
Tyrone
creeps.
This is what Andrew Schultz would look like if he smoked crack.
Black population in the country. In fact, there are more HBCU, historically black college university
Looks like
students
Joy
in the state of
Diaz
North
if he
Carolina.
never
So this is
done
a state
drugs.
with an established black middle class in every major city in this state, but yet Biden isn't doing as well, or there hasn't been as much black support for him. Or
That's what they're saying right now in
Considering
China.
it's a
Oh,
2008
erection
vote,
2020 results.
state, one of only 2 Democrats to win here since 1976. 75% of the black vote came out for.
So you telling me this guy is right there waiting for Biden to win North Carolina? But if Biden loses, he's there for nothing.
It's always been curious concerning what would black turnout be
I
for
don't
Joe
know.
Biden tonight. And George, it says a lot about the psychology of
Oh,
people.
Virginia, eh?
Certainly the turnout for Barack Obama was huge in 19.
It's very close.
Huge
It's
for
pretty
Barack
close,
Obama in
yeah.
2008
Right
because
now,
that spoke
nationwide,
to
Trump's winning.
pride.
Trump's winning nationwide.
Make no mistake, the vast majority of black voters in North Carolina are not fans of President Trump. So in 2008, we saw
He
the
looks like
power
an
of
alien,
hope
Steph
that
says.
He does look like an alien, yeah.
And now we're seeing
I think this
if
election is going to
anger
break
and
the most
frustration
voting
would be enough
turnout.
to energize
Huh?
black
I think this is going to
voters.
be the
And
most
so far, it
voting
seems the
turnout
answer is
ever.
Yeah, they said
I wanna
voter
bring
turnout.
Joe
Yeah, yeah.
Biden in on this as well. We saw a series of messages from the president on this whole issue. He talks about law and order. He also talks about
Is he tweeting now? Let me
African-Americans
Google.
directly
Let's see
on
what he's
the-
doing.
Oh, yeah,
on
that
the
would
issues
be-
of criminal justice. Says that he's the best president for Black Americans. since
Imagine he just
Abraham.
goes crazy
Lincoln
at Trump
the
and he
same
starts
time
tweeting like,
that
"Don't
Joe
vote for that
Biden is
faggot." He just starts going nuts.
Well, I think a couple things are
What do you think they're doing right now? They're watching the
They're
news.
watching the news and they're being nervous because this is kind of like before you go on stage for stand up. Like, but the thing is here, you don't make a decision. So like they prepare their speeches, they're ready to go. They each think they can win, but it's not up to you. So it's this weird pressure, probably. You know, your nerves are there, and even if you really want to be president, even if you want it, you could go out there and have to concede and be like, ah, well, I lost. It's embarrassing to lose.
How are we going to do that?
And not only are you losing, but you're losing in front of the entire planet.
The whole, yeah. I was gonna say the whole country, but yeah, the whole planet's watching right now.
Voters in diverse communities.
There's people with clicks in their names watching.
You see this? You see
Yeah.
this?
So imagine you lose this. It's crazy.
Donald Trump competed for this vote in a way that no
Oh, there's
Republican
behind her, bro.
has ever done so. When you look back
Yeah,
at
that's
the
so
Sarah
funny.
convention,
Oh,
every
the
night
code.
in prime time, there were
The
African
Matrix is being plugged in right now. It's updating.
Wait, what they're doing, bro? It's a psyop. They're implanting code in your brain.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The world's getting a new update.
Is maybe
Couple of gigs.
not getting a lot of black votes, but maybe
Fucking Call of Duty. How many gigs is it now?
and that
Close
in
to
some
300
ways
gigs.
Jesus fucking Christ, bro! I can't. After this season, I think I'm deleting it.
Is anyone
That's what
getting
you
that,
always say,
you-
bro. Shut the fuck up.
I keep seeing commercial YouTube videos. Oh, the PS5 is gonna be amazing in 2 weeks. Time. Who's getting a PS5? You
I'm
can't
not-
buy
no
them
one
anywhere.
knows. No, do you know anyone?
The pre-orders.
You can't buy them anywhere.
Taking the black vote for granted. A
Yeah.
lot of
So who the fuck's getting these PS5s? Would they have 18 on sale? What the
But
fuck's going
there's
on?
not that many games right now that really eager
No,
me.
but I mean, they don't have enough consoles. What do they sell? 50 consoles? What the fuck is
Do
going
you
on?
think they put up like half for pre-order and the other half they kept them for stores for people who
Why
are
would
gonna
they do
wait?
that? They would make their money easy off pre-order.
They
just sell
said
them.
COVID didn't affect their production.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Doesn't make
But
any sense.
it's
If
always
anything,
like
it
this,
should
bro.
boost it.
It's always like this. PS3, PS4. You never, unless you wait in line or get a
No, but this
pre-order.
was before. Now everything is pre-ordered online. You think they'd be able to?
It's all done though.
But in
Everyone got it.
2013, you were still able to pre-order, I think, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You have to go
but
pick
you
it
have
up.
to go pick it up now.
It wasn't
Amazon.
shipped. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. Are you going to do for the black community? Joe Biden gave him a very lengthy answer about his economic policies and how he plans to try and.
I'm not that
bridge
excited
some
for
of the
this gen,
gaps
next
that
gen.
we
You?
see in this
I
country.
am.
But I
I'm
talked to
excited
Senator
about the
But not
quickness.
now. I'm
He said
excited for
that
next
while
year,
yes,
Next
he
year.
would
next
be
Pro
voting
Evolution
for Joe
Soccer.
Biden, that it was going to be begrudgingly because he simply felt that Joe
I think I'm
Biden
buying
was
it this
the
week.
lesser
Because
of
Florida was
two
supposed to be very
evils.
important for
That's
Joe
not
Biden.
exactly the kind of enthusiasm.
If
If you're buying it this week, let me know so I can give you the option file so you can
voters,
install the
especially
files.
young
Yeah, yeah.
black voters,
I'm probably gonna
to
buy
the
it tomorrow or
polls. And
Thursday.
George, I can tell you, I also spent a fair amount of time this summer out in the
Oh,
protests
no?
in the wake of the murder
I don't know why I
of
said it
George
like that.
Floyd. It was
Okay,
again
buddy.
a sentiment you
Yeah.
heard a lot from young black voters saying that Joe Biden, they felt
But
just
if you
didn't
play
get
Warzone
them.
with us,
Yeah,
we would
Joe,
have a
no
fun time.
shit. Did you said a lot of young black voters said they feel Joe Biden doesn't get them. Yeah,
of course.
Joe Biden doesn't get the
55 years
English
old.
language. And Joe Biden doesn't know where he is.
George Biden, bro.
Yeah, did you see the other day he was saying I'm gonna take care of George. George is doing. He thought he was going up against George Bush. Yeah, bro, he's lost it.
Yeah.
He's senile. No shit.
And not to mention, they called them super predators.
George is the demon behind Donald Trump, you know?
A video
You could see
of,
everyone.
that showed a racist baby.
They hate each other.
There was that supporter
Who
who
hates each
yelled
other?
The Bushes don't like Trump at all. Trump
rally, at
is
an event
is
down
not
in
part of the
Florida.
regular Republican
You know, the list goes on
like
and on. We
families. They
mentioned
hate him.
Charlottesville. So I
The
think
Republican
we have to
families and
wait
the
to
old
see before
Democrat
we
families,
can
which is the
declare
Clintons,
whether
the Bushes,
President
all them.
Trump has
Behind the scenes, they all work together to make money. They're a
communities
whole
in
like
the Republican Party. I
they're
think
yeah,
time
they're
will
a clique.
tell
They're a
on that,
cult.
Like royal
He's not-
families.
yeah, they hate him. He's that noisy guy.
Like royal families.
Yeah, yeah. They all hate him collectively together because he came in and ruined the party.
in this country
Yeah.
than any
It's true.
president since Abraham Lincoln. I think we will find out later tonight, tomorrow, down the road, whether
My
communities
favorite
of color
theory
in
is the
this
one that
country actually
says
believe that and feel
Trump
like
is
this a
a
White House that has
he's
embraced them with
a
open arms
double
over the last
agent.
4 years.
That's what I just said.
Trump is not an agent.
I know, but I find it hilarious. Like they say the FBI picked him out. Like he wasn't part of the FBI, but the FBI needed somebody to go in there that they could trust. That was very public already.
I'm
Yeah.
not lining up anywhere. Also, it's too expensive, bro. The PS5.
What if Trump loses and he's like, fuck, aliens are real?
Simon,
He
you
just
gotta be
starts-
quick, bro.
What?
We're not gonna do this all night with you.
You know what I said? What if he loses and he's like, fuck it all, aliens are real? Fucking this who killed
Well,
JFK?
that would be the best if Biden wins now. So
What-
Trump
what
comes
is he
out
gonna
like, all right, I lost, so I don't think Biden will give you the truth, so I will. Number one, fucking aliens are real. We're dealing with a couple of them. The Chinese are dealing with others. The Russians. All these aliens not to be trusted. Pedophiles, they do
love
run.
me. They all love me.
They do run Hollywood. That would be amazing. Oh, he might pull something like that, huh?
That guy there, he's a lizard.
Yeah. How could it- Steve's a lizard. Sorry, Steve.
You hear what? What's the guy?
Hmm.
David Icke said recently. We posted
When
it
I had him
within
on
our
my
group.
when I had him on my podcast.
We posted it. He said like the lockdowns are gonna keep happening.
Yeah, but everybody knows that. Like it's not. He's overdoing it too. Like everyone's panicking. Everyone knows that they're gonna keep pushing this lockdown.
That's how they make money. They have
No
to
matter
panic
what's-
people, even them.
But the economy's suffering. People are suffering. People are depressed. It's not. I don't know. And the thing is, I'm not saying open everything up because I'm not a scientist. So I can't tell you. But I do find it very suspicious that fucking Chris Christie, Trump, these guys, they survive it.
How I think it's gonna help is obviously we need the vaccine. Vaccine's gonna come, but before that, quick testing. That's what we need. You go to a movie theater, you get tested within a couple of minutes. You know if you have.
I don't even. I think first. Okay, look.
Just for things to reopen
So
normally.
I saw something yesterday. People in the chat can look it up to see how real it is or whatever. But I heard that last year in Quebec, more people died of the flu than this year people have died
Flu
of
hasn't
COVID.
really started yet. Flu season is now starting now.
Let's talk about 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you.
I thought you said 2019.
No. Last year more people died of the flu than COVID this year, right? So if that's true, what I don't understand is then why would we be overreacting for something that killed less people?
It's the spreadability.
Yeah, I heard it spreads
That's
easy.
why.
I get it, but if it spreads super easy but it doesn't kill you.
Exactly. You should calm the fuck down.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking is maybe I'm wrong.
They
But
love
I'm
the
just
power
saying-
they got.
But I'm just saying since those are the stats, that's what I find suspicious.
Or,
I'm not
or imagine you get power like that you could literally tell you, bro, you can't make money.
Mm.
That's it, bro. It's a drug. You don't want to lose that power.
It is.
To go back to doing what? Where deciding if a stop sign should go up or not.
I don't. I'm just saying I don't know the truth. I'm just because of that stat, it makes me question the intent behind it. Because if the regular flu is technically more lethal, then what the fuck's going on? I don't know what are we panicking about.
Here I hear about Quebec. They're not telling us stats. Give us stats.
They are every day.
No, but you close restaurants down.
Oh,
Could
yeah.
you prove it
That they
we
spread it.
spread it more than
Yeah,
anyone?
yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, you're
Or
right.
it's the
about that.
fucking schools that reopen. I get they had to reopen because there's people who need teachers.
Phil
you
still
know?
put his money. Phil still thinks that Kanye is gonna somehow take this. All right, Poseidon, you gotta
You
be
never know.
sharp, man.
I was reading the comments.
Donald Trump has a sizable lead.
Good job, Trump in Georgia.
Right now, 78% of the total vote, and you can see right now Donald Trump again breaking the conventional wisdom.
Sparrow's with
we
me.
only have about 51% of that early vote-in reporting, but he's up nearly 10 points in the early vote. That's good news
It's
for
crazy.
Donald Trump. So as we take a look at the map, you see a lot of these red counties. We're going to take a close look, George, throughout the night right here. This is Georgia's black belt. You know, the black belt cuts through several southern
It's
states.
the black belt.
It's an
It'll
area
kick
of
the
high
shit out of you.
concentration of African-American counties, but they really have
Wait a minute. I thought it was a karate reference. You're calling it the black belt because that's where black people live.
Great news for Joe Biden at this hour. We're keeping a close eye on
Jesus
places
fucking
like
Christ, bro. It's like 1901.
These fucking news anchors.
That's the black belt. That's what the darkies are. That like who talks like that, man? God damn.
They want to win the state of Georgia. I said this earlier.
This is the kind of racism that I find shocking.
Yeah.
Of the vote is going to come from
Just
this
they
area
let it
right
slip
here,
like that.
Atlanta and the greater suburbs at 43-56. Joe Biden has to feel pretty comfortable right now. A lot of the vote is
He
out,
does. He's having a bubble
if he
bath.
can win Atlanta, the metro region, and build off Hillary Clinton's lead she had 4 years ago.
I know
it could be
a lot
good
of
night
old
in
people. I
Georgia.
work with them. It's very tough to stay awake.
I
How
believe
much
it.
drugs are they getting pumped? How many uppers?
Oh, Fulton has a voting issue. Let's talk to the hands.
So you remember earlier, George, I told you things are going.
The way he
smoothly
talks.
here.
You remember earlier, George.
Well, it turns out there was actually a pipe that burst at State Farm Arena, which caused a delay in processing ballots. Let me explain what that
That's
means.
suspicious.
Explain with your hands, please.
Atlanta Hawks play ball smack dab
I feel like
in
it's
the
a
middle
crutch.
of downtown Atlanta, which is in Fulton County. So you have
Yeehaw.
the largest polling station, which is also in the largest county in this state, had an issue this morning with a pipe burst, a water leak essentially. So there was a delay in processing ballots there, so they
What
could
county?
clean up
What
the
state?
area.
Full,
Now, talk to
Atlanta.
Fulton County, their officials
Atlanta?
say
Fulton
this
County,
caused
yeah.
about a 2-hour delay. Talk to the Secretary of State's office. They say it was about
50
4
Cent had
hours.
posted
So we
something
could
on
see
Twitter.
a delay in getting
What?
some of
Hold on,
those
we're watching
numbers
this
of those
Sorry.
ballots. It's important to note none of the ballots were damaged or destroyed. That is not what we're talking about. They just had to get the
So why are we
workers
talking
out
about
of
this?
that area for a
He
little
spent
while
his whole
to
time
get
being
it
like,
cleaned
there was
up.
a
And what we're
pipe
talking
that
about here
exploded,
is
and then
you know
my
when you're in
left
high
hand
school
is in
and you have to
control,
make-
but really my right
Slow
hand's the one doing the
down
talking.
this process of
You know when you're in high school, you have to make a report and you have to fill in the
Yeah, he's
hours
just filling it
with
in.
the words.
So all he's telling us is basically, some people had to wait 4 hours in line because of a pipe that burst. That's not news for the fucking world.
Question, some would
God
argue,
damn it.
or much debate about
Yeah, but they
how
have to keep
things
people
could go,
engaged, I
but
guess,
if we have
no?
a close
This is not
race,
engaging. This is
those
infuriating.
numbers
They should have
I want to know what
wrestling matches in the
happening. I
background.
want to know what's happening with his left hand.
forward and could delay us, George, in the night in deciding or determining what the numbers are. And one more important note.
Yeah, tell us.
We know that absentee ballots talk so much about early voting and the absentee here in Georgia set all of those records.
Oh, it's Georgia.
Well, the state of Georgia tells us that 225,000 absentee ballots arrived today. So those could take several days.
I see
to
an Italian
process.
job
Again,
happening where
all
the
of this
trucks
is
get
only
hijacked and switched.
important if it
Well,
turns out
that's
to
why
be a
Trump
really
didn't
tight
want.
race.
The one thing
When
that Trump
we're
was
gonna get some of those
100% right about
numbers
was
to
mail-in voting,
Let's take another
because
look at
so much
50% of
fuckery
voters in
happens.
right now, Tom Yama's big lead for Joe Biden.
Yeah, this is really, really interesting because this would change the election and the race at this hour
I
right
want
now.
that TV.
The numbers are very good for Joe Biden. He's winning in all the areas he needs to win. Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati. And if we go in a little closer, Cuyahoga
You think this
County,
guy,
one
when
of
he
the
argues
biggest
with his
counties
wife,
in
he
Ohio,
pulls
you
out
can
a
see
TV
he's
and he starts
overperforming. It's the
explaining
same
why she's
story
wrong.
in Columbus, the capital. Joe Biden at 76.
So
He's up
apparently
nearly
everyone is
16%.
ordering
But
food like
before
crazy.
Democrats get way
What
too
do you mean?
happy on this, I
Like
gotta show you
right
guys
now,
something.
like North America, we're
Click
talking
back
about
on
here
Ohio,
and
go to
in
the absentee vote here.
US and Canada.
Everyone's staying home, bro.
Everyone's staying home watching this like a pay-per-view
20%. He's up
event.
20 points, nearly 20 points.
This is the
in the
perfect
early vote.
time
That's really
for
important.
like
That's
so they
maybe
could
one of the
pass
reasons
something.
why
It's
This is the-
cold.
you can't pass anything right
What do you mean pass?
That
You're
being
getting
said,
elected,
though,
you can't
I
pass
will
it.
say I'm
Oh.
looking
Stop
at
talking.
several counties,
I don't know.
especially in this area up here near Toledo, the Rust Belt area. These are counties that President Trump flipped 4 years ago. Tonight, I can count 4 or 5. Joe Biden's on top.
The power's out.
What do you make of what you're
Besides,
seeing
this is
in
the best
Ohio?
time to sit there and watch a movie. Besides, the power's out. Oh, I don't get it.
No, but I don't know how.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my God.
in the Great Lakes. And I
Heidi,
think
Heidi,
that
come.
It doesn't surprise me. I think that one thing
What
we
the
haven't talked
It's
fuck?
enough
one letter
about is
away
women's
from
suburban
Heidkampf.
But she's a
voters, and we're
German. She's
seeing
from
young
Bismarck.
turnout on record numbers.
It said
We're seeing this
Virginia, wherever the
kind of
fuck, and
wave
her
there
name is
that's gonna
Heidi
change the
Heidkamp.
outcome, I think.
Heidi Heidkamp, thanks very much. Coming up on 9 p.m. polls about to close in
Jesus.
14 more states.
I think she looks better on YouTube, but on our screen she looks horrific.
We're tracking all the results.
It's like our health minister, the Goblin from Mordor.
Yeah, that's
She looks like she came out of the walls.
Yeah, very Mordoresque. Mordoresque. Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, Texas. Election night. The battleground states. So, what's the over under? What do you think is going to happen with with Texas.
I think blue's taking it. I think a lot of conservatives have moved there. It's hot. A lot of tech companies are moving there.
You mean a lot of liberals have moved
Liberals. What did I say?
there? Conservatives. That would be fucking embarrassing. If they get Texas, that would also piss off Texans.
Sorry.
Because Texans were asking, they said, if you move to Texas from California, don't bring your liberal shit here.
You've been there a bunch of times. Do
I
they
love
say
Texas.
they're really nice?
Yeah, it's nice. Texas is nice. If Texas took care of its insane weed laws, there wouldn't be any problems at all.
Apparently,
For me, I don't smoke weed.
It's in the
so-
talk.
Yeah, for me, I don't smoke weed, so I don't care. But I'm just saying that's something that's important. If they can get rid of that, it's a good state, bro. For the taxes, it's warm. There's a lot of different cities that are actually different. Like Austin's different from Dallas, different from Houston. Like it's nice.
It's its own country.
Yeah,
It's its
very
own
nice.
country.
Yeah, everything's
At one
big.
point, it was its own country.
Yeah. What are they talking about? Oh, a documentary about the race war.
Yeah, they showed this before.
I don't know about all the states, but what I noticed, what I liked in Plattsburgh was the parking spots for when you go to a store. They don't have the single line like we do here. They have the rectangle double line.
Okay.
So it gives you a bit extra space between spots.
You like having a little bit extra space.
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
Nothing.
No, for when you open the door.
The hate. What is it? Hate. Homegrown hate. The war among us. Oh.
What do you say?
That's what the documentary is called. I think it's about like white supremacist. Okay, let's see what's going on, guys. All right, so 270 right now. Oh shit, Trump took over. 48 electoral votes for Trump. This is hilarious.
Some chips and dip would have been nice.
You want me to get you chips and dip? Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm just saying like right now.
Why don't you go
I
grab
should
chocolate?
I should have got it. Nah,
We're playing Call of Duty.
I'm done with sweets.
Really?
Well, for now, for at least a week. I feel like I had too much.
Tomorrow.
It looks like the Senate
You
is
know
gonna
it.
go below.
Don't
but the
fucking
House
lie, bro.
is
Don't
staying
lie.
right, yeah.
Look, I have to tell myself first so I can
No.
fight it.
It won't work. I'm a fat guy too.
Ooh, baby, I love you way. Arkansas. Arkansas, isn't that where Bill Clinton's from?
When I was a kid, I used to say Arkansas, Arkansas, something like that.
Tom Cotton.
Close.
Florida, oh, it's shifted again. Nice.
Oh,
Georgia,
number of the beast.
Georgia. Oh, Georgia.
You remember in 2016 when you could vote Harambe? Do you remember that?
You can always vote whatever you want. It's their write-ins.
I didn't know that.
Have you voted ever?
Have you voted?
Yeah, here, but not.
There's another section.
Yeah.
I never
There's
paid
write-ins.
attention to that. And I swear to God, I never paid attention to it.
Harambe was
The gorilla.
So you thought they actually had Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Harambe, and that was a real option.
And you thought that for 4 years. Holy
I-
fucking shit. This is why I go
No,
crazy.
I defend him to the day I die, bro.
How you defend that?
defend him to the
That
day I
is
die.
so stupid. It is indefensible. That is criminally stupid.
Would you be his friend
That is
if
criminally
it wasn't
stupid.
like this?
No, oh yeah, even more. That is criminally stupid. That if I ran the country,
Criminally.
yeah, if I ran the country, he'd be in jail right now.
In jail or like
In jail, and we'd
Cut his
sterilize him.
balls.
Yeah, we'd
Sterilize
sterilize
him,
him. Make sure
there
he
we
can't
What?
reproduce. You can't have that keep going around.
No, to be honest, I never gave it thought. That's what it was. I had seen people.
Natalie, thank you for joining us over here. Yeah, thank you for everyone who's joined the live stream. Yeah, we're trying to lighten things
How many
up.
people are
I mean,
there?
people have been stressed out about this. Whatever, fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. Who gives a shit? You'll be fine. The only thing that would suck is if Biden wins for a lot of people who benefited a lot from paying. What was it? In the end, it comes to like $8,000 or $13,000 a year less in
what?
taxes, because they're going to repeal Trump's all of Trump's.
They shouldn't be allowed to do that. They shouldn't be like, okay,
can
whatever this
repeal.
guy did.
All of his tax
Screw
laws
that.
and shit. No, they're allowed to do that anyways. That's the only thing I feel bad about because that's the only thing that will really change their life day to day. The rest, whatever. It's not like we have a lot of power over that. But that would suck. Somebody who right now is like, yeah, I voted blue. And then at the end of the year, is like, what the fuck? How come I don't have any money? That would suck. But apart from that, man, our lives are going to be the same.
What's good from what came good from this whole pandemic, what good came out of it?
What good came out of
Yeah.
it? The pandemic?
Yeah,
Do we have to have good that came out of it? A lot of bad came out of
a
it.
lot of bad, but what good came out of
Well, what good came out of it is a lot of people that were together forcibly learned that they can't get married to each other. They
That's
broke
good.
up. Yeah, a lot of people broke up. So you're not going to waste the rest of your life.
Mm.
You just kick them out of the house now. So that's the good. But
it? The
you
perfect
know,
time to start saving money is now.
yeah,
Not doing nothing.
but people lost their family members. People, there's a lot of bad.
Government workers are.
Is this still in
loving this.
commercials?
Yeah, government workers are assholes.
Why
Yeah.
call me an asshole, bro?
Because you're like, who's so affected?
You know
by
what got
this?
hacked last week?
I think it's
All the
back.
Silvestre de l'Île, the
Yeah.
whole thing,
The what?
the CLSCs, they all got hacked.
What does that mean?
Our friend, the nurse was supposed to come visit them after they
Yeah.
gave birth. Their whole schedule, it all got screwed up. No one got sent out. No one could contact. It's all screwed up. But people hacked it.
Well, why? What do you have to gain?
They probably say, look, we have the information, pay us, and we'll give everything back to you. That's what hackers do. They find
Really?
loopholes, they go in, they tell the companies, look, we did it. We're going to spread out all the information. Just pay us, and that's it. That's all. And people usually pay.
Yeah.
A lot of big companies, they have hackers working for them to break their system, to find holes.
I love how Jagmeet Singh tweeted.
Holy shit, Texas is tight.
Oh.
50 to 49 for Joe Biden.
But you never know.
Michigan, this is one of those key states in the northern tier of the Midwest.
You have half
that
an
Joe
hour.
Biden
Polls close.
has to win if he's going to be president this time around. And what we're seeing right now, with 12% of the expected vote in, is that Donald Trump is ahead. And John Carl, this could be one of those areas in Michigan there where we're seeing that red mirage.
Yeah, absolutely. Look,
The red mirage.
Michigan's going to count
Poseidon.
its votes slowly.
Yeah.
It's going
Oh,
to count
touching
in person
I don't mean to.
day of voting earlier. You're going to see
Well, you wanna
more
fuck him, okay? You told me
that
earlier.
early vote counted later.
You're not
It's
supposed to
gonna
say
be
that.
for the Democrats.
Stop
Juju
it.
Chang in Michigan, coronavirus has been such a big issue there in the state of
Yeah,
Michigan.
just in
And of
Michigan.
course,
Coronavirus,
Governor
not
Gretchen
on the
Whitmer, who
entire
has been
planet of
seeing
Earth.
protests
Michigan, you guys
over
got that
lockdowns.
coronavirus
And
down there, don't ya?
Donald Trump, President Trump
Fucking
went in there and took that on
idiots.
I hate how they're trying to pin this.
And what, look,
Absolutely.
so look at this, Juju Chang. So he for no reason he brings up coronavirus.
That's
He's
racist.
like, let's cut to Juju Chang, who knows nothing about the Chinese virus. Like they're fucking with us, bro. The black belt thing. They just keep dropping racist shit, and then
Yeah.
they call you a racist.
Jagmeet Singh tweeted, he goes, vote him out. In 4 years, Donald Trump has placed kids in cages, fanned the flames of hatred and division, failed 230,000 Americans left for dead because of COVID-19. I love how they blame the deaths on
I like
him.
how Jagmeet Singh decides to
Yeah.
jump in. Shut the fuck up.
The guy who decides to be for the environment,
The guy who decides to try to destroy our country. Shut the fuck up. Don't destroy another one.
and the guy who pretends to be pro-environment, meanwhile, he's renting crazy V8s.
Yeah. And Poseidon knows this
Everyone in
firsthand.
the parliament in Canada, they're just doing TikToks, by
Yeah.
the way, too.
Yeah, I know, they're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
The African American vote here in
He's an adult on TikTok. Get the fuck out of here, you dummy.
secret weapon. President Obama
Fucking
campaigned
Jack
with Joe
Meat
Biden
a
over the
job.
weekend
How about
to
that?
energize that all-American African vote. But what we're seeing in the exit polls is that crucial suburban vote, George. And what we're seeing is that that began to shift in 2018.
New York?
And Governor
Yeah, New York, no
Whitmer,
shit.
as you referred to, she issued some of the harshest lockdowns and ended up having a lot of blowback. There were those armed protests that you recall in that
Armed
Capitol
protests.
dome right behind me, and you see that it caused a lot of energy and anxiety on both sides of the debate.
Yeah, I would
And what we
imagine that
saw is
armed protests would
President
cause a
Trump
lot of
began
anxiety.
attacking Governor Whitmer. He referred to her as that woman from Michigan, and when I interviewed her, she said
She's a real
every
piece of shit,
time
eh?
President Trump called her
The
names,
governor of
online hate
Michigan,
and
yeah.
threats
The one that,
against her went up.
the one
And
that
I
looks
think
like
some of the
Beetlejuice.
suburban
Okay,
women
not the one that
I talked to
almost got kidnapped?
reacted to that.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
The exit
about
polling
that?
is showing that
Is it the
men
mayor of Michigan, I think?
favored President
They
Trump
stopped the
in
plot to
suburbs,
kidnap her?
56 to 42. But when you get a gender gap and you
I might
look
be
at
wrong, correct
women,
me.
that number is the reverse, 55 to 44, more than a 10-point advantage for suburban women. And surely there are suburban women who still support President Trump and
Go
economic
ladies.
policies. But when I went to the polls today, time and time again, the women I spoke to said they are tired of the fighting. They are tired of the name
Are these electoral
One mom
seats?
said to
Is
me,
that what it
President
is?
Senate,
Trump
that
says
was,
okay,
that
changes,
if
okay.
my kids did them, I would punish them. And when it came to
to handling
Could
of
beat
the
her kids, bro.
pandemic,
Did you hear
one
that?
lifelong Republican
Immigrant
mom
life.
said to me, it brought out the mama bear in me, that when it comes to the health and safety of my kids, it made her turn away from the Republican Party for the first time and vote Democrat for
Alabama.
president and vote for Joe Biden. How that
It's
will
going
play out
blue,
in
bro.
Michigan, George, we'll see.
Weird.
Bro, if anything,
That's all the young people turning 18.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Take a look at that right now. It's
Who said if you're like 80 years old or older, you shouldn't vote?
Longtime
Who said that?
Republican state, but Joe Biden is putting up a fight there in the state of Arizona.
I feel like kids would be safer with the Republicans.
Today.
They don't get their hair
Today?
snipped.
George, yes, Arizona.
Did you see that?
The polls are closing right now.
It's
in
Whit
Arizona,
Johnson.
and we
He might as
spoke
well
to
be
the
called White
Secretary of
Johnson.
State not long ago, and she told us that they expect things to run pretty smoothly here on election night. They hope to release the first chunk of
Do you think it
results
was?
an hour from now after
And then-
the polls close. They've been counting ballots in this state for 2 weeks already. The early vote, a big part of the story here, an estimated.
You know this crazy shit that's going on in
85%
Europe,
of
all the
ballots cast came
extremists
from early voters.
killing
Of
people.
course, Democrats think
Have
they
you
have
noticed
the
they're
edge in the
staying in
early
Europe?
vote. The
They're
Trump
not even
campaign
stepping
thinks
foot in
that
America
they've
and doing
got the
crazy shit like
edge
that.
on the votes that
You
will come
can't
out
fly.
today.
They're in
No,
Europe because
but
they're
this
getting
is
food from Turkey.
No, but
They're
extremists
jihadists.
already in America. I'm sure they're
No, but in Europe, there's like 300,000. Erdogan was saying last month he has 300,000 jihadists and he's going to unleash them on Europe whenever he wants.
Back to 1948 and Harry
God damn.
Truman. But it's
What?
turning into a true
That guy's
battleground
crazy,
state.
bro. He's a
They're
super
but
villain.
yeah, but this is Europe's fault. They let him
Yes.
get big and they're scared. They should have
No,
offed him
but
a
like,
long time ago.
But if this happened right now, today in America, oh,
Trump would have killed
Who
whoever's
that
responsible.
Who that
Yeah.
He would have won.
Yeah.
He would have won. He should applaud it for it to happen. Fake it.
No, he should have said, "You want the same thing that happened in Vienna."
Describe themselves as independents.
It's
and
true.
That's something that we're going to watch here tonight
Fucking
as we
Trudeau.
start to get results. George.
Motherfucker selling.
Thanks very much for
Scared.
getting more results.
Selling us
Now
out,
we can
yeah.
project that Joe Biden is going to win the state of
Bro, when Germany and France get to
Connecticut,
like agree on something,
Connecticut.
He's from, right?
George
No, he's from,
Stephanopoulos. He keeps lying about where he's from.
Pennsylvania.
He keeps lying.
He's from Scranton.
He's had, he's had 3 different origin stories in the same debate.
He's from Scranton.
They keep remaking his origins.
The reboot, the remake.
Yeah, they keep rebooting him.
You know what I finally just saw?
Hey, George, yeah. Hey, George, yeah. So, Minnesota really has
Why do they keep fucking up like that?
Second-tier
Never
battleground
forget.
state. Trump losing Minnesota by just 45,000 votes last time. That's less than 2% of the vote. So both campaigns have been spending a lot of
South
time
Dakota,
here
Trump,
in this state,
70%.
both here just on Friday.
Where?
Because
South Dakota.
They really feel that these 10 electoral votes could go in any direction. Now, let's be clear. The state of Minnesota has not selected a Republican for president in about half a century. But
This guy
year
looks
things
like
are
a
little bit
child.
different. You can see this mural behind me here. You can see that's
This
a
guy
picture
looks
of
like
George
that,
Floyd. There are murals like this across the
that
country. What
meme.
happened
But
here in May
Which one?
But here's the thing I don't understand. You see, they're bringing this up again. This was very wrong, and I didn't talk about it enough. They're saying, look at the mural behind us. It's inspiring people so that they don't vote Trump in. But Trump had no. Trump's not a police officer. He had nothing to do with that. Whether he was president or not, that cop would have did what he did. It
He
had
can't go
nothing
to the cops and put them to jail. He can't
No,
do
it's
that.
not just that he can't do it. I mean, he wasn't in the cop's body. Like they're just blaming the person who's in charge of the country at the time, but Trump's not in charge of me. Like you know what I'm saying?
Trump's
It's crazy.
people are against it. That's why. So they put him together.
Trump, that doesn't make sense.
It's like Republicans. A lot of them are like,
No,
yeah.
it's a blue state.
The reason why they blame him
Hold
is
on, it had nothing to do with Republicans. It's a blue state. It had nothing to do with
No,
Republicans.
I'm talking about George Floyd.
No,
How
yeah,
they're
George
saying-
Floyd. It was a blue state.
Yes.
So what does that have to do with Trump? It's completely not Trump.
I think they want to blame him because he came out and supported
That's
law
what I mean,
enforcement.
like, he
But
didn't-
he only supported law enforcement
We
when
need
they
law
started
enforcement,
breaking
bro.
down and burning down the precincts. He
Yeah.
didn't say before they did a good job. He said the poor guy got killed. Remember he said it's a poor thing that happened, but we can't ruin it all because a few bad apples. We can't ruin everything.
Yeah, no, I get. But what I'm trying to say is, people they'll see that, they'll see him say that, and they'll just associate.
No, but even before, I'm saying is they burnt the place. They went on the
Oh,
onslaught. from the
yeah, you're
beginning,
right,
and
you're
then Black
right,
Lives
you're
Matter
right,
started
yeah.
saying that it's his fault. But how is it his fault? He's the host of The Apprentice.
And there was suspicious stuff also. Let's not forget, they were placing bricks out and shit. You know what I mean? There were
Antifa,
That's
yeah.
exactly right, George. So it's been sort
Love
of
Antifa.
complicated.
What's going on here with
in,
Deborah Roberts?
Wisconsin. But I have to tell you, if there's a state
Deborah.
that's going to cause
So
a
I
little
said.
bit of heartburn tonight, it will be Wisconsin, and that is because of absentee and mail-in votes.
She's the only
Usually
goddamn
about
professional we've
6% of
fucking
the
seen
votes
so
would
far.
actually be handled that way. This time, about 60% of the votes, George, were done early, absentee, mail-in, and that means about
She's the only
2
genuine
million
human
votes
being
now
we've
have
seen.
to be handled. And unlike Georgia, which got a chance to prep some of those votes a little bit early, Wisconsin had to wait until this morning, 7 a.m. So they just got started processing all of those votes this morning. The Election Commission folks tell us it's probably going to be a late evening, but that does not mean that there are going to be problems. They are going to be working very hard. And as you said, the big problem is COVID. I mean, this state is getting slammed by the coronavirus. Almost 6,000 new cases, 52 deaths today. It is a big problem, and it is an issue
Yesterday
that has
in
been
America,
hovering over the
100,000
state.
I just wanna hear what
For
she's
that
saying.
reason, a lot of people are just sending their votes in. We saw a woman dropping her ballot off this afternoon. The polls just closed, so they're going to be processing those votes overnight. And in Milwaukee, for instance, there are poll watchers there. Each party got 15 people standing around watching all of those votes as they come in. But they, so far, so good. The weather has been good. 2 weeks ago, there was snow. Today, there was
I'm
sunshine.
sure
So at
like
the very least, things
Trump
seem to
and,
be
and
moving
Biden,
fairly
they're sitting there watching.
smoothly here in
Biden's just
Wisconsin,
like
but it may be a long night.
lost,
George?
doesn't know what the fuck is going on,
Thanks very
and Trump's
much.
just
We're
like,
hearing now that we can project the state of South
You had
Dakota
nothing to add. You
for
just
Donald
started
Trump.
talking.
Again, not a
Okay.
surprise right there.
Let's
South
see.
Dakota
Oh, yeah,
will
like you
go,
said, South
to
Dakota.
Donald Trump tonight. So seeing the red states are
said.
filling in red, the blue states are filling in blue. All the battlegrounds still in play. One of the biggest ones right now, Ohio, the state of Ohio, 55% of the vote in.
I did
Tom,
not
it's getting a little
expect Trump to
closer
take
now.
Ohio.
story is
So
developing in Ohio.
for
Let's
me,
take a
the
closer
shock
look
is
right
Texas.
now
If he loses
at this
Texas.
state. George, I looked at the map as it is right now, and we're still waiting for some areas to come in, including Akron and some of the suburbs outside of Cleveland. But looking at the map right now, the way it looks, it actually resembles more 2012
In the States, is it electronic voting or is it
2016, and
like
that's good
pen and
news for
paper voting?
Democrats right now.
In the
A
States,
lot of the swing
their voting
counties that
system.
President Trump
Is it
won
pen and
4 years
paper or is it
ago,
like
they've
electronic?
swung back
They
for
used to
Joe
have
Biden.
electronic. I don't know.
One
I
county
think they
that
have
we're
both.
looking
Some
at
places
right
have
here, this is
electronic,
Delaware
but there's a
County, the
huge
suburbs
problem with
outside
electronic
of
Yeah,
voting.
it's easy to hack.
Fraud.
Republican
Yeah.
bastion. You can see President Trump won it
Or
4
you
years
click
ago.
one guy and
Look
the
at
other
these
name
numbers
gets
now.
clicked.
That's
We
what's
have
happening, yeah.
75% of the vote in. Joe Biden's doing really, really well. He's up, do the math here, 40. He's up 13% just in Delaware
This guy's
County.
Wait,
One thing I do wanna note,
53
we talked about this earlier,
and
whether
45,
it's a
that's not
red or blue
23%.
mirage. When we look at the early vote, Democrats are doing very well.
Wait, what did he
with
just
the
say?
early
Hold on,
vote.
am I
I didn't
going
catch
crazy?
that.
Top 60% to 40%, so 20 points right
He
there.
basically
But
said
from the
that's
momentum,
8%.
From the blue counties, from the big
What's
cities,
80%?
Joe Biden is winning where he needs to be.
8.
Okay,
It's
Tom,
8%.
thanks very much to see Vega. As we've said, Ohio a must-win for the
Because
president.
he said he's
A
at 53 and
must-win
Trump's at
for
45.
President
Let me do the
George.
math here.
Our team is
That's
in
about
touch with
14%.
sources close to the president.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, we are hearing that the Trump
Jesus.
campaign is becoming increasingly
I don't like her.
worried right now about what they are seeing in that state. They are working here in the White
come?
House in these war
I don't know,
rooms
she
where
looks
they
like
are
a bitch.
watching these
So far,
returns
the
come
only
in, and
person
they
I've
are
liked is
becoming
Deborah, the
increasingly
one right
nervous
before.
about what they're seeing out of Ohio.
And the other
senior
one.
source
What
telling
was
our
the other
team
one
it's
with
much
the
closer
pretty face
than
and
it
the
should
pink
be.
glasses
They're
there?
Oh,
kicking
yeah, there's a
themselves,
couple of
frankly,
cuties.
for not having
Yeah.
gone there more. The Trump team did not hold any rallies in Ohio over 2020 compared to holding 5 in Pennsylvania just this past weekend alone. They had to cut
Look how
ad
fucking old they
spending
are,
there
bro.
in the final weeks because
Both of
this
them are in their
cash crunch
70s.
that they
Well, do
were
you want to
sa-
do
that
anything
they've
when
been
you're in your
facing in the
70s, bro?
campaign,
I just wanna
foregoing
chill.
millions
Especially
of
run a
dollars in
fucking
ads. And
country.
George,
But
you'll
but Trump
remember
doesn't
this
look like he's
is-
in his
is the
70s.
minor
I don't even
things
want to
that
run
we're
up. I don't
talking
even.
about,
Yeah, he
the
does.
things
They
that
all
we're
do.
What are you
talking
talking about? It looks like he's
One
in
point
his
out
80s.
I mean,
bro.
and I
Trump doesn't
can
look like he's in his
remember
80s.
this
No.
controversy
I mean-
from just a
Biden
few
looks like he's
months ago,
95.
where President Trump called
Trump
for a
Trump I'd say
ban
looks like he's in
on
his late
Goodyear,
60s, like
the
68. He looks a few
brand
years
Goodyear,
younger,
after
in
the
my
company
opinion.
he
Yeah, maybe
accused the
68,
company of
you know?
banning its employees
He has a
from
lot of,
wearing his MAGA gear.
like a lot of
Goodyear is based in Akron,
spunk.
Ohio.
Yeah,
There's a
vigor.
law,
As is
the
LeBron
age you have to be
James, and he's
to
been quite
become
active in
president,
this
there should be a law
campaign
where you
as
cannot
well.
be.
That's what I said.
president.
Repeatedly. You ever watching my fucking podcast?
I don't watch everything, bro.
This chick's.
You have too much stuff that come out.
Good.
It's good.
Yeah,
But
people get their money's worth.
It's true. I'm a.
They believe that what they were seeing
Hey,
on the ground
transporter.
showed that
Thank you.
this state state was
I got
able
my,
to play
uh,
that it was increasing
Got your
My
pin in the
keychain.
mail, your
that appears
keychain?
to
My
be,
pin.
Good stuff.
reflected in the
I feel like she can
numbers
suck a
we're
mean
seeing
dick.
so far tonight. Biden's
And a
team is
sticker of you. I'm like,
encouraged
where am I gonna put
very
the
much so
sticker?
by what
Where am I
they
gonna
are
put it?
seeing coming out
What?
so far.
The sticker
And I want to hit
of
on a
your
point that
face.
Tom was making
Wait,
about
where'd you put that?
suburban
I put it on my
women,
PC.
because in
So I see when I jerk off
preliminary
on it.
exit data, suburban women backed
I
Trump
help.
by
I come
9
on your face
points
sometimes.
in 2016, but tonight in this preliminary data, suburban women are
What did I wanna say?
narrowly backing Biden.
But you
That
know,
bodes
like
well for Biden's
in the
team,
States,
not
once people
just
reach that
in
age,
states like
it's a
Ohio,
problem. But
also in
Guido was
states
showing me a
like
video,
other
these
critical Midwestern
what's it called,
states like
blue
Michigan
zones.
and Wisconsin.
Like Icaria, Greece.
That's different.
He's talking about different stuff.
Their
bro.
diet, everything
It's
is
hard to have a
completely
it's hard to have a
different.
conversation with him. It's all over the
To
place.
the power of women voters who tonight could determine the outcome of this election. They
Oh,
were
God.
critical to delivering Donald Trump
Again,
to the White House. Women
divisive
voters
stuff.
tonight
If they're not race, now they're going gender. You heard that? No, forget American people anymore. Now it's women are gonna make the difference. Women are whatever is decided. Women did that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Everyone voted. Whoa, shit! What the fuck is that?
Is that a Jewish name? Radats.
That's not a good look.
She looks a bit like a lizard.
Yeah, that's a lizard.
Joe Biden.
She's gonna fucking save me money on car insurance, bro.
Just tell us what the promo code is.
And let me channel.
Back to the desert with you, lizard.
Cokie Roberts here for a minute, George. This is the centennial of the 19th Amendment.
Amendment.
In this country for 100
Are you
years,
making fun of her? The way she pronounced the word.
It's probably her split tongue. You know, she tried to.
to women, especially suburban women, which doesn't land very well with many of them. I'm also getting your husbands back to work. They want to get back to work, right? You know how many women are in the workforce. In 2019, 76 million women aged 16 and over were employed, George.
Martha Raddatz, you channeled Cokie well. We miss her tonight. David Muir, what do the exes say?
That's a
about
lot of
Ohio
kitchens
right now?
unattended for.
I wonder if we're going to come back to what Heidi
You're not good at
said
that, just-
earlier with President Trump sort of talking down the mail-in vote across this country in the weeks preceding the election. That
Well, it's
perhaps this is what we're
2020,
seeing
bro. Women don't
unfolding
know
in
how to
Ohio
cook.
tonight because the exit polling tells a different story. A lot
I
of the
spit
issues
fact,
that
bro.
Joe Biden sort of laid out, he said, you know, we got to take care of the virus first. The economy will come with it second. The
That's
Ohio
wrong.
exit polls show that they believe fix the
That's wrong.
economy, open the
Completely
country
wrong.
first before
Yeah.
the coronavirus. They
Thank you.
prefer Trump to Biden handling the economy. They prefer Trump to Biden handling
I
the
understand.
pandemic.
People are getting it and
So,
dying. I've
given
seen
what
it.
we're seeing in the
Yeah.
exit
Me and my
polls,
wife, we've
again,
seen. I've seen dead
one
bodies,
of the other trends that we're
like
also
20
seeing
a
is,
day getting
Donald
dragged.
Trump is
I
not
killed some of
underwater
those
with
people,
a
yeah.
vote
You
in
know,
Ohio.
I've
It's
seen
one of
it,
the strongest
you know.
showings tonight in the
But not all of
preliminary
us,
exit
huh?
polls so
You know,
far.
the
So this would show a portends a
economy is
good
more
night
important.
for
People are
President
like
Trump in Ohio. I
depressed,
do
killing
wonder
themselves.
if the get out the vote and the
Didn't WHO
early
just come out and
voting
say that
campaign
stop
by
the
Biden camp,
closures?
Yeah.
push
It's
for early
causing
vote is
more
actually
pain
helping there
and suffering than
significantly
Then
the
the
actual
cure.
viruses.
In the state of Ohio, 51-47 right now. Nate,
The virus
let's take
isn't
a
coming
look back
anytime
at your
soon. I don't
forecast
think
and
so.
show everybody what happens
Unless they already
if
had it ready to go.
Ohio
Oh, look at this
goes
guy.
from
All right.
red to blue if
you
Joe
touch him?
Biden happens
No,
to
I'm
win.
trying to not kick anyone.
Reporting live from his mother's basement.
In which case it's a more competitive race.
Look at the
But Biden countered
animation.
by winning Ohio.
Oh, that's
and that
interesting.
all of a sudden undoes those positive results for Trump. You'll see the numbers come up here.
Look at the-
Biden's gonna
they're
have
just
to wind
changing.
up here north of 99%.
Just making stuff
because
up.
If Trump loses Ohio, he's going to lose in all probability Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, which are bluer states, and that makes for a losing map for him most likely.
And that it really does show the importance right now because you came into the night showing Donald Trump with about a 10% chance. So even if you give him
This
those
guy's in his
three key
basement.
states we've been looking at, in
Yeah,
the
he looks like he
Southeast
hasn't
right
seen
now,
sunlight in a
Georgia,
while.
North Carolina,
So this guy's saying that
Florida,
Trump only
you
has a
flip Ohio and it
10%
turns
chance of winning.
everything around.
Biden has
So he has to
90%
win
chance of
both
winning.
Is that what he said?
He has to
Yeah.
win the southern path and hold the states that he flipped from Clinton in 2016 in the north. If he only does one, then it'll be close. It will not be a Biden landslide, but Biden would still be elected president.
It is so close right now. Nate Silver, thanks very much. We have to take another
I'm
quick break.
very curious. You see, it's stuff like that when it happens, it makes me want Trump to win. Just to see that basement dweller freak the fuck
You
out.
want to switch it to Fox?
Oh, look, Biden just took over. Look, 80-51.
Electoral. You want to switch
Yeah.
it to Fox and see what they have to say?
No,
No. Okay.
no. Because I don't care what they have to say. This is a numbers thing. I don't care about their opinions. I just keep it to ABC just because it's the...
Neutral? No, no. Neutral.
Yeah, none of them are neutral, but it's just the George Stephanopoulos. Everyone's doing Fox and CNN. I don't want to see them. Yeah.
Was Fox always this red, even when we were kids? I don't remember it.
No, it got. They both
But that's
got
Fox
very
News.
partisan. No, they both got partisan as the years went on. But what changed everything was 4 years ago when CNN took a hard stand and said, "Fuck it, we're just the mouthpiece of the Democrats." And then Fox like, you know what? Fuck that. Then we're the mouthpiece of the Republicans. And then
They
they
came
took
out of the
sides.
shadows, basically.
It wasn't came out of the shadows. It was because they're like I said, they're in bed with the old crew, which was the Clintons, the Bushes. They were all in bed with him, right? So what happens? This guy came in, and they're like, "This is a joke," and they all said, 1% chance of winning. The second he won and fucked them all over, they all got pissed at him, and then they doubled down. They were all furious because he wasn't supposed to win. He was completely. People are like, "Oh, he's a Republican." He's not even a real Republican.
He's not.
No, he's. That's why the old school Republicans and the Democrats hated him because he just
He
came
had a
out of
choice.
nowhere.
Okay, what are my odds of winning? Republican or Democrats?
Well, the thing
Let me go
is,
with
they were
Republicans.
setting Hillary up then, so they wouldn't have picked him over Hillary. The only reason why he ran is because Obama talked shit.
I know. Yeah. It's like
Oh, yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. He pulled a Michael Jordan.
Now it's on.
So essentially what happened was it was that dinner. Remember when they were making fun of Trump?
Yeah, yeah.
And Trump's just staring at Obama. He's
Okay,
like, all right,
okay.
I'm going to have your job in a year. And then that's what he did. He kicked him out of
He
his
did,
house, took
yeah.
his job. So, like, all jokes aside,
This is my house.
yeah, Trump pulled a Michael Jordan. Someone pissed him off. He held such a grudge that he beat him at the game of president of the free world. You know how crazy that is? That's
Yeah.
absurd, man. That's Jordan level shit. So now what I'm wondering is, let's say Biden wins. How many months before, whatever, social justice warriors are always going to feel like it's a victory, but how many months before regular people start seeing like their paychecks go down and everything, they start realizing that they made a mistake? And then what happens?
Unless they're like, oh, you know what, guys, we're gonna open everything.
Because then you know what
they
sucks.
do that. So like,
Because
ignore the
Biden's
fact that they
Biden,
lose
there's a
money.
good chance he doesn't make it 4 years. There's a good chance he dies. So
True.
then Kamala Harris would take over.
And I don't fucking like her.
Oh
bro.
no, but she's a
She's the
piece of
worst.
garbage. So if
She's a
she's the
piece of
president,
garbage.
you are fucked, bro. Weed doesn't matter what you do, you're going to jail.
Bro, their vice president is someone who hid evidence
Yeah,
for
That-
people who were not guilty.
yeah. To keep them in jail, so
Keep
she
them in
doesn't,
jail,
so
so
she
she
doesn't
doesn't
get a
look bad.
loss on her record.
It's like a surgeon who doesn't want to take an old person because they don't want their fucking kill death ratio to go.
Yeah.
To go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
It's
she,
fucking
yeah,
dirty,
her
bro.
doing
I
that.
was surprised. She,
yeah, she's a piece of garbage.
I thought it was gonna be okay. Maybe it's gonna be Bernie. You know, not she's
Nah,
a fucking
Bernie.
scumbag.
Holy shit,
That's
another
a
alien.
fucking lizard.
Oh my god.
He's right on the issues, and he's done
Keep an eye on the eyes,
job
bro.
with the Hispanic vote. You, can
You
look at-
shifty
You see
reptile.
that, bro? You see
That
that?
is a lizard.
Look at his,
David Icke
look at
was
the
right.
pupils, bro.
Look at his
the
pupils. That's
bro.
a lizard.
God damn.
Look at that.
That or he's high on something,
That's
bro.
Cornelius L. Resortius. He's a lizard from outer space, bro.
Second division.
Second Division Battalion of the Moon Force.
Well, he was able to pull away.
Oh, did you see that? They found like a pocket of water on the
Look
moon.
at him, bro.
So far.
Sorry.
Look at him. Look at that lizard, bro.
Oh my god.
He looks like a Goomba from that live action.
Yeah,
Mario.
he's from the live action Mario Brothers movie.
And Joe Biden's talked about the biggest tax increase in the history of the country. That doesn't go well. We like our law enforcement. We're at a 49-year low crime rate. The Democrats' defunding the police didn't help Joe Biden. The economy is really important to Floridians, and Donald Trump is in a better position on that.
Is it
And
just
again,
us, or is the stream? His eyes are.
No, his eyes are fucked up. It's not just us. His eyes are fucked up.
Yeah, that's so weird.
It's scary.
It's trippy to look at.
It's helping Trump a whole bunch in this state. I thought he'd have a big win. I put up an ad for him to get the vote out. They got the vote out today to make sure he's going to have a big win.
Senator Scott, thanks very much for your time. We can now project.
I will now
Joe
go
Biden
eat
is in
pigeons.
The state of Colorado, and it's 9 electoral votes.
Oh.
Matt Gutman is there in Denver, Colorado.
Obviously.
Matt, what do you make of it?
Hey, George, not a very big surprise
It's
here.
weird actually that Colorado voted for him. You know why?
Why?
Let's vote in Kamala Harris. Colorado's all about weed. Let's vote in a
Yeah.
woman who will put us all in jail. I'm telling you, people aren't voting smart.
Yeah. Either that or
Look
something.
at this
They're voting
fucking
with him.
idiot.
Give you a sense
They're
of where
voting
we
with
are.
emotion.
This is the polling station here in Denver, and what you're looking at looks like watching the paint dry.
Oh, today I
It
went to the
looks
bank.
boring, but all of these people
Act busy.
are working within
Pretend
the
like
system
you're
to count
working.
the ballots. It's incredible the tenderness with which they
Imagine-
Yeah, it
What
looks
is this guy
incredible.
doing? What
yeah.
does this guy do? He's-
What is that guy doing? Yeah, incredible. Look,
It's the same paper.
that guy's throwing out votes, bro. That guy's throwing out votes that don't agree with him.
Imagine he goes haywire and just starts ripping them.
You literally just, videoed someone who didn't do his job. He's like,
Thanks very
nope.
much. 9 states for Joe Biden, 7 for Donald Trump, 89 to 51.
How do you get those jobs?
We'll be right
Huh?
back.
How do you get like? I'm gonna go count ballots. Can I please have that job, please?
Yeah.
How does? Where do you go apply?
Government job.
I don't think so. It's a random government worker.
That is the way.
You know this is no place.
Good.
You're
Sit
getting up
up.
and down, bro. Squats.
I was thinking if I should stream my Pro Evolution Soccer.
Tonight?
I just started a new season.
Could we play a season together?
I don't want to play a season with you. I play my own season. I do my trades, everything.
No, but like, could we like just like in the same team?
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm in
No,
charge.
Just one game in and out. Not
Oh, you want to play
not
a
the
game?
whole season.
Oh yeah,
Not-
okay. Yeah.
Maybe if I ever become good one day. I remember I bought it was on PS2, and I returned it the next day because I'm like, this is not fun. He just keeps beating me.
What game?
It was with you, bro.
Oh.
Or it was early PS3 days.
Yeah, you can't
They're
play
like, buy
against
it,
me, yeah.
buy it. They're like, we're gonna play online, me and you. I'm like, okay, let's play online. I'm like a 10-1.
Yeah,
10-0. I'm like, bro, it's not fun.
I'm very good. I'm too good.
Bro, sometimes he's texting and he scores.
Yeah, sometimes I'm texting and I beat the shit out of him. Yeah, and he's like, "What the fuck?" with one hand.
Do you still play sitting? No, you know.
No, but sometimes I could just play with one hand if I'm playing someone. I would have been better if I had time to practice, but I used to be very good at that game. I was one of the best in the world.
What game were you the best in? Like, very good at?
I was very good at fighting games, but I played.
See, I was never good at fighting games.
Yeah.
Me neither. It's like playing chess. I have no time to fucking learn everything.
No, chess I was good at. I love chess.
No, but it's like you have to know what the guy's gonna predict what he does before you.
Yeah. So I was very good at fighting games. I'm no longer good at fighting games. I haven't played properly a fighting game in forever.
Well,
I used to be obsessed with the Dragon Ball Z fighting
Holy
games.
shit, this shifted.
The Budokai?
Your homeboy Trump is getting fucking manhandled right now. They're steamrolling him, bro.
Me was Guitar Hero. Remember the Guitar Hero days? Remember the basement days?
Oh, I think it's because New York was official. Because New York is fucking 29.
I had an obsession with RPGs.
Really? What kind?
All of them. World of Warcraft, at some point, I went through an obsession.
That's an MMO RPG.
Yeah, but I mean RPGs in general, whether MMO or
Fantasy?
not. No, I never got into Final Fantasy. It was
Kingdom
more.
Kingdom Hearts?
Kingdom Hearts, I played like crazy. Fuck, I have the third one at home. I gotta start it. What else? Oh, I was weirdly obsessed with the Third Age. Lord of the Rings, the Third Age.
On PS2?
PS2. I was so.
Two Towers.
Two
Towers?
Towers, Third
with people?
Return of the King also. Yeah,
Those were fun. Those need remakes.
Yeah, me, Legacy, and Tio.
Me and Tio used to play when we were younger. Yeah.
Hours on the PS2 at Tio's place.
Yeah.
Yeah, hours. Obsessed.
Me was the PS2, the Two Tower. Tio used to come over. I think we beat the game in one sitting. We closed the door and we're just like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, those games were fun. And then, the Third Age, I think I beat that game numerous times.
Apparently there's a new one coming out. Like a new Lord of the Ring game. In that style. It's gonna happen.
Don't play with my heart
You
like that.
know what I found out? Okay, remember Fellowship, Pantelis?
Yeah.
Do you know why Sam always calls him Mr. Frodo?
Who?
Eh?
Sam, your wife?
No, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship.
Oh.
Okay, we're talking about Lord of the Rings. You know why Sam would always call him Mr. Frodo?
No.
When Bilbo left and gave him the ring, 50 years passed. But because he had the ring, he never aged. But everyone around him aged. And then Gandalf came. But they don't do that in the movie. But in the books, it's specific. That's why they're always like, Mr. Frodo, Mr. Frodo. Because he's fucking like 50 years older than him.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's why, bro, because they all look like their buddies. They're all drinking, it shows. But for real, he's like the elder. And they're like just hanging out with him. Crazy,
There's
right?
the Lord of the Rings Golem coming out.
Yes, Golem. You play as Golem.
Gollum.
I'm not
You
into
play as
that.
your shadow, bro.
Golem.
It's gonna be like a stealth game. I never liked
I
stealth
didn't like
games.
the Shadow of Mordor, did you? It's free next month, by the way. The second one?
On PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh, I bought it on PC, but it's not powerful enough, my PC, to run it properly.
You said you were going to build one.
So, Poseidon, this is crazy. Your boy's
getting steamrolled.
Oh, he's catching up in Texas though.
Not at my town. That's weird. Look at that. Michigan. People who want to go back to work. Smart.
Oh shit, yeah,
Smart.
Michigan, they want to go back to work, yeah.
He didn't really push that as much, Trump. You know?
Maine, okay, so things are shifting. But let's see if he wins, then he'll get those points.
Well, 2 minutes and polls are closed. So now the numbers are going to come in.
In 2 minutes, the polls close, and then we got to start tallying them votes. Poseidon, which is going to take another hour and a half.
God damn.
Do they double check? Let's say you're counting, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to have, it's a lineup of people. You just hope people aren't getting together and cheating.
Oh, there's supposed to be a new MMO also of Lord of the Rings.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
Oh my
Senate
God.
at this hour.
This is epic music.
Amazon is making it. It's so weird.
What's it called? Amazon? No. Amazon doesn't make games.
Amazon is, I think, publishing it. Amazon and Athlon. Yeah, Amazon is publishing it, and then Athlon is making it.
ABC News, straightforward. Good Morning America tomorrow morning.
Is this commercials? Yeah.
Is this commercial, Kevin?
No, but that's their commercial. That's not ads.
It's their commercial. Fuck their commercials, bro. ABC needs commercials. Fuck out of here.
So it's free for the month of November, you said? I'm going to download it
Yeah.
on
Shadow
PS4.
Mordor 2.
And I'm going to
Second
play
one.
it.
I didn't really like him. I
So
didn't care for them.
Nathan, I'm 13 and I'm worried about how this affected me. Nathan, you're 13. Go to bed, Nathan. This is stupid
some Fortnite and go to
stress.
bed.
Yeah, this is stress that you're putting yourself under for no reason. You don't need to stress yourself. These are old dummies going at it. And don't worry about what they're telling you, the panic if Trump wins. Don't worry. First of all, for your
You're
family.
not working, so who cares?
Yeah, you're not working. It's better so your family has money. It's better if Trump wins. The rest is nonsense. But either way, it won't change much.
What would you be doing if you were in high school right now and school was closed? What would you?
I have no idea.
16.
Because you have to talk about back then. Back then, we'd be out more.
It would be amazing.
We'd be out more. But yeah, Nathan, don't stress yourself. And if Biden wins, he's gonna shut down the country. Yeah, Nathan, don't stress yourself with this. If you're 13, you don't need this stress. Don't worry. You just stay inside if they riot, but don't stress. The problem with people, Nathan, you're gonna learn as you grow up. They're mostly stupid. So people are gonna find reasons to riot, set fires, get angry. No matter what, they're gonna find a reason.
The older you get, you realize how
Stupid
are
people
just
are.
retarded.
Yeah,
Like,
adults
why
are mostly dumb.
They're retarded. They
Because
don't know what they're
we're
doing.
all always kids.
Of North Dakota.
People
With
just don't
jobs.
admit it.
Picked up
Yeah.
2 more states there.
I'm
going to
be a child until the day I die.
89 electoral votes for Joe Biden, 63.
But the
for
good thing is,
Donald
if Trump wins and there's riots, is that then
right
he's
now,
in
let's
charge.
pull
He's
up
not
the
trying to
state
get
of
reelected. He
Virginia,
could just
take a
send
look
in
at what we're seeing
the
here.
National Guard and the
In the
army.
state of
Be
Virginia,
like, all right, this ends here.
Right now, Tom Yamas, we're
What are you
still
gonna do?
seeing,
Not vote for me?
Donald Trump with a large lead, but only 41% of the expected vote in.
This is hot for you guys.
Long term, if there's going to be problems, Nathan. Yeah, it's a little. You can open it up. If you close the door. Nathan, long term, it's going to go back to normal. It's the short term that there's going to be some turmoil. Couple of months. Long term, stuff's going to get back to normal.
DC, this area right here, you have Alexandria, Fairfax, Arlington. These are areas where Democrats need
But you
to
know
run
what
up the
sucks
score,
though,
and that's how they end
is
up
that
winning the state.
the Republicans are the only ones working with for that platinum plan for Black America. So what sucks is that if the Democrats win, they're gonna set back Black America a couple of years. They're gonna do nothing again for 4 years and not help. And then Black Americans are gonna be back where they were. So that's the shitty thing. Is I think they're the ones who are gonna eat it the most.
Right now, all we have is at 57%.
Simon, close the door if you're gonna open the AC.
We don't see who's on top right now, George.
Okay, Tom Yamas, thanks very much. Let's bring in Senator Tim Kaine. Tim, we were just hearing from Tom Yamas, so it shows we don't have a lot of the vote in. I take it you're feeling a bit more confident about your state?
Yeah, George, the AP called Virginia at 736 because of the early
Would you ever run?
totals are so
Nah, I don't want to run
About
ever.
70%
Like when you're like in your late 40s.
totals got cast early, and we know who those voters are.
I don't know. It
Just by way
seems
of
stressful and
the AP
seems like it's just a bunch of
called
assholes.
Virginia at,
Become prime minister, bro.
11 o'clock
Try.
in 2008, at 1 a.m. in 2012, and at 10:30 in 2016. So, calling
Nathan, don't be
Virginia
scared. Just
3
don't go
hours
out if there's
earlier,
riots and stuff like that. But
suggests
you know,
very,
after a
very
while,
strong
things
night
will
in Virginia.
go back to normal. People will be very tense in the beginning, but no matter what the result is, you know, you'll get used to it after a while.
Suburban, we think that also probably
It's the free world. We got to be civilized. You know, somebody wins, they won. Move forward. Work together as a country.
Georgia, Philly,
Be the change you want to see in people.
we feel
Yeah,
really
Texas
good
is
Virginia.
tight.
We hope it sends a message and is an indicator
72% are voting in Texas.
What feels
It's a big
different to you
percentage.
this time around?
I mean, the tremendous surge of early vote. I mean, that shows.
Oh yeah, I feel better now.
Wisconsin, 3% to vote in. It's only 3% of the state is voting.
That's it?
That's dirty, bro.
That's crazy.
That's what they're predicting.
We know who the early voters are. We
Look,
don't know
right there.
how they voted, but if a Tim Kaine votes early, we can see, well, Tim Kaine is only voted.
Nationwide, only 30%, bro.
Nationwide, 30%.
That's
I thought
nothing.
this was the highest turnout. It was going to be like in the 50s.
Often
No, don't work
a little
out.
bit later, even if it comes in early.
I can't pull it off. I wish, bro. It would be easy. Just put a cap.
Do I have big
We
ears?
have long hair. We can't do it.
4 years ago. And then states that are battlegrounds.
Florida, 93% to vote in.
Georgia,
Oh, really?
Arizona,
Florida's
Texas,
impressed.
for God's
Florida,
sake.
yeah, doesn't.
We are competitive
fuck
in
around.
states where it's very, very tough.
So you're feeling good about the whole night, not just your state?
Yes, absolutely.
Senator Kaine, thanks very much for your time tonight. We can project now the state of South Carolina is going to go to Donald Trump. South Carolina, strong red state. Donald Trump won it 4 years ago. He is going to win it again tonight. Janae Norman is in South Carolina.
Yeah, hey, George, we expected this. This is a state that hasn't voted for a Democrat for president since 1976. President Trump's support has remained steady, and exit polls showing that the president approval rating is about 55%. But one thing that we're watching big here is, of course, the Senate race here.
Where
is
is she?
Battle, and Republicans are on defense. Few places is that more true than here in South Carolina. Think about this. Lindsey Graham, he is a household name, a 17-year incumbent in a Republican stronghold. He was expected to easily win re-election a few months ago, but now he is in the fight of his political life. He has been on TV, forced to essentially beg for donations to try to beat Jamie Harrison. Jamie Harrison at one point raised more than $57 million in
Nothing,
just
I'll tell
over
you
3
later.
months. He is
It's not related to this.
that Democrats are hoping can help them flip some red seats blue. So that is what we're watching tonight here, George.
Okay, Janae, thanks very much. We can't project that yet, but you just heard that chime. That means we can project that in Colorado, the Senate race in Colorado, former Governor John Hickenlooper is going to defeat Cory Gardner, the incumbent Republican senator. So that is a pickup for the Democrats tonight in the Senate. John Hickenlooper has defeated.
Well, they're picking up senators.
John Carl. Magic numbers in the Senate: 3 if Biden wins for the Democrats, 4 if he doesn't.
Yeah, and this was probably their top target to pick up. Cory Gardner.
Stephanopoulos is excited. Look at him. He's going to come.
Closely to Donald Trump. Actually tried to avoid comment whenever there was
Jonathan
anything
Karl.
controversial.
I get
Hickenlooper,
mad when
the former
people
governor,
have
of
two
course,
first names.
briefly ran for president, recruited to run.
You know what I
for
mean?
this
His last
seat.
name is the first
No
name. His first
surprise
name is the
this
first
the
name. Jonathan
first
Karl.
They've gotta
Bobby.
pick up,
Yeah.
a few more.
Matt Gutman?
There's no such Greek version of that, eh? I don't think so.
Yeah, there is. Cypriots have a lot.
So, yeah.
Yeah, George Michael.
They're not Greek, though.
Yeah, they are. They're
So that's
Cypriot.
American, George. Man, like Yorgo Michali.
Yeah, that's Saucy's name too. Saucy's name is Michael too. His last name, yeah. They all have John. There's even Yanis.
No.
Yeah, they're all double named. Yeah.
That's funny.
This is
John.
a purple state that is
Oh,
leaning
JJ.
blue, George, and Cory Gardner didn't have much of a chance.
Again, bro,
to
he's
come
not doing
in,
nothing. Look at him.
towards the GOP
He's just
in the
flipping the
Senate.
pages
Yo, that
back
guy
and forth.
behind him is
In
bullshitting.
a state that we were saying is purple. leaning
Look at him. He's
blue.
just sitting there
It was
lazily. Look,
unlikely that he was gonna win this.
he only
Polls had favored
cuts it off and
Hickenlooper
puts it
all
in if
along,
it's
but this
someone he
is
likes.
one
Look, he's like,
state,
who's this?
possibly another in the Rocky Mountain region, Montana.
Fuck out of here with this. Look. All right, who do you vote? Nope. Look. He threw another one down. I told you. That guy's, there's voter fraud happening right in front of us live on ABC.
Right under our nose.
Everything seems safe here. There's
Oh,
a guy
FBI.
behind him cutting shit up.
Yeah, it was amazing how all of a sudden Cory
What was
Gardner
that laugh? Did you hear that? That was.
in the
Mary
heart
Bruce,
of
what
the
you laughing at,
in
girl?
those moments. Look, as John was saying, he was viewed as the
Mary
most
Bruce again,
vulnerable
bro.
Republican
She's-
tonight.
she's
There
pretty
are several
also.
others that Democrats are
Bro, you
keeping
would
a
smash
close
anything,
eye on,
bro,
and I have
okay?
to say, George, Republicans know that there is a very real risk that they could lose their Senate majority tonight. In addition to Colorado, which we now know the result in, they're keeping a very close eye on Arizona. They feel very strongly, Democrats do, that they have a chance to defeat Martha McSally in that race. They're also feeling optimistic about possibly Iowa, Maine, and North Carolina. The Senate race in Georgia is now looming as a very real possibility.
Every
with
time somebody
actually
says Georgia, I
two
sing in my head,
races there,
Georgia,
tonight, and both
Georgia.
Republican senators at risk there. Democrats can see that they are likely to lose a seat
Ooh,
in
Missouri.
Alabama, Doug Jones's seat. That means if you go back to the math here, if they lose that seat, they would then need to pick up 4 seats. Democrats would if Joe Biden wins, because in that instance, Kamala Harris would then become the tiebreaker as vice president. If Donald Trump wins, that means the Democrats would then have to pick up 5 seats if they do lose that race in Alabama.
Mary Bruce, thanks very much. Let's take a deeper dive now at the state of Pennsylvania. We've been calling.
Oh shit, North Carolina's way closer.
Of the night tonight, 19% of the expected.
Oh
votes
shit,
in right now.
Pennsylvania.
Joe Biden has a
This
large
is
lead
huge
at
for Trump to get, so he's not going to get it.
in Pennsylvania. We're going to be watching
You know,
tonight.
George, we were just looking at Pennsylvania a little closely, and the numbers are really all over the place. There's not really a narrative we can really talk about at this point. Look, for instance, I'll give you Scranton right
This
here.
guy with his pen.
Donald Trump is on
Lackawanna
top
County.
in Joe Biden's hometown, and he's overperforming there for Republicans. We go just south.
He's from
Lucerne County.
Scranton
This
and
is
he's losing.
Wilkes-Barre. This is the swing county that
Who?
Donald Trump won
Biden.
4 years ago.
He's losing in Scranton?
Yeah.
But again, only 12
They're like, no, we know this idiot. We're not voting for him.
Democrats really have to win Allegheny, Pittsburgh, you can see how high Joe Biden's there. That's the type of number Democrats want to make sure they can hold in Pennsylvania.
Allegheny. Oh, I like
Not
that
only in
name.
Pittsburgh, but also in Philadelphia. Let me open this up a little more as we get to Philadelphia and the suburbs.
Philly.
Oh my God.
I don't want people to have a freak out here. 93%. That's obviously incredible, but there's only 9% of the vote in at this moment. Let me squeeze this down a little bit. We'll look at one of the suburb counties, the exurb counties around Philadelphia, where Democrats have to run up the score. Look, Joe Biden's doing good, but again, George, it's so early. There's nothing really to pull.
Do we have anything from Erie County yet? And then I want to bring John in.
Yeah, Erie County, we have.
I'm showing you something, but I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what he just said.
Just by a
Ignore what I'm showing you right now.
Erie.
Swing counties that Obama won.
Oh, Florida.
Erie, bro.
John, it's neck and neck, but 4% in. 4% in.
But I've got to say, if you go back to the Philly suburbs, Montgomery County, Delaware County, you see Biden with nearly an 80-point lead. It's 16% of the vote in. What's really important here, though, George, is, as I understand it, almost all of the vote that has been counted are people that voted today on Election Day. You know, Pennsylvania didn't start counting
in those collar counties of Philadelphia.
In those colored counties,
this is
okay.
day of voting. So
Keep
they
saying
still have to
racist
count
shit, Stephanopoulos.
all of the mail-in vote. They didn't start opening the envelopes until today. That's going to take a long time. It's actually going to take several days. That mail-in vote is expected
comedians in here just
to calm shit down.
Just to calm shit down.
Heavily towards Joe Biden. So I think it's interesting. It's still a small amount, no doubt, but I think that it's interesting already in the suburbs of Philadelphia.
Those used to be swing areas. Now they're trending deep blue.
I mean, early indication, again, 16, 17% of the expected vote in, but it's day of vote.
We have some exit polls from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you know, Pennsylvania, when you compare it to Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania actually in the exit polls showed Donald Trump's worst performance so far tonight when it comes to his approval rating. Let's dive in here and see.
You know what I've noticed? Every time they talk about Trump, they're saying how bad he's doing. They're always focusing on the negative, and Biden always on the positive, how well he's doing.
Obviously. Well, you know,
Go watch Fox if you want.
Yeah, it's very partisan. Yeah.
That's how it is.
52% disapproving of Donald Trump and his performance. Whether or not to contain
His job
the pandemic
performance
first or rebuild the economy, you can see overwhelmingly they say we've got to take care of this coronavirus in the U.S.
Coronavirus.
They say that Joe Biden is going to handle that. When you look at the economy, Donald Trump and Joe Biden neck and neck in Pennsylvania. The most important issue.
I hope we really do something about this fucking coronavirus thing, bro. I feel bad. People losing their grandparents.
It's interesting. Let's look at independence.
Sam sees it, bro, firsthand.
Yeah, people just dying. It fucking sucks, bro.
Like when people say it's fake, she's like, guys,
no, it's not
I
fake.
see it.
It's not fake. It's just not as lethal to everyone.
That's the concerning thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, type A blood type is less chance to get it.
And I do think, though.
Oh, there's Chris Christie. Took a break from eating a gyro.
But there's underperformance in Philadelphia, even though those numbers don't indicate it.
You think they have to put makeup under here?
In his in his chin.
They can turn out their day of vote in a way that's going to make it very close. No one's
From
predicting a
Phantom
win
Menace.
there yet.
The king of the Jar Jar people.
Oh, I don't know.
Promoting a loss yet either.
Remember that?
Yeah, Phantom Menace was the first one, no?
The first one,
No, I remember. That was a long time ago.
On Pennsylvania than any other state.
There's no doubt about it. And the vice president, as you remember in your town hall, when
And tells bro, why are you so mean to Poseidon? It makes me uncomfortable. We weren't talking about Poseidon. We were talking about Chris Christie.
Who was this asshole, Natasha?
You look at the Ohio number, you look at Pennsylvania numbers, they're early, but there are trend lines where Joe Biden is outperforming in the suburbs. He's outperforming among working class, and he's also outperforming in the rural areas. Even though you
eating
don't
a
count it,
gyro.
just
Why did they mean to
minimizing the losses is doing well. So
I
he's
did eat
doing
gyro
really
today.
in those areas well. The vote total, in the sense of how many people show up in those suburbs versus working industrial areas versus urban.
Ramen Mano,
is
oh
gonna
my
be
God,
really
bro.
interesting, because I think the urban areas may not be.
This guy's missing his
The
middle
urban
finger, by the way.
areas. Urban areas. That's what they're calling them. Jesus Christ. Bro, I like how they're all opening.
He's missing his middle finger, by the way. Did you notice that?
Who?
The guy.
We see that we're seeing a lot of, particularly
The Chinese
in Ohio,
army do that.
Hamilton
They
County,
cut their pinky
Cuyahoga
toes,
County,
their
Franklin
pinkies.
County.
Natasha, you haven't been around long enough if you don't know why I yell at Poseidon, but trust me, there's no one better to Poseidon than me.
And so I think we'll just have to wait and see.
This is
Some
straight
of
up
those
facts.
places like
Yeah.
Cuyahoga, for
What
instance,
were you talking
we're
about?
still in line.
Was it China that they used to in the military cut their pinkies off?
No, the Yakuza does
Yeah,
that.
the Yakuza.
The Yakuza.
Yeah.
Sarah Fagan.
Sarah Fagan.
Speaking of the Yakuza, there's a new game coming out.
I think it's not new.
Dragon something.
I think it's an update. It's not a new game.
Oh,
I don't think so.
I got the Yakuza Kiwami game.
Well, I want to hear this chick's voice.
Headway. You know, whether he wins it or not, we'll see.
Yeah, just as annoying as I
Pennsylvania
expected.
to me
Yeah.
is the best case of the
Calm
mirage,
down,
the
Karen.
red and blue mirage. We don't know whether these are early votes, whether these are absentee votes, whether they're day of
What does
votes
absentee
yet.
votes
And
mean?
so,
Like you
know,
can't
I
be
will go
there,
back to
so you're
something
voting
Silver
from
said.
a
It's been
distance.
repeating over and over tonight.
And how's that
Wait
work?
till
You go to the
an entire
embassy?
jurisdiction is in
Depends.
before you get
I
to
have
My
no
dad
idea.
went to the embassy in.
I asked one of my buddies in the Philippines today because he's American, but he told me, yeah, he goes, I can vote from here. He goes, but I didn't because I'm from California, so it's gonna, I won't change anything if I vote.
Avoid talking about politics amongst
My
their
dad had to go to Ottawa
non-votes,
to
but
vote
this year,
in the Turkish election.
That just wasn't possible.
'Cause he's
because
technically
so
not a
many
citizen of Canada
of the
after all these
things that
years.
are
He
very
voted for did he vote for Erdogan?
I don't know.
You find out who he voted for. If he voted for Erdogan, bro, he's dead to us.
In their text chains, you can
But
see
the-
what some of those things are.
my
They're
mom's
calling
watching.
Oh my God.
masking
What?
their
Sorry, go
children.
on,
My
go
mom's
on.
watching
Virtual
Greek
learning.
news. My dad's
Are you
watching
sending
Turkish
your
news.
kid back to school? Should we go on vacation this summer? Those were all the discussions that they were having.
like her
And
eyes.
A lot of these moms telling me that, you know, previously in other elections,
Previously.
they weren't really that plugged in. They've maybe voted in a presidential election prior, but this year they thought it was very important to vote. George?
It's unbelievable how the Turkish news lies.
Oh yeah, I know. They
They're-
just
it's face to face in my house. One side of the house is Greek news and then Turkish news, and they come out of the kitchen and bedroom and they yell at each other. Like this was they're just yelling at each other. What they're each news
yeah,
is
no,
saying. Your news
of
is
course,
fake.
yeah. Erdogan is controlling the media. It's
So
super
again, I'm
fake.
gonna make things a bit more suspenseful. Give Donald Trump Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, but then if you give Biden
Pennsylvania.
it's going to show as the numbers going up. We'll see where it calculates here in a second. It's not quite the same as Ohio.
The
because
King
it's
of the
a
Hill
bit of a
characters.
more purple state. But you see Biden's up to 91%.
Eight
despite losing the
in
South.
100.
If he wins back
Propane and
Pennsylvania,
propane
he has to hold
accessories.
Wisconsin
So
and
that's
Michigan,
really interesting. It kind of brings you back to where you were at the beginning.
That was
of
a
the
great
night.
show.
It narrows the range, right? If Biden wins Pennsylvania,
By the
he's
way,
not
I
gonna
like
fall
that
off from the
Steph's
Midwest.
comment.
He's also not going to have any type of landslide victory. But it would bring the probability back. It would mean that you have a close election where Biden is favored, but it's this kind of wide range of possible outcomes.
Chris?
Just heard from Republican leadership in Ohio that Trump has now pulled ahead in Ohio and that they believe Trump will win between 1.5 and 2 points.
Right now, we're seeing
Trump pulled ahead in Ohio,
Right now,
what?
64% of the expected vote in. Joe Biden just ahead by a little bit, but you're saying you're getting that from your sources right now. They're looking at the vote that is they're still
Yo,
waiting
that-
on,
yo,
and they believe
this
at
is
least,
funny.
We're not ready to say that. They believe that Donald Trump will win the state of Ohio. Have to take another quick break. We'll be right back.
Oh, he's gonna go to 88 if that happens. Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, Trump might still have a couple of aces up his sleeve if he continues like this.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Did you start Mandalorian?
I'm getting.
I did the first season.
I didn't start the second one yet.
I'm
Apparently
getting tired
shit
of
goes down.
standing and sitting.
Bro, relax, bro. You're 2 feet, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the standing up and sitting.
Your joints, bro.
No,
You're younger. You're the youngest person in here, bro.
it's the squatting. Oh my God, look at that! Did you see how he shot everyone?
I like what's her name, Gina Carano, the Mandalorian woman. I like her.
The MMA fighter.
Yeah, who plays the Mandalorian? I guess she plays the lady Mandalorian. No,
No. She's just a
she's just a warrior. Yeah, I saw the first season.
mercenary.
Yeah, mercenary. That's it. I saw the first season. I liked it.
I can see CJ goes. Do you remember when you gave me expired cream cheese?
Oh, I
think
remember
it was
that.
ice cream.
Yeah, that was good
I
times.
remember, yeah.
Really enjoy that.
That was disgusting, by the way. Like every time I say it and I remember it, I get the taste in my mouth.
You know why? You don't mind cream cheese. It's because your brain had this screw up moment.
Yeah.
Because it was expecting ice cream.
Yeah.
And then you tasted warm cream cheese and it fucked with you. Yeah, that chick's hot Mandalorian. You goddamn
Nothing
right.
Fest 2 gonna happen.
I don't know anymore now with all this shit. We had all kinds of plans with Mike to do all kinds of activities, but then COVID hit.
You guys,
Just for laughs, we missed. There's all kinds of stuff.
everyone
now.
missed just for laughs.
Yeah, I'm just saying we had plans for the year. I had to cancel my tour.
I remember.
Sucks.
It sucks for a lot of young comics, you know, who are just gonna be like, fuck, like screw it.
Yeah.
And when everything does reopen, it's just gonna be headliners and headliners.
Yeah, it sucks for me too because I had the tour ready. You know, and then they close the clubs too, so I can't make money.
But you know what's
touring,
good?
and I can't make
Once
money.
everything
here.
reopens, you know they're gonna be packed every day.
Yeah.
For the next 5 years at least.
Yeah, I just gotta survive that long.
But concerts aren't gonna be the same ever.
Concerts, no.
You know, moshing. It's
Well, it depends. I don't know. We'll see.
unless it disappears.
What
right?
is this? Kidnapping.
Didn't they have a deadlier pandemic? 19
Spanish flu.
Spanish flu, yeah. Wasn't it deadlier and stuff went back to normal after? After 2 years.
No, because people who got it died.
Yeah.
They didn't survive and then spread it. You get it, you died within.
Yeah, that was deadly.
Yeah.
That's what the plague survived. Whoever got it, they just stay away and burn you.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
They would set your body on fire.
Yeah.
You think that's what we're supposed to do?
If it wasn't for black cats, the plague would have been twice as damaging. Black cats went around and killed all the mice that were carrying it.
Pantelis making OnlyFans and ready to throw money at it.
Joe Biden has won 9 states, 89 electoral
Making
votes.
OnlyFans and
Donald
what?
Trump has won 10
So I could get
states
money
and
off
72
OnlyFans. Just
electoral
jerking
votes.
off
All
on
the big
camera.
swing states
It's just
still
a
in
bunch
play
of
right now.
you're
Let's
just
take a
doing a
look
bunch
at
of
our
low
latest
real
state
commercials.
of Georgia.
Yeah.
It's just you breaking the shit out of the
Just
sites.
beating him up.
16 electoral votes.
This is only for the
46%
fans.
And Donald Trump has a fairly sizable lead right now. Tom Yamas, what more can we say about where Georgia is right now?
Look, we can't stop talking about Georgia yet because it's still
this-
very early. And the reason
Is
why
it
I
just
say
me or
this is because
something
look
bugs
at
me about
Atlanta
this
right
guy?
Now, we're still waiting for a lot of the vote
Tom
to
Lamas.
come out of some of these huge counties where Democrats are going to run up the vote.
Again, why
Joe
two
Biden's
L's?
doing well in these
Huh?
counties around
Why
Atlanta
two
where
L's?
he's
Is
Llama.
that
He's
a
building on
grammatical?
Hillary Clinton's lead
No,
that
it's like
she
the
had
animal.
here. He's expanding
Llama.
the map even further.
Llama.
The problem for Joe Biden is at the red counties, President Trump's base, and this is something we're seeing throughout the country, at least in some of the big battleground states. President Trump's base
The battleground,
is showing
even
up
the
in
words
voting,
they use.
and a lot of this,
The
you see all
battleground
red around
states,
here,
the race
almost the
war,
same as
the black
2016.
belt. It's
Blue
all,
counties
they're
are the
just
same.
trying to fuck with
What we
people.
have to find out, what we have to figure
That's why we
out
see
is
code in the
what
back, too.
counties
The
at the end of the
before
night,
just
and the
the
Atlantic
colored
counties, if Joe Biden
counties.
can run up the score
Like,
there,
goddamn it,
he can
this is
tighten this up.
2020.
But
What are you
President
saying?
Trump has got to be happy with this number at this hour right now. But again, a lot of the vote out in Atlanta.
Lindsay Davis, what are you seeing in Georgia?
You know, Georgia is 6th overall when it comes to the total number of coronavirus cases in our country.
God damn,
I
I
think that one good image
really
is,
enjoy-
She's very, very good looking, but she's talking stupid.
I just really enjoy staring at her.
Came into contact
Is that
with
what you
somebody who
said?
tested positive on Friday, though it's worth noting that he also did take a rapid test and is subsequently tested negative. But look, we're seeing the same thing that we saw in North Carolina, where the 3 counties that are hardest hit by coronavirus, all are counties that voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016.
This is
But
useless
remember that
information.
Governor Kemp was criticized for trying to open up Georgia early, and he then had that lawsuit against Keisha Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta, when she
Oh, they're
implemented
showing
that
new cases
mask
now.
mandate, which he later dropped. But what's interesting is, black voters make up
8% positivity
of the
rate.
eligible, voting
That's it?
population in Georgia, and a lot has been said tonight about the black voters not turning up, and
Mexico,
I do
bro.
think that it's relevant to talk about
Better than the
the
old one.
disproportionate effect on black and brown communities. Of course, black people make up 13% of the population, but 20% of the COVID deaths, 1 out of 900 black people have died as a result of coronavirus.
Okay, Lindsay Davis,
Wait,
thanks very much. Let's
are
take
we
some- we don't
making
give a shit.
Corona a race thing now?
Right
We don't
now,
give a
not
shit.
expected to be a battleground this year, but it is close.
Oh, shit,
right now,
Texas.
with about
He took
76%
the lead, the
expected vote in.
cocksucker.
Donald Trump has about a 2-point lead over Joe Biden right now. Tom, what stands out?
What stands out for me, George, as I put Texas here in the middle of the map so we can see it a little bigger, absentee, basically neck and neck, George. Look at that right there. Democrats had to build a lead on
Neck
the
and
early
neck.
vote, especially in a state like Texas, but Republicans showed up early as well. and they voted there in
Georgia.
Texas. Look, a lot of red
Georgia.
counties. Texas has been Republican for a very long time. Jimmy Carter was the last Democrat to win this state. Some things that are good for Democrats are around the Dallas County suburb areas, and we'll show you why. So Fort Worth, which is usually a Republican stronghold, let me clear this out here. Tarrant County, 49%. It's neck and neck. President Trump won this by almost 10 points 4 years ago. We go a little bit higher here to Denton County. It's the same story. President Trump underperforming there. But here's something that's interesting. In Houston, Harris County, the biggest county so far, it's essentially the same race as it was 4 years ago. Harris County, Houston, is an area where the Democrats have to run up the score even more if they have any chance of winning in Texas, because you go to one of of these red counties, George, look at that. In East Texas, it's 3-1.
Holy
and it's like
shit.
that all across East Texas.
Matt Dowd is in Texas. Matt, it looks like John Cornyn is going to be returned as a Republican senator.
Oh, fuck.
From
This
Texas.
guy looks
So
like
in
a
the
thumb.
final days of his campaign, he started to break a little bit, uncharacteristic.
This is a cartoon
from
thumb.
President Trump.
I'm the forever alone finger.
The numbers in Texas and the changing nature. He's catching up
He
to the
doesn't
changing
sound like he
nature
looks.
of the state of
No,
Texas,
he
which,
sounds
as
like a
we talked
cartoon
about
bunny
earlier,
rabbit.
has gone from a solid red state.
It's a
to
salad,
now,
red
I
state,
think,
some
a
carrots.
solid
What
red
does
state.
that
I
fucking
think
mean,
in the end, Biden's going to get really close in this state. As I look at the numbers, very close, closer than any presidential candidate in 40 some odd years. But I don't think he's going to have enough. It's those last 2 or 3 points that are really hard. But he'll get
Really hard?
close. The other thing I'm going to say is
I like
played out
carrots.
in Florida is not playing out in Texas. So I think I'd counsel everybody to not interpret one place as meaning it's going to affect another place. The Hispanic vote here went really well for Joe Biden.
Don't talk
better
shit
than
about
Donald
Latinos, bro. I don't
Trump
appreciate
did
that.
here last time among the Hispanic vote. So I just
Besides, he's talking
counsel
shit about the hot
everybody
Latinos.
They're brown
one
people.
State, Florida,
He's calling them
may be
brown
about
people.
Florida, but it may
I'll
not necessarily be about
crush him.
others.
What are we seeing? Thank you, Matt, in the exit polls in Texas, David?
You know, similar to what Matt Dowd was saying, you know, some pretty decent exit polls for the president, though, who's looking at this, 55% approve. But to Matt's point on the Latino vote, which is significant, 59% went for Joe Biden. Though I'll
Goddamn, the
point
one with the
out that
pink
Hillary
glasses,
Clinton had 61%.
goddamn
She's a
smoke
broad,
show, eh?
yeah.
So Biden still has some room to grow there if he's going to match her numbers.
Okay, coming up on 10 p.m. in the East.
He's eating,
polls
bro.
are gonna close
What
in
was?
4
He's
minutes.
eating.
He's eating. Yeah, no shit. Chris, where'd you get that pizza from? What?
Oh, my oven underneath.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have your oven.
He has one of the easy bake ovens. He's like, am I the only one with an oven here? God damn it, Christy.
What's her name? The one with the pink glasses?
I don't know, but she's gorgeous.
Yo, Mike Tyson fight.
When is
A
it?
couple of weeks.
Yeah.
25th?
It's gonna be fun.
Should we watch it?
Why not?
Like, can we put it here?
Well, people in my Discord, Hellsan and these guys, they watch that. They got the
Where do you
Waterhead
go? How
Coliseum.
much does it cost? We all chip in and we watch it.
Yeah, but it's gonna be on Discord. They stream it.
Okay. So, okay. Even better. I don't have to pay.
Oh, I even have it at.
Look at this number. Suspected spam.
Oh, put speaker. Put it on your microphone. Hello.
Salut.
It's a machine. Non, pas du tout. Hein, c'est bon. Ouais, c'est cool. Ça arrive.
Ça va te paraître un peu bizarre, mais ta voix me donne envie de te rencontrer. C'est vraiment pas mon genre. C'est un petit peu awkward, mais t'es-tu une blonde?
Oui.
En tout cas, ben, peu importe. Je sais pas si ça te tente, on pourrait se reparler un petit peu plus tard.
Non, pas du tout.
Hey, j'ai une amie qui vient juste d'arriver. Je peux-tu te texter un petit peu plus tard?
Non, texte-moi pas.
It's a machine.
I know it's a machine. I
So
told
why are you answering?
It's just a fuck around because
What
you're not
is
listening.
this?
They're trying to get Poseidon to give them money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you.
That's a prank call.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no,
obvious.
I
It's,
thought it was. You know what I thought it was?
I've never
'Cause
gotten that.
I kept panicking.
Oh, you never get that?
I've never gone that.
Oh, yeah, they're fake calls, bro. There's
I
machines.
kept panicking.
What's the point?
Just fuck around. They haven't done the radio. It's fake radio stuff. They take it and they go, oh, this guy was having sex with a machine.
Because some of these things they record your voice.
Yeah. Oh, you thought it was like a scam to record? No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's not.
yeah,
It's a
bro.
radio.
And you
scam.
kept answering, and I was like, why is he answering?
Yeah, but it's your. It's they're called. If they have your information, they can't log into your stuff with my voice. We don't have the same voice. You sound retarded. I sound sexy.
People don't know your past career of a sex phone operator.
I used to be a sex phone operator. Hey,
They spit on my feet.
what are you wearing, sweetheart? Oh, that's hot. No,
You think
just
people
just
still
take it
jerk
off.
off this way?
Just take it off. Well, I don't think phone sex lines exist because you have the internet.
Remember the Larry David? He gives the old guy. He shows him internet porn.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Vince Vaughn's father.
Yeah, I remember.
You have to go stop him, man. And then he gave him the blow up doll.
Yeah. You have to go stop. Yes, he's fucking
He's
his
just
doll.
jerking off all the guy. He doesn't leave. How pissed would you be? You're in your 80s and just now you figure out internet porn.
He didn't know that it was available. Yeah, he was buying magazines.
I'm trying to figure out the woman's name.
Which one?
The cute one.
You'll see her now.
I never finished the new curve, eh?
No,
I was
it's
using
amazing.
Crave, Homer's Crave, and then they changed the password.
Oh, he has Crave too. He changed his password too. I haven't been able to use it for a long time.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it logged me out.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Send me your info again right now. Text it.
But that's weird. I think I'm gonna.
Oh, Texas. Oh, now it's 2 percentages.
I hope the same thing didn't happen to me like it happened with Netflix. Remember that? When I got locked out of my Netflix account once.
Fucking scammers, bro, emailing me. Oh, your payment didn't come through Netflix.
Yeah,
I'm like,
fake. The best, you know what I love is when they send me like, because I have a lot of emails. They'll send like, we're gonna cancel your Amazon account if you don't pay this. If you don't pay this, and they send it to my email account that I don't have Amazon on. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's believable.
Homer, you know what they did to Homer?
Homer falls for it.
Yep. He doesn't have Prime, right?
Okay.
But they charged him Amazon
by
for
mistake.
the Prime membership, and he's like, "What is this?" He goes, "Oh, it's your
That's
Prime
weird.
service." I go, "I don't have Prime." I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry." But like, how does that happen? How do they
Really?
charge him? Yeah.
Maybe he clicked on something.
No, he used it over a year ago, once. You know, it's like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
And then that's it because he uses my Prime account whenever
that's
he buys
weird.
stuff.
Do you remember, George, when on that episode we had spoken about that issue he had?
What?
That issue he had with
Oh yeah, dude, George is so stupid, bro. He let his
George?
account, his Facebook account, got hacked by what is it? Vietnamese.
Vietnamese, I think, or
Vietnamese
Philippine.
hackers. He let them in. He just clicked on the wrong. He clicks on these
Yeah.
emails you're not supposed to answer.
Our
George
George?
Sadrizos from
Okay.
the morning show.
Yeah.
And they fucking took over his account. So now his account, like his Facebook fan account of him as a politician, it started having Asian guys on it. And it's like #1 Vietnamese, radio station or whatever the fuck those other people.
They hacked my Insta.
And then they kicked him out of his page.
A couple of months ago, They kept posting Ray-Ban advertisements.
Really?
Like on my picture, and I'm like, what the fuck?
That was me. I was trying to make a buck.
And then I had to go and change my password. But like, how and why? You know, I know it's a bot.
Oh no, it's still an advertisement.
Leave it.
And then
Has a vice president ever run after he finishes a full 2 terms?
A vice president?
Yes, has this ever
If
happened?
you want, but I don't know if it's ever happened.
and then after that show, remember that's why I brought it up. We had a bunch of those fake accounts commenting. You remember that?
There's this TikToker who uses a virtual PC and calls scammers. You know, you could call them, and he plays. An
Oh
old
my
lady.
god, that's hilarious.
Have you seen those?
Yeah, you sent me it.
I've sent you a bunch of those.
Let's see what's going on here.
Let's take a look at that right now. State of Iowa, key state in the middle of the country.
It says nothing. Let's go to that right now. He says there's zero information on the screen.
Right there, but Kana Whitworth is
Someone
on the
fucked
ground
that
for us
one up.
in
Want to
Iowa
cause
tonight,
real
where she's focused on
chaos?
rural vote. Kana.
It's a tie.
Yeah.
That's gonna be real chaos.
Yeah, hey George. So 75% of rural voters.
It's a tie, and you guys have to work together.
2016. That was certainly the case here in Iowa, and this
should be
is
like
a place
Sparta,
where
2
they are
kings.
focused on the economy and job security.
Was it
and
2 or
1
3?
in 5
Two.
of those
Two.
jobs is in agriculture, and some of those people are
We knew better
really
back then, bro.
hurting
Now
right
we're
now,
retarded, bro.
particularly the farmers. Their crops were
So tomorrow morning on this
decimated by
channel,
weather.
we're
First
going to be
they saw
live
the
again at
drought
10
and
a.m.
then the
Eastern with the morning show.
windstorm. They're battling COVID-19, and of course, Trump's
It's good. You guys have a lot of content now. Just boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so this is what bothers me now. Like shit, Trump's trade wars with China, like it's a bad thing. He
Very smart.
needs to take care of his country. Why would he give everything to China? It doesn't make sense. That's like you having a parent in the house and they never feed you, they feed the neighbor's kids only. And they tell you, shut the fuck up, you don't need food. It doesn't make any sense.
Now, it's important to note here that, of course, Donald Trump has a lot of support. He was made an honorary member of the Iowa Corn Growers Association, which is a big deal here.
Oh,
great honor.
What do you say?
He became a member of the Iowa Corn Association.
Who?
An honorary member.
He's an honor of the Corn Association. He's like, I appreciate it. Corn, everybody loves corn. Delicious, delicious.
Eat it,
Butter,
you
no
can pop
butter.
it.
It's all good.
Senate race here. It is neck and neck. The Republican incumbent.
You see this? Look at it now. It popped. Magic.
Hellsan says the girl with the red glasses, Lindsay Davis.
Now, some surprised that it's such a battle here for Joni Ernst. She's a
What does she do? Find out everything about her.
Newscaster.
Invite her to the show.
Relatively
already on it,
She
bro.
describes herself as a businesswoman. And
Oh,
a
this is not a
strong
very
farm
flattering
girl,
picture.
But the Democrats, George, dumped
Well, if you're laughing with your nose open, yeah,
into
it
her
happens to everyone, bro.
campaign, trying to flip that seat.
It's just a bad moment in time.
Thanks very much.
Oh, that's
The polls have
horrifying.
also
Yeah.
closed in 3 more states. Polls have closed in the state of Nevada. 6 electoral votes.
Oh, Nevada's going blue for
A lot
sure.
of early
They're
voting
not
in
showing
that state,
anything.
but we cannot project a winner yet.
We're going to show you something, but we cannot project it yet.
Yeah, you're not showing us anything. Utah's gonna go red for sure.
Call that yet. 6
Oh,
electoral
she's
votes.
horrible in these photos.
Yeah.
She only looks good in this one show.
Yeah, what the fuck?
As well, but not,
It's like
not enough
Seinfeld.
vote in
Yeah,
to
exactly.
make a
Two-Face.
projection.
Yeah.
So we want to take another look
Oh, here
at
she looks
some
good
of the
again.
key states in that
Oh yeah, there she
so-called
looks
blue
cute.
wall for the Democrats.
So she needs a lot of makeup to look that good.
Yeah,
I don't trust her.
22% of the expected vote is in.
But look at his
And
forehead.
Donald Trump, it appears Tom Ryan has a huge lead right now.
Yeah, okay, so spoiler alert. It's a little funky right now in Michigan, okay?
Oh, is it?
Let me show you why. The big reason, George,
They
is
got to a
because
bunch
we
of
don't
people
have
We
partying.
lied to you an hour and a half ago.
we don't have
Spoiler
the
alert,
voting
it's
yet,
just
so
a
we
little
can't
tricky.
Sort of work that into our numbers so far.
If you don't want to
Here's
hear,
one
cover your
reason
ears.
why these numbers at this point don't make sense. Wayne County, you have Donald Trump on top, but there's only 3% of the vote in. Macomb County, which is one of those
Macomb.
really key counties that President Trump won 4 years ago, the home of the Reagan Democrats. He's
The home of
way
the
up, but he's
Reagan.
way up from where he was 4 years
Don't you
ago.
like
So again,
Reaganomics?
there's not enough
Poseidon.
vote in. We're going to be looking at places
Reaganomics.
like Grand Rapids. This is Kent County, where President Trump won
What's
4 years ago.
Reaganomics?
But again, these
It's,
are all
Ronald
Reagan's
Reagan's
2
economic
years
plan.
later, Gretchen Whitmer came in that blue wave, and she was able
I
to
found
turn
my
those
favorite
counties
T-shirt that I
back
want to
blue.
buy.
John Carl,
Yeah.
this of
Just
course,
says
we saw
gay.
all the polls leading up
course.
to the election day in Michigan. Joe Biden was leading consistently by anywhere from 5.
He who
to
does
10
not lick the
points
clit
in
should
that
not
state.
get the
This
hit.
could be one of
Congratulations,
those
169.
It's either the
Put it on-
polling
put it on
was
and go into
way
job
wrong,
interviews.
way off, and a lot of pollsters should be fired.
And then they say, "What do you
Or
bring
we're
to the
seeing a bit
table?"
of
Just
a
do this.
Red mirage here. And remember, in the state of Michigan, there's a lot of mail.
Any further questions, Your Honor? I'm not a judge. This is a Dairy Queen, sir.
Today, in some jurisdictions, they started opening them yesterday. It takes time. It takes a long time. They had warned us that the vote in Michigan is likely to take.
Describe yourself in one word.
Tonight.
Hired.
So I would
Fuck, he's
expect
good.
that you counting. That's Democratic vote.
What's your name? Not guilty.
That those numbers change dramatically.
Let's take a look.
This
at
guy's
the
living in
state of Michigan.
2030.
I mean, of
Everything,
Wisconsin as well
everything you
right
say
now.
can
It's
and will
put
be
at
used,
30% of the expected
yeah.
will be held against you.
Titties.
Titties.
More of the vote has been counted, but Donald
Thick
Trump
like a
is,
bowl of oatmeal.
slightly
What did T-Pain rhyme Wisconsin with?
23,000 votes. We're going to be talking about Milwaukee.
Constanza. Constanza.
Joe
Wisconsin.
Biden is where he is, needs to be, but he's got to bring that number up a little bit. We only have about 30% of the vote in, so he can catch up there. We're also going to be talking about the WOW counties. This is Waukesha, Ozaukee, and some of the others, Washington as well. In Waukesha, President Trump won. 4 years
Waukesha. He
ago.
just likes saying
This is actually
Waukesha
a
because
pretty good
I
lead
love
for him
saying
at
Waukesha.
60% in.
T-Pain
He's
rhymed
over
mansion
4
with
years ago.
Wisconsin.
That's exactly what he has to do.
Okay, that's not hard.
Still not enough
A
vote in.
mansion in
Like some of these
Wisconsin.
swing
It's not hard at
counties,
all. I
take
just
a
did
look
it.
at here. Price, a tiny county, Donald Trump on top, building on his lead there, but only 12%. So it's a little hard to sort of pull data out of here. In Green Bay.
So then
Brown
why are you
County,
showing this to us?
You know, Donald Trump sort of
have to fill
performed
air,
where
bro.
he needs to be, but again, it's so little.
Have you
here.
noticed the same commercials?
Kenosha, of course,
Yeah.
we want to talk about as well because
How
it
much
has
does
such a
Disney
big
pay
role
to put my
in
talk
social
shitload.
justice
They're like, yo, we
that's
got
swept across the
fucking
country with the
WandaVision
Jacob
coming
Blake
out.
shooting
We
there.
gotta
Donald Trump
promote this bitch.
on top. He won this just barely 4 years ago. He has a big
I
lead
like
right
the
now,
break
but
that
again, I
it
just
caused
think
the
that there
Marvel
still
movies
needs a
to
lot of
have.
vote to come in
Because
Wisconsin.
it was
COVID.
too much.
Pennsylvania again.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh my God, look at Wyoming.
Wyoming, bro. What did you just call it? Wyoming?
Yeah, Wyoming.
That's Wyoming.
Oh, Wyoming.
You've never heard Wyoming?
Here, George. So let's take a look. We'll start
I
with
don't know why I kept saying
Wyoming. It's not a,
Wyoming.
it's not a Chinese basketball player. Look at Wyoming, bro. He's like 7'2".
Just south of that Lucerne. This
Still
is
losing
Wilkes-Barre,
My favorite
He's
verse.
from Scranton. How is he losing?
behind again there. You know, he's
My
doing better
favorite
than Hillary
verse of all
Clinton.
time is from
That's
Lil
some
Wayne. He
good
goes,
news, but
"Real G's walk
President
silent
Trump's
like
still on
lasagna."
top. And we got to talk about
No,
Philadelphia
Little
again.
Wayne
We're
was
still waiting for a
GTA
lot of
3
votes to
San
come in
Andreas
here.
soundtrack on the radio.
Philadelphia,
Was
giant
bling
margins,
bling
but this is
chicken
what
wing.
Joe Biden is
I swear it was from his first album, but that song and GTA. If you know San Andreas.
Yeah, I love San Andreas.
Wang,
Bling,
wang.
bling.
That's how it started. Wang wang, chicken wing, bling bling.
Yeah, Chester.
The real G's walk silent
Chester
like
the
lasagna.
Suburbs around the
Chester
Philadelphia
the
area.
molester.
Joe Biden doing well.
No
there.
shit,
So,
he's
I mean,
winning in
look,
Chester, bro.
George, 23%, and it's hard to kind of pull any kind of narratives at this
Grab the
point
water, bro.
so early in the night.
Yeah, go grab waters.
Pittsburgh,
There's
we'll
no
look
more.
at this
Yeah, there is.
because This is where
No,
Joe
in the
Biden
fridge,
has to
no.
run
Still
up the
Spiros.
score.
I'll give
And
him. I'll
there
buy him
he
new
has
ones.
Oh, yes.
15%.
I'm a little
That's a great
dehydrated.
number for him,
Which
but
Spiros
only
office? The one in the
15%.
middle?
George,
Yeah.
just,
The
it's
door was
tough
open,
at
huh?
this
Maybe
Yeah.
a little early to start.
Spiro
playing
fears
out.
no
Here's
man.
the Emmanuel, let's try to do a little bit. This is looking a little bit right now like a replay.
Did he
of
just hit himself? Did you hear
2016.
I
that?
don't know. I heard something.
I'm
bro.
not sure.
How does he fall?
The
There's no one
problem
there.
we have is you have so much early voting, and every state is
Oh,
different.
Rahm
of when
Emanuel,
they
go fuck
count
yourself.
that.
I don't.
And so
I
we're
never liked
looking
this
at
guy.
counties, and
Seems
you
like an
can
asshole.
extrapolate. I mean, you look at how close Ohio is. It's basically 6% right now, better than it was in 2016. But you look at, I think it's still going to come down to Pennsylvania. I
Pennsylvania.
think this entire election is going to be basically still what everybody thought going into it.
This entire
But if you
election
look
is going
at
to be
where
Pennsylvania,
Joe
he says.
Biden was performing in
Whoever
Ohio,
wins takes it. That's what
Akron,
Rahm
Toledo,
Emanuel
Hamilton
is
County,
telling us.
Cuyahoga County, Franklin County, you can extrapolate that that's very good news for both Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. But again, each state counts their early votes. Some of them count before the day of the polls close. And then in Pennsylvania, they don't start counting them. They have still got 3 more days of ballots to come in. So it's going to be very hard, but you do have trend
What
lines
if we don't get a result
that show
tonight?
performance
We won't get a
among
result
working
tonight.
class, older voters, suburban voters, college-educated voters.
We're going to get
That's
a
good.
pretty good
Predictions?
idea.
Chris
Yeah.
Christie, any big surprises?
Unless
We
it's a
haven't called any
landslide.
of the battlegrounds at all, and this is going to take
It's
some
going to
time.
take some time. But, George, I think what we know now tonight, after 10 o'clock,
Is that
the
cookies are
predictions that
delicious.
This was going to be a big Biden win are done. And really what this is going to come down to now is a few states.
Could you explain to me why he's there? I thought he was a governor.
Ohio,
Why is he?
He is.
Arizona.
They
He's
just
an
bring.
analyst.
They just bring. No, they bring anyone on.
Everything
Bro.
I'm seeing, we haven't called anything yet, but Republicans are very optimistic.
I want to see
in
people go
Florida,
through tables, bro. I
Georgia,
want action.
North Carolina, and Iowa.
How funny would that be?
And so it's really now.
And
look,
Ohio.
Now it's the
They
wrestling
should
break.
make them
Ohio.
fight.
So
The
you're
2
really
winners have
coming
to fight in a
down
cage.
Pennsylvania, Arizona,
Money.
and get Ohio
And
to
Jorge
a place where
Masvidal has to
everybody
be
is
the
comfortable.
referee.
So no one was predicting that 24 hours ago. They were predicting the 330 votes for electoral votes for Joe Biden.
As you're talking, I just got some news in my ear, and I want to pull up the state of Arizona because this is potentially
Came in his
big
ear, bro.
news right here from
See.
the state
Oh,
of Arizona.
shit.
70%
Arizona.
of the expected vote is in from Arizona. There was so much.
That's a
early
little
voting in that
weird.
State, more than 90%
I didn't expect that.
of the 2016 vote came in before Election Day, and one of the things you see right there
Again, it's young
is that
voters.
Donald Trump
Yeah.
is now losing with 70%.
4
of the
years ago, they were
expected vote
14
into
years
Joe
old, you
Biden,
know?
55 to 44. Tom Yamas,
They're on
let's take
social
a dive.
media. They're now they're in college,
At
you
this
know.
hour, this is a
Getting
major story
liberal
and a
arts
major
raped in the
development.
ass.
Not all the vote is in right now, but Maricopa County, this is going to be 3/4 of the total vote in all of Arizona. Joe Biden is on top.
This whole
4 years
left
ago,
culture
this was a county, let me show you,
is
4 years
groomed
ago,
from
this was a
colleges.
county that
I know.
President Trump won.
It's insane.
It was time,
Yeah.
but that Joe Biden has this lead right now is very encouraging
professors
news for
and students
Democrats.
just
Yeah,
We're
no
gonna
freedom
go
of
to
expression.
Democratic
You have no
stronghold
personality,
now
no
of
individualism.
Tucson, Pima
You're part of the
County.
collective.
This is where- Look at
I
this
know
number,
someone
George. I mean,
whose
these are the
girlfriend
kind
tells
of
me you're a
numbers
white
that Joe
male, you
Biden
shouldn't
won
have
in some of those
a
other battleground
reaction
states
or a
with
say
80%
in
of the
what
vote
this
in. I'm
topic
gonna go
is.
to this county right
Oh,
here.
she said it to you?
Yeah,
President
no,
Trump
to him.
barely won this.
Oh,
This is
wow.
Maricopa County. You have conservative
As a white male,
social
you should- you
families,
don't have a
but you
say
also
in
You should have
have
said,
this.
well, as a
Excuse
female,
me.
you should shut the fuck up and get back in the kitchen.
President Trump looks like he's doing
We're
well.
going to play this
2020
stupid game.
women can't cook, bro.
Again, Maricopa County,
Oh,
and
wow.
Maricopa really
Yeah.
it's a reflection of America. You have big cities like Phoenix, you have medium-sized cities like Scottsdale.
But I bet you that guy just takes it.
Some tourist areas.
He just
Joe
takes
Biden's
it.
looking at this
I
number
would have
right
broken
now.
up.
It's gonna make him
No,
very
he
happy.
did. No, they did. Yeah, but no.
say
But he was
about
like, "What the
A
fuck?"
couple of things coming out
He
of
saw the
Arizona right now
progression.
that are really interesting. First of all, independents outnumber Democrats and Republicans in that state. So let's go right to that. 52% of independents, according to the exit polls, are going with Joe Biden. And when you go down some of these numbers, the President Trump's job performance,
Biden.
53%
Looking good,
disapprove
baby.
of his handling of the job as president. The opinion of Trump, 54% have an unfavorable view. So underwater, and more so than many of the states we looked at so far. Look at Joe
What?
Biden,
What stinks?
50% favorable. And when you start getting into some of
Your
these
man
key
pussy.
areas, COVID,
Ew.
Joe Biden
You took a
has
shit on
the edge
yourself.
in handling COVID.
Wait,
The
why is your
economy,
man
though,
pussy
is
his
Donald Trump's
asshole?
Strength, it appears, in Arizona.
Same
at least
thing,
according to
same
the
difference.
polls. Got a 3-point lead there, but still very close.
Is there such a thing
One
as a
more
man
key
pussy?
area, George, Hispanic and Latino vote.
What?
Joe Biden with with
the bum bum, bro.
63% of the Latino vote tonight in Arizona.
Latino.
John Carl, we know there are national trends
I like
at
the word
play here,
Latino.
but Arizona has been a
You like
deep
it or
red
you don't
state.
like it?
I like
But
it.
is what typical
Latino.
news say
It
on
sounds nice.
politics is local as
What
well.
about Hispanic?
John McCain McCain, the late Senator John
Hispanic's
McCain.
okay. It sounds okay too.
Gringo?
Latino
Donald
sounds
Trump
fun.
For
What
years,
about
Senator
Gringo?
McCain endorsed
Gringo sounds
Joe
fun, too.
Biden. Jeff Flake, former senator from
Wiener?
Arizona, Republican conservative, endorsed Joe Biden.
They both endorsed Cindy McCain, spoke at the Democratic convention.
What's the slang for a
and those
Greek?
attacks on John McCain.
Oh, everybody keeps
were
asking. I don't know. Whatever the fuck you want.
There's no slang.
Resisted taking this.
Like, you mean like an insult? Like WAP?
Like a WAP.
Well, I googled this a while ago, and one of them that I found entertaining was olive N-word.
Pennsylvania and Michigan. Arizona's where
That's
they're
that's easy.
Dumb,
didn't
yeah,
count
it's
the
easy.
early
Yeah.
vote for
There's no good
weeks.
ones.
So as the day-in vote
Insult
comes in,
us, come on,
I expect
guys.
Arizona to get a lot closer. And I think Governor Christie made an important point here. This
So
is
right
gonna be a
now,
long night.
as
we're
far
gonna
as
be
the
a
balance
long
power in
week.
the
It
Senate
could be a long
goes,
week. We're gonna
43
need patience.
seats
I don't
are
see,
being held by the
Joe Biden
Democrats.
running away with
You need
any of those
51 to
states in
get
the Sun Belt.
majority.
We'll see what
That's
happens,
interesting.
Of the Senate?
in Arizona.
Yeah.
But we're going to be waiting.
Should get those stats right
on
here.
Pennsylvania, we may be
So the
waiting
House
on
is losing
Michigan
right now?
and Wisconsin.
Nate,
George,
go ahead.
one interesting thing.
Bubble is one of them.
Republican leadership
What?
that just came
Bubble?
Okay, stop. We don't care.
in the Senate race.
Bubble.
In the vote by mail that's been counted so far, and it's about 25% overall counted.
Look at Wyoming,
Senator
bro.
Peters is winning by about
Wyoming?
20 points in
The
vote
Chinese
by
guy.
mail. But on the election day
restaurant.
voting, John James is winning by 22 points. So what they're looking at least in the first 25% of the vote, is that it's going to be a very close Senate race in Michigan. We don't know yet what will happen, but there's not a blowout there, and it's doing exactly what John was talking about in Arizona. You know, it's splitting very heavy Democrat on the vote by mail, but very heavy Republican, 22 points on voting today.
The Arizona, I just got a report from the Biden campaign. The Arizona vote by mail is outperforming their ex-model by 70,000 votes. They expected 150,000 margin. They got a 220,000 margin.
Look, I
Okay,
wonder
let's
what
go
the
to Nate Silver then and take a look at Nate. Let's
Nate,
look
give
at
us
the
some
forecast
info,
and
man.
Show what happens
You
if the
basement
state of
dweller.
Arizona red in 2016 goes to blue.
Editor-in-Chief, 5:30,
Again, we're going
20.
to give Trump Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, where he's probably the favorite at this point. But again, if Biden wins Arizona, then he's going to shoot up to, I think, around 70-some% here.
Oh, shit.
It's not as important for him as Pennsylvania. It's not a Midwestern state. Actually, more than that, 75%. But, you know, Trump has to hit, like I said, all his marks, and Arizona is one where he would much prefer to have won.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
Nate
shit.
Silver, thanks very much. Coming
So
up
I understand Nate Silver gives us no information. How do these guys get paid? How do they get paid, Poseidon? How do they get paid?
By the hour.
Welcome to Disney Plus.
Oh, Disney Plus again.
Ready?
What's the third party? The Republic?
What?
Libertarian? Is that the
Libertarian Party. Yeah, nobody ever talks about George Jorgensen because she's useless. Only Ron Paul could. I bet Ron Paul was running as a Republican.
Didn't Ron Paul go against,
Ron Paul,
Trump?
yeah, Ron Paul as a
not Trump,
Republican,
sorry, Bush.
like Ron Paul as a Republican candidate, I think could do well, but would do well back in the day, but that never happened. So instead, we got all these fucking idiots. He would have made a good president. He wanted them out of the wars, you know, decriminalize.
He went up against, Obama, right? Ron Paul?
No, he didn't face Obama. That was no. I'm thinking someone else. Yeah, no, Ron Paul never got the chance. He's a senator, though. What's up?
Love in the time
I read
of
something
Corona.
funny.
Oh, so I saw something. People were mad about a new movie trailer coming out, COVID 23 or something. It's about like coronavirus in 2023, and like it's so tone deaf. Oh my god! Like people are going through Corona right now. It's like what are you talking about? They've made movies about the Holocaust. Like what the fuck are you talking about? They can't make movies about a pandemic. Are we all losing our fucking minds right now? Like this is crazy. It's so fucking absurd. Like I'm not gonna go see it. I'm gonna boycott this because they're taking advantage of people's pain.
They didn't say anything bad about Borat. They didn't like, this is bad.
Nothing. Yeah.
Because they know it's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
That movie was meh. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it, the second one.
Yeah, I watched it.
It was okay.
Last time it was around midnight, Poseidon, when we finally figured out who won. 11 to midnight, right?
Yeah, Thomas M. says in 2016 it was called officially near 2 a.m.
Yeah, officially, but we knew around midnight they were already calling it, and they said, "But we got to make sure," but we knew.
So we got like
even
another.
Google had it.
We got like an hour and a half of this,
at least.
Yeah.
We'll see how long.
What's the longest show you've done?
What do you mean?
Lengthwise.
I don't know.
You don't keep these stats?
No. We don't care. Who am I competing against? Myself.
Do I pop out and go get some chips and dip?
You really want? I could just Uber Eats them here.
No, it's okay.
If you really want.
No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't.
Hungry, bro.
I
You know you're
shouldn't.
gonna when you leave here.
No, I'm not. If I don't have now, I
I
won't
didn't
have.
eat yet. I have food at home. Oh my God, I'm so hungry.
According to the Wall Street Journal, right now Biden is ahead 131 to 98 out of the 270 that they need to get to win.
It should say it right there.
But I think they might be giving points to the projected states too here. What they're projecting, so someone's leading.
Of Joe Biden in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, George, we're
Oh
gonna
shit, that I didn't expect.
I told you earlier in the night it was looking like 2012, the map. Now it's looking like back to 2016. Donald Trump has gained control of Ohio. He's swung back a lot of those counties that were looking blue.
Tight.
Places like Wood, Ohio, this county just south of Toledo there. You can see
in the
Donald
house,
Trump
though.
on top. He's actually doing a little bit better. But the big question is the 3 C's, Cincinnati, Columbus, and Cleveland. This is where Democrats are going to have to run up the vote. All the votes not in Cuyahoga County yet, and Joe Biden is doing really well there. He's overperforming. It's a similar story in Columbus. 66% of the vote is in, but he's up 10 points from where Hillary Clinton was. And Cincinnati, Hamilton County, this used to be Republican stomping grounds. It switched over with Obama, and tonight Joe Biden has a very significant lead there. George, the story is this. He's going to have to run up the vote in the big cities. The rural counties are sticking with Donald Trump tonight.
Well, that seems to be the question, that the margins are good in the cities for Joe Biden, but are enough voters coming out for him?
We've seen significant turnout in the 3 Cs. I mean, not just early vote, but on election day. I mean, they were predicting at about 2 o'clock in Hamilton County, we were at 60% of our total registration number, which is a really, really, really big deal. And they were projecting to beat 70% of our total registration number, which doesn't happen all the time. I think the big thing is these urban centers, they're counted slower. That's where most of the votes are, and they'll come in later. And I think they will make the difference, particularly because he's overperforming Hillary Clinton by so much, which means that the work is working, that the message is getting out to those folks.
The other big question, Matt Dowd, might be are Donald Trump's voters coming out in record numbers as well?
I think that's clear. I think it's.
Oh, do
it's
you,
even
you
if you
fucking
look at the
thumb?
total numbers that we think are going to be cast, it's definitely true. It was true in Florida. It looks like Donald Trump is going to get more votes in Florida this year, not only percentage-wise, but more total votes by far, by hundreds of thousands that he did last time. So it's absolutely clear. I disagree on part of this. It's not as if the African-American vote's not turning out and there's a problem. They're turning out. But the counter to that is Donald Trump's supporters are turning out even.
Wait. What you just said is fucking racist. How the fuck do you know that the African Americans that are turning out aren't voting for Trump?
Those rallies that he did.
Who the fuck is this guy to dictate what Black America has to vote for?
The past few days, he did
What a
something like
piece of
27,
fucking
over the
god! I
past
hate these
week.
racist fucking cocksuckers, bro.
Always the Republicans talked about.
I don't
their
like the term
turnout
African
operation.
American.
They talked about how they invested in it for.
Black people showed up.
I'm not
obviously.
from Africa.
Yeah, we know who they voted for. Get the fuck out of here. We don't know who the fuck they voted for. They could have all put in fucking
Kanye West, bro.
Yeah, they could have all put in corn. It's none of your fucking business what they voted for.
52% of the vote, expected vote is in right now, and Donald Trump
It's
has
like
quite a wide lead with that 52% of the expected
Like
vote.
it pisses me off because even like example of the Dukumbo, he's Greek. He's not African Greek. You know what I mean? People always like they'll say he's Greek. They won't say African Greek.
50% of the vote is
Well,
gonna
but
come
also
from
we
there.
don't have that
Right
history
now,
there.
the
It's
spread, if
different.
you look at it on top here between Trump and Biden, you're
We
looking
didn't
at
steal
about
Yanni from
400, less than
Nigeria and bring him
400,000
there.
votes, right? The problem with that is in DeKalb County in Atlanta, there's about 250,000 votes that Hillary Clinton
Bro,
got
go get some candy
4
from my
years
office.
ago. Here in Gwinnett County,
I have
we
in the
only
fridge. I have candy.
17% of the vote in.
For
but
you
Hillary
want?
Clinton
Yeah,
ran
just
up
bring
the
my pack.
score there too with 150,000 plus.
Really,
So
I'm
Gwinnett?
there's a
10 pounds
lot
a
of the
day.
vote out in the
Bring me
Atlanta
candy,
metro
bro.
area
Yeah, he's gonna
that
bring the
could
pack.
help Joe
It's
Biden.
sugar-free.
The story for Donald Trump, counties that he
What do you mean
swung,
sugar-free?
counties like
I mean, what I
Texas,
fucking just
Texas,
said,
I'll give it
sugar-free.
back over to you.
Give it back to me. We have a
Oh,
Senate,
happening now.
prediction right now. It's in the state of Alabama. And
Blue?
Tommy Tuberville is gonna
Oh
be the
shit,
next
red.
senator from the
Alabama,
state
bro.
of Alabama,
Tommy
Republican.
Tuberville.
Former
That
Auburn
sounds like
football
a
coach,
name that you
defeated
make fun of a
Senator
fat
Doug
kid.
Jones,
Tommy
Democrat
Tuberville.
who was seeking his first full term. Of course, he won a special election in 2017. John Carl, the president had a lot of personal interest in this race.
He did. This was Jeff Sessions' seat, and Jeff Sessions left the seat to become Donald Trump's attorney general and to become Donald Trump's hated attorney general. And when Sessions tried to get his seat back, the president endorsed Tommy Tuberville.
This isn't what I said. I said go in the fridge. Bring
Got mints, bro. You brought us mints.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to anything I fucking say.
Really a once in a lifetime.
He's telling you your best things, bro.
That brought Doug Jones, a Democrat, representing
the disrespect
Alabama in the Senate.
So, Mary Bruce, one pickup for the Democrats, one pickup for the Republicans. We're back to where we started.
Exactly. We are back to ground zero essentially here tonight. If you look at the math, then in order for Democrats to be able to flip the Senate, they now need a net gain of 3 seats if Joe Biden wins. Again, that's because Kamala Harris would then become that tie-breaking vice presidential vote. If Donald Trump wins, then they would need a net gain of 4 seats tonight. Democrats, though, of course, are very optimistic that they can still tonight gain the majority.
Coming up on 10:30, a long way to go on this election night 2020. We'll be
you
right
get
back.
lost.
This is a bit of a doomy. Because I didn't mute that bitch.
What is this?
It's a candy. Russell Stover.
It looks good.
May I have one, please?
Yes, you may. I have no issues with this.
No sugar, so it's fruit flavored.
No, I don't know. It's probably toxics.
Aspartame, my favorite.
No, I don't think maybe. Who the fuck knows?
My orange ones are my favorite.
Of these?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, in
you
general,
already tried this?
just candy. No, candy in general.
Or no lemon.
Grab Alex.
Orange and purple are my favorite.
Purple drank. Let's try green, bro.
Ew.
What are you doing? I said you bring candy so I can give Alex. I didn't say it's for you. You better watch yourself.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you better check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself. You get your goddamn hands off our candy. Alex, are you enjoying the candy?
Scrumptious.
Good. You will enjoy some more. I will not
Succulent.
allow him.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Why not?
Just take it, bro.
Why were you entitled to the
Defy
candy?
him. Defy him, bro.
I don't know. I thought you were bringing for everyone.
I'm just busting your balls, bro. Jesus Christ. About to cry, bro.
Not
anytime food is involved, it's about to fucking cry.
Bro, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Bro, this is good.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Really hard candy like fucking old people.
Where do those strawberry candies come from? And all those grandma candies?
God damn, bro. The fucking people here, they put the rent of the office. Bro, I give them the check. 14 minutes later, it's already deposited. Jesus Christ. These guys are running to the bank.
No direct deposit?
No, I just give them a check. I
don't like checks.
Bring it in.
My first landlord, it took them like 3 weeks to check it. And I'm like, motherfucker, take my money. I know it's not there.
All right, Poseidon, let's go. Let's tune in. Let's see what they're doing.
I was reading the comments.
So,
Read.
So ABC is very conservative with their numbers. They don't want to project too soon.
There's a stick world made.
I see what's happening.
Bro, AEW.
ABC is basically only
Elite.
calling them when they're official. That's why they're so much lower. Oh, shit.
All elite, bro.
The Senate is tight now.
Bro, you want to hear fucking crazy shit?
Go.
I ordered DoorDash a couple of days ago for the first time.
Why? You already have Uber Eats.
First time ordering 50% off.
Oh, shit.
The claw in me had to take it.
Yeah.
So the app is not working on my phone. So I'm like, let me do it on my PC. All goes well. Then it goes, we're going to send you a code to verify it's you. I'm like, okay. No code. Nothing in my email. Resend it, nothing. I call customer service. Isn't it a guy, bro, in a fucking huge office that echoes everywhere? I'm not joking. 10 to 15 minutes to get my email address.
What do you mean?
I'm like Alexander Carrick at Outlook.com.
Yeah, you don't have to give away your email.
I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
What are they gonna send me, bro?
Okay.
And he did not understand anything. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bro? I go, are you serious? Are you dumb? I was ripping him. Unbelievable, bro. This is DoorDash. This is a big company, bro. And they had Mahmoud in the middle room with echoing and fucking can't even like. And he was like, "Oh, ginger, but I'm like, no, bro, Alex, bro."
I never said ginger. I have a ginger here.
The worst is that stores.
Unbelievable. What?
The worst is at stores when they
This
ask
is
for your
gonna have,
email.
I knew it. It's gonna have nothing to do with what you just said.
No,
Go
because he was saying. No, it does.
Let me hear it,
No,
bro.
he's
Let me
gonna
hear it,
say
bro.
that it takes them a while to put in the code. No. He was talking about he made an order. He ordered something
Yeah.
online. He needed a confirmation
Okay,
code.
wait. And then he finally got, sorry, I didn't finish. He finally understood my email, I think so. And he's like, okay, give me your credit card information. I'm like, fuck you, bro. Who the fuck are you, bro?
I already paid.
Can't you look at the system? What are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Just take my
wouldn't
name,
give-
bro.
yeah.
I hung up the phone. I'm like, are you retarded? Worst. I'm not using
Fuck
DoorDash ever
Trump.
again.
Trump was losing Ohio, now he's winning. Fuck Trump, holy shit. Remember they said Pennsylvania, it's gonna go Joe Biden's way, he's gonna win the election? Holy shit, bro. Even North Carolina.
No way.
Oh, that's adorable.
Bro, it's fucking hot in here.
I turned on the AC.
It's not that hard anymore. Take off your shirt.
I have nothing underneath.
That's why, take it off.
Yeah.
The ladies are asking.
Take it all off, baby. Show them nips.
Go to my OnlyFans account and see this.
No, OnlyFans is for below the waist only. That's
Oh.
a sneak peek.
You know, eh? You know
What?
these things.
Yeah.
Bro, there's no yellow, bro. This is yellow, there's no yellow.
I literally just put a yellow one in my mouth.
Yeah. He's talking about an Asian dick.
Welcome to Disney Plus. Are you ready? Drop in and explore the action.
Action. NBA season start date down to December 22nd or January 18th.
thank
That's
God
a month apart.
You're not working at the where you worked before, because the Burdello on the circle, they closed it, bro. They have to fix the whole bridge. Every detours everywhere, bro. You'll be freaking out going to work every day. Freaking out. For me to go home, I have to go all the way around and get on the 20 after. Right.
Well, I can't wait, dude. It's funny that they're showing these white supremacist videos now. They're trying to make you think that they're trying to associate in your mind. Fuck, man, they really want to start a race war, these fucking psychopaths. The Royal Khan. The Saudi prince. I love this. Did you guys see the last episode of this just thing? You saw how Poseidon was dressed?
I think it was one of his better characters.
Yeah.
I like the cut with the zoom on the face.
That's what I told him.
Everybody did.
Things is distracting.
Yeah, when the sound comes on, it's fine. 10% happier.
You can cover the mic like this.
Oh, I thought you can cover like this.
No, for when you bite the candy.
I suck it, bro. I don't bite. You bite the clit, bro, or you suck it?
Both.
Sometimes I nibble.
All right, Poseidon, we're back. It's your voice, it's your vote. Erection night. Gives a shit.
Closed in 44 states, and it is a close race so far. Joe Biden has won 10 states, 93 electoral votes. Donald Trump has won 12 states, 83 electoral votes. Not a surprise
There's a TikTok
yet.
trend
Right now,
now
that is a rerun
of
the 2016
young teens
map.
flinching
We can
at their
add
black
two more
hood
states
moms.
right now, though.
So they're sitting on the couch
Joe
and the kid's
Biden's
like,
going to win the state of New Hampshire, and it's four.
Nothing. And he keeps doing it. She gets
Donald
up,
Trump had fought
starts
pretty
beating
hard
her.
today.
What's
They
up,
thought
bro?
it was one of those states they might
Starts
be able to
beating
take
the
back
shit out of the
in
kid.
2020, but it was
New
not to
Hampshire,
be.
no shit.
Joe Biden will win the state of New Hampshire, and it's 4 electoral votes, but Donald Trump will hold on to Louisiana, and it's 8 electoral votes. No surprise there. Blue state stays blue, red state stays red. So let's take another look at those key states up in the northern tier of the country.
Holy
Michigan,
shit.
Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, the so-called
losing all of them.
blue wall.
Oh, shit.
Right
Trump's
now,
not
that's
fucking
where
around
things
anymore.
stand. Michigan with 33% of the vote in. Donald Trump has a lead. Wisconsin, 35% of the vote in. Donald Trump has a lead. Pennsylvania, 31% of the vote in.
20
Donald Trump
electoral
has a
votes, bro.
lead.
He
John
needs it.
Carl, the question there is that a red mirage or is something different happening here?
I mean, in all of these states, first of all, they're going to take
USA,
time to get final
USA,
results. All of
USA.
these states are states that do not process mail-in vote as it comes in. which is the opposite of what we see in Arizona, the opposite of what we see in Florida. So we always knew there was
we have to
be a
plan
bit
in the
of a
next 5 years. We move to
mirage
Austin, go
factor
hang out with
here.
Rogan.
As they open up those ballots, as they process that, those are going to be more Democratic votes. Those
very
numbers
expensive
will
though now.
change. The question is,
Very
how much will they
expensive.
change?
Okay, that's an important point right
Huh?
there. I want to come to Pennsylvania in a minute, but right now we're just getting some results in from the state of Nebraska.
I would love to go
And
just
Donald Trump has won not all
Wow.
of the votes yet in the state of Nebraska, but he has
just
won
for the
three of the
all the
5
guns
votes
that you
in
can
the state of
shoot.
Nebraska. That's the overall state vote. Nebraska, one of those states that splits.
You heard me.
their electoral
Everywhere in the
votes also
States.
among
All the guns that
congressional
you can
districts.
shoot in
Tom Thomas,
Texas,
why don't you explain
the
that?
shooting ranges, so much fun. Have you been to a shooting range?
I've been to a shooting range, and you've never been to Texas.
Nebraska splits its electoral votes.
No, I know,
Here's the
but
beautiful
I've been to a
state of
shooting range. I
Nebraska
mean,
right
like
here.
it'd be
We're gonna
fun
show you 2 counties right here. This is Sarpy, a conservative county that makes
because
up
you
the
can shoot
second
anything you
congressional
want
district.
in Texas. Like
Should be on top right now.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not.
Here-
Anything and
bazookas.
anyone, yeah.
Years ago, and that's good
RPGs.
news for Joe Biden because just above this is Douglas.
Like at a
County.
range,
And
like
just
here,
the
even
numbers
if
are
you-
reversed
if you-
here, George, Hillary Clinton won this 4 years ago. This is Omaha right here, right? And Democrats usually
But they do
always
have
win this
purple.
area, even though Trump pulled off the win
What?
in the congressional
They do
district
have
4
purple.
years ago. It was because of that other county. The numbers
You're
are
too
inverted
touchy,
right
bro, like,
now. Still
I just,
very,
you know,
very
you
close
should.
here.
COVID
To
time,
give
you
you
put
an
one hand,
idea
you
of
grab
the
a
size
candy.
of this
You're
county,
touching
You're double
everything. You're
dipping the
picking, yeah,
candy,
double
George.
dipping.
It is
Like, why are you being such an animal?
It's
Just
the race
put your
will
hand and
come
grab a
down,
candy,
and
bro.
don't
I
wanna
was
say
reading
it,
the
but
back.
know
No, you
it
weren't.
will
You
come down
you
to
picking a
269,
candy like I found the purple one.
269.
Stop touching
Whoever
it. Come on,
won
man. It's
that one
COVID time.
county, that tiny little
You're like a
county,
baby.
Nebraska, those would be the most
Just grab a
important
candy and move on.
Americans right now on the
You have to
planet.
touch everything.
I love you, bro.
That's what kids used to do. They used to go touch. Don't do that, bro.
Okay, bro.
I literally saw the purple one and went for it.
I can't believe you already have their number.
Why are they laughing, bro? This is serious.
You hear me there? You should have their number. That's malpractice.
What's the address for my Uber Eats?
We do have another state to call right now. The state of Utah is going to go
To
to
Trump,
Donald
probably.
Trump. Again, not much of a surprise right there. Donald Trump is going to win the state of Utah. And
No
6
shit, bro.
electoral votes. Even though that's the home of Mitt Romney, of course, is the only Republican senator who voted to convict Donald Trump in the impeachment trial. Let's go back now to state of Pennsylvania. David Muir, you had some exit polls from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's really interesting. This is just to pick up on what John Carl was saying, is that these blue wall states are going to take days possibly for us to find out who actually won of these states. The Secretary of State in Pennsylvania warned us in the last couple of days that it could take till the end of the week until we know Pennsylvania. But there are some numbers here that I would think the Biden campaign would be very happy with. When you take a look at suburban voters in Pennsylvania, Donald Trump with a small edge there, according to the exit polls, 2 points ahead of Biden. But when you remember that he was 8 points ahead in the final tally over Hillary Clinton, 2 points is an improvement for Joe Biden. And you can see where he got the improvement from. When you break it down, Donald Trump still has overwhelmingly done well with men in the suburbs. But look at this among women. This is where the gender gap presents itself in Pennsylvania.
The gender gap.
At least. We've seen this in other states too coming in. 53%
Yeah.
of suburban women.
Women
going
want
with
to pay
Joe
more in
Biden.
taxes.
One other thing here that was really interesting is the independent vote coming in from Pennsylvania. According to the exit polls, obviously, and these are all still preliminary, 53% of independents are going with Joe Biden. That's a flip from 4 years ago. 4 years ago, Donald Trump won independents in Pennsylvania, 48-41. Now Biden ahead by, what is that, almost 10 points in Pennsylvania.
According to the exit polls, we'll see if it holds up as the real results come in right now. We want to take another look at the state of Minnesota as well. Again, that was a state that President Trump had hoped he might be able to flip, like the state of New Hampshire. Right now,
There's no way he thought he was going to flip
of
Minnesota.
The expected vote is in, and it appears that Joe Biden has a big lead. Let's go back to Alex Perez in Minnesota.
Yeah, George, and what we're seeing is that Joe Biden has a huge lead in Hennepin County, the most populous county here in Minnesota. We're seeing 93% of the vote coming in from Hennepin County, about 70% of that
He's
vote
like a
right
kid,
now
huh?
going to Joe Biden. Those are the
Could be
kinds
50
of
years old, bro.
numbers that
He could be
Democrats
50, but
are
he looks-
seeing
he looks
here in
16.
Minnesota. You know, Obama.
The way he
there were
talks is
19
like a-
zones
There's a lady
Excited
at my
kid.
work. I
Obama
thought she was
won
like
that
20
Hillary
years old, bro.
lost to Trump
She's in her
back in
50s.
2016, and the
Really?
Democrats are hoping they're going to be able to win back those so-called pivot counties. Now, the important vote, the rural areas, the Iron Range, the other part of the state, we still don't know the exact numbers from that area. That part of the state typically looks better for Republicans, typically went for Trump, so we will have to wait a little bit later in the evening to figure out those numbers. But right now, Hennepin County, Ramsey County, the populous areas of this state looking good for the Biden campaign, George.
Alex Perez, thanks very much. Let's take another look at North Carolina. Right now, we've got the state of North Carolina with 89% of the expected vote in. It's a very close race right now. Donald Trump at 50.
That's
Joe
fucked.
Biden at 49. Tom Yamas.
Yeah, so we have just one county that we have no data on right now in North Carolina. The race is very, very close. We're looking at a spread
take
of
North
about
and South
40,000
Carolina, that'd be crazy.
votes. This is Granville County right here. This is a swing county. President Trump won it back for Republicans 4 years ago. There's about 15,000 votes for Republicans, 15 to 20,000 votes. That could affect the score. I mean, this is such a close race. This was a state that President Trump outright won 4 years ago, and yet right now it's a nail-biter. A lot of the swing counties, President Trump has been able to hold on, especially in the southern part of the state on the border of South Carolina. But Charlotte, this is Mecklenburg County. This is where they wanted to hold the RNC, Republicans, hopefully to drive out some voters there later on in the year. That didn't happen because of COVID.
Where is Kanye?
Joe Biden's doing exactly what he
Kanye's
has to
done
do
nothing. He's
here.
not going to take a state. Are you crazy?
But I
So
want a
to
little
win
data.
in North
I just wanna
Carolina
see.
for Joe Biden, he's going to have to do that there and in Wake County as well. We're still waiting for some of the vote in there, but you can see Joe Biden is building on that Hillary Clinton lead in those counties. If he can keep doing that,
It was just
there
a
might
stunt
still
to
be
promote
enough
his new
vote
album
out
that's
there,
gonna drop
but
eventually,
President
right?
Trump
Maybe.
right now on top with about
That's all it could be.
40,000 votes.
Byron Pitts, what are you hearing in Raleigh?
Well, George, I can tell you that at this point, the Democrats in the state are getting nervous. The expectation was that they knew they would have an early lead, but they thought it would be big enough that they could hold off a Republican surge. They were looking for a double-digit lead when the numbers came out, and it was only 9 points. And since that time, steadily as each half hour has passed, you've seen the President Trump gain ground, and eventually he's taken the lead. And the sense is that the Democrats may be running out of time.
The Trump train
It's
is
still
coming.
early, right? I mean, North Carolina could go either way, but at this point, one of the things that we can see is that hard work can outwork money. In this state, for instance, in the Senate race, the Democrat outspent the Republican 2-1. And in TV advertising, the Trump campaign spent in TV and radio ads. The Trump and the RNC spent $41 million. Biden and the DNC spent $56 million. And that cash difference at this point doesn't seem to be a sufficient difference for the Democrats in a state in which they felt good going into the night, that they might have a comfortable lead that they could hold on to.
Kanye has
But at
almost
this point,
42,000 votes.
The Republican strategy to start close and then finish strong seems to be the direction that we're going in, George.
Byron Pitts, thanks very much. We have another call to make another projection to make in the state of Kansas. Donald Trump is going to win the state of Kansas. Again, that's a strong red state, has always been. 6 electoral votes. He won by 21 points back in 2016. Donald Trump will win again. I want to bring in Senator Chris Coons now, Senator of Delaware, close friend and advisor to
I wonder
Joe
who's going to
Biden.
be first president with face stats.
Senator Coons, maybe even several days for this to go on. Is this really going as you expected tonight?
Well, George, we had a record early turnout. 100 million Americans voted early, whether in person or by mail. And as we're hearing from all over the country, we had record turnout in many states. So I'm optimistic. When there's record turnout, often that means Democrats win. And I'm hopeful that Joe still has several paths to 270 and towards being our next president. I think his message all along that he and Kamala Harris can bring our country together, can move us out of this deadly pandemic and the mess that Donald Trump's bungled mishandling of the pandemic has gotten us into.
This guy's full of shit. What he's saying is full of shit. It's the lies that divide the country.
I've been checking in with local elected officials, colleagues in
Like
the
Trump
Senate,
caused the virus and he's dividing the country. The media divided the country.
I'm still optimistic about a number of key states that haven't come in yet.
But so, I mean, let's talk about that a little bit more. You say he still has several paths. It looks like Donald Trump, we have not projected yet, but is on track in Florida towards a win. That was a must-win for him. Are we really heading back to the point where Joe Biden has to win all those 3 key blue wall states, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, still holding out hope also in Arizona?
Arizona, I'm optimistic about, given what I'm hearing from a number of elected officials and local organizers there. And I think that means there's several different paths. It doesn't all come down to Pennsylvania. But I'll remind you, George, part of why Joe was a great candidate from the outset is he's someone who was born and raised in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Claymont, Delaware, has always been close to the people of Pennsylvania.
What?
And I think has run a terrific race in Pennsylvania, as well as in Michigan and Wisconsin and Arizona. Those are states I'm optimistic about this evening.
Senator Coons, you still think we're going to hear from Vice President Biden tonight?
I'm hopeful, but not certain. You know, I think we need to remember that elections aren't called on election night. They may get projections from the news, but in the end, elections in the United States are decided by states and counties, and it's often days after election night when all the votes are counted. And
Jofo says 4 more years of SJW fail compilations. But those are so fun to watch.
Before we ultimately reach a decision about this election.
And an important reminder, no question about that. Senator Coons, thanks very much for your time tonight. I want to go back to Cecilia Vega at the White House. What more are you picking up now, Cecilia, about whether or not President Trump will speak?
Actually, we just asked an aide when the president will speak, and we were told that they didn't know. We are sort of relying on what Kellyanne Conway told you at the beginning of the evening, that he will, in fact, address the nation at some point. I got to say, I'd seen some photos from some photographer friends of mine here.
Shut up, that's not news.
Who were in the room where the president's supporters
I saw
are
some
gathering in the
photos.
East Room of the White House, and it looks very much like it is a room where he will speak. There is a podium. There are teleprompters up, so I would not be surprised if we hear from him at some night. And just in terms of a quick mood check, George, you know, they've got, again, these 2 war rooms here on the grounds of the White House where aides and campaign staffers are feverishly monitoring these returns coming in. We've been told that the president has been going between the residence and these rooms and touching base regularly with aides, so they're keeping him up to speed on that front. But the mood check here is they're feeling extremely confident by what they're seeing. Those North Carolina numbers they like very much, and that's giving them some more confidence in states like Arizona and Nevada as we watch those numbers rolling over the course of the evening.
Cecilia Vega, thanks very much. ABC News can now project the Democrats are going to retain the House of Representatives. Not a surprise here. Democrats went into the night with a healthy margin in the House, but we can now say the Democrats will keep that margin.
The Democrats
Mary
keep
Bruce,
control of the House. How?
It's likely that Nancy Pelosi,
have
who
more,
I think had not spoken
seats.
to President Trump in over a year, will return as Speaker.
Doesn't it say 147 to 159?
It does. I don't know math here. You know, I only have, you know, a limited
There is
comprehension.
that fraught relationship continuing. I think specifically about the fight over COVID relief, which continues to be ongoing, even given the state of this pandemic. The two sides have not been able to come together and pass a COVID relief bill in these last recent weeks. It seems that certainly is not going to happen anytime soon. And yet Nancy Pelosi will continue. If Donald Trump continues to be president, Nancy Pelosi will continue to be his foe on Capitol Hill.
Okay, Mary Bruce, thanks very much.
Pelosi fucking needs to go, man. People are fucking
95
idiots.
electoral votes for Donald Trump right now, 93 for Joe Biden. That is because we have just added the state of Kansas for President Trump as well.
It's all red.
And Terry, as we look at that 95 to 93 at 1044
He has
on
8
the East
only.
Coast, 270 winners. As I said, it looks like we're doing a little bit of a replay
8 to
of
15.
2016 with all those big battleground states still out there. America about as divided as ever.
Not really. They're spewing a lot of hatred.
Terry Moran?
Yes, it.
That was funny.
But it does look that way, and it looks like it comes as a
Guys
surprise.
are very close.
America's divided. You hear that, Poseidon? More divided than ever because they don't agree with what we tell them. So it's very
Is
divisive.
that Donald Trump represents a realignment. The pollsters don't understand a post-Donald
Mexico.
Trump America.
Biden's
it
winning.
seems to me, he
Hmm?
wasn't a Republican.
Mexico.
He was a nationalist, and that is something that this country hasn't seen. Other countries have. We've seen nationalists seize the loyalty of people who are looking for a different.
They're trying to make Trump
economy,
look
a
like some kind of
different
cult leader.
culture than
This
the
is the host
Western
of The
cultures are
Apprentice that
trending,
they're saying
and
is the
keep
nationalist.
returning
Like they're
populist
this is
nationalist
crazy what they're
Donald
doing. They're
Trump
still
is
continuing this
that
narrative.
person. I think it
That's
does come
nuts.
as a surprise, certainly to pollsters and to many Democrats as well. There's a lot of things, however this race comes out, for Democrats to do when it comes to the white working class.
Might control the
and
Senate,
working
though.
class,
Look at that.
among many of the minorities as well.
Thank you, Terry. Another state has just gone to Joe Biden, Illinois, and it's 20 electoral votes.
I know
Solid
shit.
Democratic
Chicago.
state, won by Hillary Clinton
for
in
sure.
2016 by 17 points. Rahm Emanuel, your home state.
I mean, what's interesting, right there it is.
Imagine
I'm going
like-
to drop it the same way he's going to drop about New Jersey. Here's what I would say when you look at the whole map. Every state right now that we're seeing is performed to actually what was expected, except for Arizona. That's the only one that's outperformed, that is
Democrats.
different than what happened in
Well,
2016.
Democrats are
Well,
winning.
No, but that's an important distinction. You say to 2016, not necessarily to the wealth of polls we saw coming into this election.
No, that's what I was going to get to next. I appreciate the lead-in right there.
Trump has the popular vote.
We should really take this on the road. I think it's really going to.
So far, only 80 million voted out of 300 and something million.
Basically, when the dust gets settled, you'll
Almost
see Joe Biden is overperforming in certain areas and underperforming from a vote total. But when you look at the polling, what some of the expectations that people have right now, just on election night, is they saw things happening in North Carolina, Georgia, etc. Still could happen, but what's happening is really it's going to come down to 4 states: Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. And
I thought you
Arizona.
said just Pennsylvania. This guy keeps full of shit. I hate
some
Rob
quick
Mayo.
back of the envelope math, and it looks to me like Trump would have to get between 65 and 70% of what's outstanding to win Arizona. It's not impossible, but that's a really tall hurdle. And we've seen repeatedly in this campaign where the president is underperforming with seniors. Certainly, COVID hit Arizona very hard, and this could be an example of what we're seeing, where the COVID
what could
crisis
he do?
is
Yeah,
actually
they're
What could he do?
fucking idiots. They keep acting like Trump created the virus.
If that's the case, then he's
China.
got to pick up Michigan
He's
or
right, though.
Wisconsin, in addition
right,
to
yeah.
holding Ohio and holding Pennsylvania.
Right.
If he loses Arizona.
That's why he needs to win, bro. He's the only one
John,
with
I'm
balls
gonna
to
go
say
you on this
anything.
because this is where the Nebraska 2nd Congressional District comes into play. If Joe Biden wins Arizona, wins Michigan, and wins Wisconsin, but loses
They blame
Pennsylvania,
him for the
You
quota,
get the
but like, what did I
269,
do that not
269,
every
and
other
that's a
country
tie.
did? We just shut
And the
down.
way the tie is broken,
What could
is
you-
it's
what do you want
broken
me
in
to
the
do?
House of Representatives, but it's not the majority of the House of
It's no one's
Representatives,
fault.
which
Yeah.
the Democrats control.
No politician's fault.
Every state's
Why are they blaming
congressional district
politicians?
gets a single vote. And the Republicans control more congressional districts, more state delegations than
one vote.
But
by one.
if-
They have 26.
if Joe Biden wins that 2nd Congressional District in Nebraska, 270
Right,
to 268.
and by the way, we call it. It's got a nickname. It's called Obama-ha. Because
Fuck you,
Obama
bro.
won it when they started splitting the Delaware. So it is a district that I would say Biden is favored to win.
And we gotta look
You
at
do not
Nevada
look at this
also.
person and ever think of the word patience, but I'm actually going to advocate it. This
And
is
we
going to be a
gotta
long week. It's going to take a while. It's going to come down to four to 5 states, and that's
He's
what's going to
missing his
happen.
middle finger.
So
You
we
saw
have a
that?
very competitive congressional race going on in 82. Car
Oh, it's
Eastman
not right there.
and Don
Oh,
Bacon.
middle
and
finger.
as you know, this is a
What did you
rematch.
do?
Progressives and Democrats came together to support Car Eastman. So if it comes down to that, I think we might win it.
Okay, we got to
Keep
take
an eye
a
on
quick
Nevada
break. We'll be
also,
back.
George.
I don't like what they're saying though.
ABC
What?
News.
Like they spew a lot of bullshit, and they're talking about, oh, it might be a couple of days because I feel like if Trump wins tonight, like if it shows that he's taking it,
They're gonna fight
they're
it
gonna
hard.
panic. Yeah, and they're gonna try to figure something out.
Yeah, this scene. That's cool.
Did you start watching it?
No, I only saw, I think, episode 1.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Isn't it good?
The Mandarini.
You're talking about season 2, right?
The Mandarin.
Talk about season
Is
2.
it good?
We didn't see season
No, I only saw 1 episode.
of
Season 2 or 1?
1.
Oh, we already saw
Yeah.
season 1.
This season 2, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta get on that Disney Plus.
It's okay. If you're a Disney freak, like most girls are for a movie, get it. But for everything else, it's
I just want to watch WandaVision.
Yeah, when those shows start rolling out, the Loki one, the Captain America one, with Winter Soldier, and they promoted this like 3 years ago. Where the fuck is it?
Which?
All these shows.
Well, everything got delayed because of COVID. They didn't want to put them out yet.
You think they're gonna start adding the movies now, one by one? Black Widow.
Oh, Black Widow never came out. It looks shit though.
How do you know?
Like
it
the
looks shit.
trailer, yeah.
It doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
You think she bitched and she's like, "Where's my fucking movie?" Right? No.
They're just like, we need to print some more money.
But the next big bad guy is gonna be Galactus, correct? Is that what
Better
they're
be,
leading up
yeah,
to?
that's what I heard.
What else could it be? You know?
The X-Men are coming.
Introduce the X-Men, introduce Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, build it slowly.
Yeah.
It could work.
I
But
think
they
that's
have to
what's gonna
they have to show Galactus like fucking
full
full. What is he? He's an internal?
Yeah.
Like monster eater, not a fucking cloud.
Yeah, planet eater. Yeah. Remember the
fucking cloud, bro, in space. Fucking fog.
That was in the Fantastic Four shit movie from Fox. Yeah.
Did you ever see the remake? I didn't see the remake one.
Yeah, it was garbage.
It was garbage too.
Passion, rage, accusations, revenge, murder.
That's how they're gonna
the
introduce
clues. Racism.
That's how they're gonna introduce the X-Men. The Wanda is gonna do something, and
bring them in.
Change the gene or something, something like that.
Really?
Because they can't be like, oh yeah, by the
Where
way,
were
they
you
were here
this
all
whole
along.
time? Yeah, yeah.
You know, so something's gonna have to happen. New Wolverine, new everyone. Boom, 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 boom. I didn't see the new X-Men.
Which new X-Men?
The fucking remake of the other third one with fucking Phoenix.
Oh, the Dark Phoenix. Oh, it's shit.
Was it copy paste? Was it almost the same movie?
No, it was just shit.
They can't get a Dark Phoenix movie right.
I saw it on the plane.
The worst. Watch it even.
I wanted to vomit.
You want to jump off the plane, bro?
I was like, if this plane crashes right now, it wouldn't be the worst thing that happened to me today.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah, it was a shit movie. Yeah.
You guys were talking about you want to go down south again. You gonna go alone again?
He likes being alone.
Yeah.
Nobody judges
I
him.
can't do that.
No, it's nothing to do with that.
Even home alone now with no kids and wife when I have off, it's weird. I can't do a whole week.
No, I like the escape of.
I get it.
I don't know.
Apparently they're
It
rioting.
feels like an adventure.
They're rioting in California. Why they vote blue?
Why?
Why they riot? Because they're fucking idiots. It's just an excuse to riot.
How
are they rioting?
I need the new iPhone, bro.
Fucking idiots.
Remember here, we're idiots too. Riot because the Habs lose or win.
Yeah.
Remember? Fucking stupid.
I'm gonna take 5 minutes once I unmute.
What's the matter?
States won by Donald Trump, 108 electoral votes. Exactly the states 4 years ago, the Democrats and Republicans won. There has not been a switch yet in any of the key battlegrounds. We're still looking at a lot of states. We can project now that Donald Trump, as you see up there, has won the state of Wyoming. And it's 3 electoral votes, solid Republican state, no surprise there again. And we can report in the Senate, Lindsey Graham will hold on to his seat in South Carolina, faced a fierce, surprising challenge from Jamie Harrison, who raised tens of millions of dollars in the final weeks of this campaign. It wasn't enough to put him over the top. Janae Norman in South Carolina.
Okay, let's say you.
Yeah, George, Jamie
give
Harrison spoke not long ago conceding the race
$10
to
million.
Lindsey Graham, a hard-fought race
Go take
that
the
Lindsey
money,
Graham hadn't originally
go promote yourself,
anticipated.
basically,
As you
right?
just mentioned, Harrison
What do
raised
you get
record-setting
something out of it? Do you
amounts
get
of
like
money and pushed this idea
IOU?
about the New
Yeah,
South,
that's what it
Is that
is.
how it
It's
works?
called
of
lobbying.
black
Yeah.
voters and
But
growing diversity
anything.
in
Is
this
it
historically
anything?
red state could help
Whatever you can help
propel
with.
him to victory, but
It could be
Republicans
repealing something.
remained
Could be passing a
What if they
law.
tell you F off? I
that
can't help you.
conservatives
Never
would
happened.
for the
choose
money.
Lindsey Graham. That's
Never
one
happened.
thing the state's GOP
Why
chair
wouldn't it
talked with
happen?
me about
That's what
earlier
Trump
today.
doesn't have
He said
lobbyists.
I know.
It's
That's why Trump doesn't have
good.
lobbyists. I know.
Demographics
He
are
does a
not
lot of stuff that's
Look,
good,
the
bro.
thing
But people, they say crazy shit about him.
They don't talk about his good things.
And that has helped
You know what,
Lindsey
that's his
Graham
fault
in
a bit.
recent weeks,
It's his
even
fault because
though
the way he
has
talks and
changed his
everything. Yeah.
stance on
If he
Supreme
spoke a
Court
little better-
It comes off
nominations
too
in an election year by
abrasive.
supporting the nomination
Comes
of
off
Amy
like a
Coney
bully.
Barrett to
That's
the
the
Supreme
issue.
Court. He has been able
But
to
that's
tout
his-
those conservative values, and that has helped
In
him a
real
lot.
estate,
He
in his
struggled
businesses, you have to be a
more
bully.
this time around
You
with
know, that's all he
women
knows.
and independent voters, with women seeming evenly split between Harrison and Graham, and independent voters seeming to lean toward Harrison. But in the end, Graham pulled this one out. He will hold on to his seat, and that will certainly help Republicans as they remain optimistic in maintaining a majority in the Senate. George.
One day this is all going to be digital. It's going to be instant.
What do you mean?
You're going to be voting digitally, like off Facebook or some shit.
No, I don't think so.
For sure.
I think it's always
Being
going
the
to be
best
go.
friend of John McCain, to basically
Everything evolves.
Donald Trump's biggest supporter in the Senate.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there was
But
when-
some stuff
when
shouldn't.
Obama first got
What has
elected, I
not
think he was
evolved?
Rahm Emanuel's
What do you mean?
best friend. I mean, he was the
What has not
Republican he liked to
evolved?
work with.
Everything
He
evolves.
was- But he
Shit the same.
himself. He hitched
No, you don't.
himself
You have
to,
toilets now. You got fucking
to-
flushes.
The
You
last
have
time
bidets.
toilet paper has
Yeah,
been
but
updated.
bidets with now. You have bidets that shoot up water up your asshole.
I want to get one. Those ones you attach on your seat.
And turned right
It's for water
around.
mass.
And you know, Jamie Harrison was able to raise presidential level money in a Senate race, but not enough to win in South Carolina.
No, and Mary Bruce, Lindsey Graham was such a key player in the confirmation of both Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court.
He is the chairman of the powerful Judiciary
Called
Committee.
Drake.
Lindsey Graham
Yeah.
just had a
It's
very
called
big
Drake.
win
Tell him
in
to
the
come
confirmation
do
of Amy
the
Coney
musical
Barrett.
number
But it was
at
yet another
halftime.
example of the really just astounding 180 that Lindsey Graham has done in recent years. Of course, he came out in the end of Obama's term saying he would absolutely never consider a Supreme Court nominee this close to a presidential election. He went back on that promise, of course, leading the charge on the Hill to get Amy Coney Barrett confirmed. Lindsey Graham has really gone from being, one of the president's opponents, one of his fiercest foes, to being his absolute top ally on the Hill. I can tell you, anyone who covers Capitol Hill knows in Washington, if you want to know what the president is thinking, you go and find Lindsey Graham in the basement of the Capitol. And he is not hard to find because often it works the other way around, too. If he wants the president to know what's happening on the Hill, he often comes and finds us to telegraph through the media.
I don't like this lady. She's too cold.
Run for Lindsey Graham, and
Too
I think
cold?
it was one of the reasons,
Cold,
of course,
yeah.
why you saw
She's
Joni
freezing out there.
Harrison raising so much money. Lindsey Graham was pummeled
Did you change your
in
winter
this
tires?
race by
I did.
ads for his flip-flopping
Smart guy.
I know.
on his positions.
Gotta go tomorrow.
Smarter than the average bear, sir. I don't understand how they have the house.
$57 million.
That's
That
162
is
to
presidential
147. I
level
don't get it.
money, but ultimately not enough. Lindsey Graham, it appears,
understand
will
how that
continue
works.
to be the
Googling?
president's
No,
top ally,
I don't care that
closest
much.
friend on Capitol Hill.
Mary Bruce, thanks
Come on, close
very
it, fuck
much.
it.
Chris Christie, now the Senate battle is going to come down to North
Let's just
Carolina,
assume.
go home.
Iowa,
Just assume Trump won.
Yeah, and the Republicans have
some
to win
cartoons,
2
bro.
of the 3 there. And I think they're in good shape to do it. I continue to hear from North Carolina Republican
ABC
leadership
News
are getting
contributor,
more
that's
and
what he
more
is.
confident
That's
as
why
the
he's
night
there.
goes on that Tom Tillis is going to win a narrow race there, and that the president will win the electoral votes. And in Iowa, spoke to a couple of Republican leaders there who think that Joni Ernst is going to be in good shape tonight.
We are going to keep an eye on it. We're going to be back in just a minute. Some of our stations are going to go to the late local news right now, but our election coverage continues in just a moment.
We on the web, dog. So right now, the way it's looking, Trump is getting reelected. So far, everything's the same. So get ready. But you know what's funny is California, they already started rioting apparently, so it doesn't matter who wins. I told you. They don't care. It's just an excuse to riot.
Antifa's waiting, bro.
The action
It's not even Antifa, it's just idiots.
and the originals. There's no
It's
limit to what you'll
opportunists.
find.
Exactly.
These are your worlds. So come on. Dive deeper into the universes you love. Wherever
Like, your
and
life must
whenever you
suck,
want
like,
them.
you're, like, you're a piece
You'll
of shit.
find them all here on Disney Plus.
This is what being live is all about.
All about.
This is ABC News Live, the 24/7 streaming news source of ABC News. Breaking news, live events, streaming nonstop. Original breakthrough storytelling from ABC News, National Geographic, ESPN.
TV shows
and
are
it's
going to
all
start slowing
designed
down,
differently for
because
you
they're not
to
filming
stream
as much,
straight to
Yeah.
your
right?
screen whenever you want.
ABC News Live.
100%, sir.
Everywhere, right to you.
ABC News Live. It's that easy to go there.
You know what I predict in the next 5 years? There's going to be internet companies that are going to get into these streaming services and get packages. Here's 1 gig of internet, and it comes with Netflix, Hulu, Crave, one price. You know?
So fine, I had to
You think that's going to happen one day?
What?
That the internet companies are going to come together and talk to these streaming companies and, like, attach it to our internet deals.
Oh no, they're already doing that. They're doing that themselves. Like now they're streaming. Everything's gonna change. Netflix isn't gonna exist.
No, I'm talking about like packages. And this, you get this streaming services.
That's what they're doing.
Who's doing that now?
Everybody, ABC, Netflix.
No, but
Sorry,
ABC, they have their own.
NBC has their own streaming. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like one package and you get Hulu.
But that's what it is.
Peacock,
That's what it.
and
Those,
Netflix.
that's what like right now in the States you could get those dish networks or whatever the fuck, and you have those.
Really,
Yeah.
Full
We
circle.
just need to start talking about race.
Homegrown hate, the war among us.
This is a real wake-up call.
Streaming now on ABC News.
What movie was good with
Susan
Daniel
Powell
Craig?
was a
Harry
young,
Potter?
beautiful
He
mother.
was an FBI
She just
agent
one
who
night vanished.
infiltrated the
Where
KKK.
is Susan?
Very good movie. Very good
You
actor.
know what was good? Black Klansman was good.
I didn't see that.
Black Klansman was good.
Are you a Klansman?
Poseidon is the Klansman. He's the
Are you a
Klan.
Grand Wizard, bro? Grand Dragon?
What stupid names, bro? Like that's how you know they're fucking idiots.
They're just playing Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know why everyone hates us. We're just LARPing. Have you seen LARPers on the mountain, bro? Huh? It's a thing. They LARP in the mountain.
I've seen them on the bus too. It's a lot, son.
Yeah.
Let's get hot in here.
Get so
electoral votes in the state of Oregon.
Oregon.
Win the state of Washington as
Yeah,
well.
so you got oregano.
And it's 12 electoral votes. You see that entire Pacific coast.
Oh, Washington,
surprise
bro.
there. It is going to go to Joe Biden. So right now at
Who
this
got oregano?
hour, Joe Biden has
Joe Biden.
187 electoral votes. Donald Trump
Holy
has
shit.
114.
Washington.
Again,
187.
Right now, it's a complete repeat of the
God damn.
2016
What do you mean?
map. All the big battleground states are still in
So right
play.
now, look at that.
Key
Look at
ones.
that gap
This could be
beside him.
a new state.
That's
in
that's
play
good,
for
right?
2020 is the state of Arizona.
187 to 114. It's not good for Trump.
No, that's what I mean.
Right now,
So what are other big electoral states? You have Florida, you have
Pennsylvania, Michigan.
Michigan. So right now, Trump is looking good. There's
If
20
he gets
seats
those.
in Pennsylvania alone.
Yeah,
So if he gets that, then he almost ties. Makes no sense.
Arizona's huge. Arizona doesn't make any sense right now. I feel like there's cheating.
Because if you look at his lead right now, overall,
11 votes
it's by
only.
10 points as well.
11
So where's Joe
electoral
Biden
votes.
winning? He's winning in the biggest county. This is where he needs to be. 3/4 of the votes going to come from right here. And you can see he's up 10 points from Hillary Clinton 4 years ago. One of the things Joe Biden did here, he spent big. He went to Maricopa County and he spent $17 million.
Jesus
Democrats looked at the
Christ.
map after 2016. They saw that Donald Trump had underperformed from Mitt Romney. Kirsten Sinema comes in a Senate race 2 years later and she wins. And we got to talk about Tucson as well, Pima County. So you can see here, Joe Biden.
Tucson, that's what's that show there? The Last Man on Earth.
A lot tonight, George, but that's the home of Mark Kelly. He's on top 2. His range, 10 points as well in that Senate race.
The Wall Street
against
Journal is
Mark
calling
Lexally.
it right
Some
now.
people said this could be a
209
reverse
Biden,
cartel effect.
112
Mark Kelly, former
Trump.
astronaut, husband of Gabby Giffords, the congresswoman from Arizona who was, of course, tragically shot back in 10 years ago. I want to go to Whit Johnson in Arizona. Whit, what are you hearing there?
George, I can tell you the Biden campaign is feeling really good about these early results and what they're seeing, although this is very much what they expected early in the night. Remember, we had the huge early voter turnout here. About 85% of the ballots were cast early. Democrats knew that they needed to take an early lead. But on the flip side, Republicans were counting on today. The Trump campaign
look at this.
told us that they
New
had
Jersey
data
legalizes
that
recreational
showed them
marijuana.
that they would outnumber
21 and over.
Biden
It's about
supporters
time.
at the polls on Election Day by a ratio of 4 to 1. And George, I can tell you just
You could still go to war and kill people before smoking weed, though.
strong support, especially among
Good.
independents.
It's always been
David was talking about the
a little
independent
fucked
vote
up.
being so important
Did he
in
answer?
Arizona. We spoke to 3
Besides-
self-proclaimed
I'm curious to see what the
independent
answer
voters
is.
who voted for Obama previously.
The
but
bunker's
this time
open.
voted for a
That would be
second
amazing.
time for President Donald Trump. And one of them actually split the ticket. And you might be hearing quite a bit about that here in Arizona. He voted for Donald Trump, but also voted for the Democrat, Mark Kelly, for the Senate. 2 years ago in 2018, 150,000 voters in Arizona voted for the Republican Ducey, but also voted for the Senate Democrat Kirsten Sinema.
Doo-doo.
So we've seen
Ducey
that
is like a
independent
funny way of saying
spirit
taking a
here in
shit.
Arizona.
Oh shit! Now
Again,
he's
this is
leading Senate
maverick
also.
country, and in the spirit of John McCain, the voters here like to give the thumbs up or the thumbs down on the individual candidates they like and the issues they care
Gladiator,
about.
bro.
But I don't want to forget about that Senate race too, because it is huge. This is one that Democrats have really been eyeing across the country. You have the astronaut Mark Kelly against the combat pilot Martha McSally.
Joe Biden took California,
Kelly
no
has
shit.
maintained an edge in the polls, and if he were to win, this would
This
be
makes
the
more
first
sense now.
time that the state of Arizona would send
What
2
just happened?
Democrats to the Senate since 1953. That's about 68 years. And I can tell you, George.
Yeah, the Wall
again,
Street
this
Journal is
that
way
Senate
off.
seat that belonged to John McCain. His wife Cindy endorsed Joe Biden, but the voters we spoke with throughout Arizona here over the past couple days didn't care
Arizona.
much about any of the endorsements.
Whit Johnson, thanks very much. Let's go to Cecilia Vega. 2 big issues in Arizona: COVID and its impact on the Latino community.
Yeah, COVID only impacts. So you heard this. So COVID only impacts Latinos here, and then another state they were talking. Yeah, in another state they were talking about how COVID only impacts Black people. Are they fucking crazy?
Say that this is a community that has been devastated by COVID.
They forget.
Yeah, just them. Just them.
Okay, we now are going to.
Most of Italy didn't die. It's just them.
Pelosi is coming out to speak to the cameras, and we're going to see it right now.
Thank you for joining us.
She always wears a scarf, eh?
Transportation is always challenging in this time of coronavirus, but thank you for joining us virtually here this evening so that I can praise you for retaining our House Democratic majority.
Oh, I hate this
Under
woman.
your leadership, Madam Chair, we have
Everybody hates
held
her.
the House, and now when
She's a evil bitch, this one.
See how much better we will do than that.
Got
We're
Oregon,
in
too.
a situation where some of the states have just said we're not counting anymore until tomorrow morning, and of course the West Coast has not.
Oof, look at
chimed in
Pennsylvania.
yet.
Oh my God.
So there's more to come.
What a difference.
Our race this time was all about health care. This was vote your health. We had that in the last election. Our for the
Ay,
people
papi.
agenda was we're going to lower healthcare costs by lowering the cost of prescription drugs.
Bro, our group chat for Warzone, that's all it is.
It's just audio.
It's just
silence for like
voice messages going quiet, and then
the policy committee that Congress, that Madam Chair,
Like, guys, we're dropping.
a co-chair of them.
I don't know why I find that so funny.
Wisconsin's going Trump's way.
Because it is of concern to the American people.
So yeah, I was telling you, bro.
Is
The new
amplified,
glitch.
by the coronavirus. So our purpose in this race was to win so that we could
You glitch.
protect
Just
the
forget it.
Affordable Care Act and that we could crush
Drop your load
the
out. If you
virus.
crouch right underneath
that
it,
we could
you go in the loadout.
Like crouch, like prone or crouch?
Crouch.
Okay.
So no one could see you in the loadout, but you could see them. You can shoot all of them.
and that we can put money in the pockets of the American people. So I'm very, very proud of the fact that
So imagine we're like the zone's closing. Someone has a loadout, drops it in the middle of the zone, and one of us stays in the loadout, shoots people that are coming around, and they can't even throw stuff at you and it won't affect you.
But that.
Why isn't that? Can we take her scarf and choke her with it? I hate that woman.
She likes getting choked. That's why she has to hide
Oh
it.
wait, they're changing it again.
Finish your thought on Arizona.
Thank you, George. I
Wasn't he
appreciate
at
that. We were
190
talking about
something?
COVID and the impact on Latino communities, and as we've seen,
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
heading
to
into
win the whole
today,
shebang.
COVID is among
Yeah.
the top
No, that
issues
was the House
of concern as Latinos
before.
head to the polls, as well as the economy
190.
and healthcare.
Yeah.
That's why I found
But
it
what we
weird.
saw
Okay.
time and time again from President Trump in
Well,
multiple
they're losing the
visits
Senate
to
by
this state, and he made very many. And this campaign, the Trump campaign particularly, was heavily focused on Arizona. This is a state they do want to win. They were focused. One of the messages that they kept hitting over and over again was immigration because of the state's location along the border there. And he talked about the wall repeatedly and repeated the mistruth that Mexico is paying for the wall. Mexico is not paying for the wall. American citizens are paying for the wall. And as we've seen in the polling heading into today, immigration is very far low on the list of issues that are important to Americans
Are you
heading
losing
into
shit?
Election Day. And when you talk to Republicans in Washington and on Capitol Hill specifically, they get very frustrated with the president's continual focus on this issue because it's not one that is necessarily a winning argument for their base heading into the election. They wanted to see him expand that conversation in states like Arizona to focus on COVID, to focus on the economy, but immigration was a message that he drilled in on time and time again.
Cecilia Vega, thanks very much. Lindsay Davis.
Cecilia
the
Vega.
current theme of the night. This election defined in many ways by the pandemic.
Sure. Going into tonight, I think that one big question that
I don't trust Two-Face anymore.
You know what's fucking weird? She's like
infections. Were they going to see that
opposite
as a
of
failure
catfish.
the Trump administration and then
No,
vote
it's a
for Joe
catfish.
Biden?
No,
Were
she's
they
looking good there,
gonna
but when you see her in
stick with the
person, she looks like what you used to
president
show me.
I think it's the
despite
glasses.
Yeah, but
It's
usually-
the reverse glasses.
people died
Oh,
today
you
of
think that's what it
coronavirus,
is?
and yet when we're looking
Yeah,
at
the
graph,
glasses
we
make her
really
look
don't
better, I think.
see
Ah.
that much has changed.
Because usually it's
as
the opposite,
far
it's
as
in
the way people,
pictures.
Generally, we haven't.
Oh,
again,
the
heard from
Democrats took the
battleground
House. What the
states
fuck?
yet, but we haven't seen
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of change from how people.
Oh, I didn't
That
see
was the
that.
190. It's going up again.
2016.
Yeah,
There
they
really
need
will
218.
be much more daylight between.
That's why
So
she's
they're gonna
happy.
have the House and the
candidates as
Senate?
far as how
Maybe.
they've
No, the
set
Senate's still up
Yeah,
for
I want
grabs.
to take that to Jen Ashton.
It was,
because, Jen,
they
we've
were
seen
winning
all
by 1
through
point.
this campaign
What do we know,
such
bro?
different
We're
visions on
spouting
how to
statistics like we
handle
care. It's gonna
I'm not
affect
spouting
them.
statistics.
Joe
I'm just reading. That's
Biden
what
No,
I'm
that's what I
saying.
mean. Like,
Trump,
like reading like
as
it's
the entire country, basically, more than 42 states are in the grip of this second wave.
Absolutely, George. And we heard Dr. Deborah Birx in an internal White House memo
Who's this
citing
guy?
that we're going into the most dire
Doctor.
period of the pandemic to date. She is expecting to see 100,000
I'm a
cases
geologist, I'm a
day
doctor.
in the
She's
next
expected
week.
to see
And we have seen
100,000
different
cases a
approaches.
day.
We've seen
Do you
different
expect people to
approaches when
believe
it
that
comes
she's
to
going to see
testing.
100,000 people a
We
day?
have seen,
No, that's
some
insane.
2 3 days ago, 90,000 in one day.
One doctor saw 90,000 people in one day.
No, that's not what she's saying.
She's expected to see over 100,000 people. Come on, man.
The FDA, the World Health Organization.
Come on, man.
To circle back to the state of Arizona, to pick up on what Cecilia and Lindsay have said, we have seen.
I love how they're still blasting 230,000 deaths, but the CDC came out and said only 6% of those
are actual COVID deaths.
Actually COVID deaths.
A man died after a motorcycle accident, but we heard that COVID was rampant in the hospital. So we put COVID on the death certificate.
So Alex Jones is doing InfoWars right now. He's home.
Yeah, of course. He left the podcast and went home.
He went to? Did he go?
He did another podcast.
He didn't go to Rogan.
No, he did Crowder's podcast.
30 to 40%.
Oh, Crowder's still streaming, I think.
Do not have
Think he's gonna take it personally. He didn't go to jail.
No.
This virus. It's not just about the vaccine and therapeutics. It's very widespread.
David Muir, what are we seeing in the exit polls about all this? We have national exit polls.
We do now, yeah. That's right, George. And just to pick up on
Oh, yeah,
Lindsay's
still-
point,
the boys are
there
still
could
on.
not be more daylight between President Trump and Joe Biden in how they put themselves forward as how they would deal with this.
Donald
pandemic
Trump Jr.
moving
is with
forward.
Crowder
Joe
now.
Biden saying, I can't flip a switch and fix things, but
Really, eh?
we
He's
do
in
have to
Texas?
address the virus.
No,
before we can address
just
the economy.
Skyping in.
And look
Oh.
at this. This is the first time we're going to be able to do this, 11 p.m. Eastern. So if containing COVID, the pandemic, was the way you voted
Let's see what
today
Mr.
over
Crowder
rebuilding
thinks.
the economy, and look at this, 51% to 42% in the exit polling. When
I'm
you
always
break
curious
that
about what the
down,
Crowders think because
Joe Biden,
they're
80% to
really
Donald
into the
Trump's
politics, so they get this better than we do.
18%. If the most important issue to you was containing COVID-19. Now, if the most important issue was opening the country, getting the economy going again, it's almost the complete opposite. 76% with Donald Trump, 22% with Joe Biden. And among independents, we're seeing this tonight, the breakdown. Joe Biden leading among independents in the national exit polls, 55 to 40.
Who's winning? Right now, it's a little odd. I would say Biden right now, but not all the votes have been counted. It looks like Trump. I mean, it's still going the way it did 4 years ago. So if it continues like this, Trump's going to win.
So far in these states,
It's
with
the
such
big
close
states at
races,
the
is
end.
that not only is the country divided, but many of these key battleground states are divided right down the middle.
No question about that, Martha Raddatz. COVID is something that came up consistently in all your travels across the country.
It sure
Holy
did, George. But I have
fuck,
to say that I was surprised when I crossed the country, and it was almost like people are done with it. It was very blue state, red state. They were wearing masks in blue states. They were not wearing masks en masse.
Wear your masks,
in
people.
Red states.
Very many people asked me to put on a mask for various reasons. Majority of which was they didn't want to look on my face.
Especially to the Trump voters. I mean, we have to remember, they're voting for an incumbent now. In 2016, it was, we don't want to vote for a Washington guy. He's something new. He's a businessman. But they're voting on his record now. And that record is COVID. That record is the economy. That record
What
is
could he do?
immigration and
What could he
race
do?
relations. So
He wants to open it. They're not letting him. They're not letting him do what he wants to do.
What Donald Trump has done in these last 4 years.
bro.
Yeah, they're full of shit. I'm glad that you. I hate my nose.
That happens to you
I went
too.
like this. I'm glad that you
voter in
noticed though. They're
Texas
full of
who's a
shit.
very strong supporter, had a mask on. He said he only wears it when he goes into certain establishments so he can get into them. But his mask said, "This is dumb."
Except for Trudeau, fuck him,
And
bro. It's his
today
fault.
he told me, Dr. Fauci, everything he says is wrong. So that
Bro,
message
isn't there
is
other doctors?
resonating in those areas.
You know,
too.
they're
But
all
you go
quoting
through
Fauci.
Ohio. I
Bro,
was
I'm sure there's other
especially
people more qualified than him.
surprised in Ohio. There were so many people out, not social distancing. And this is in Columbus, in a very crowded area. They had masks, but most of them were pulled down. But they were not social distancing, and they were just out. They just wanted to be out.
According to
and try
Crowder, he says
forget
it's
about
looking great.
Martha, thanks. Heidi Heitkamp.
He just
you
won New
certainly
Hampshire
see
by
that in
then.
the Dakotas.
Say it.
Holy fuck!
I think
Oh my God.
Did she get worse?
The makeup's fading, bro.
It's the only way to control it. It's not
The mask is
something
coming
that
off.
you're going
Look at her
to
teeth,
get
bro.
over until you get through it. And
Fuck,
they don't
bro,
want
what
to
is that?
disrupt their lives. And
The man's a
so,
goblin.
Sure,
That's too many cigarettes.
Man's a
bro.
goblin.
but they were old or they were this. And what is really puzzling to me is that we are so willing to make old and disabled people kind of the victims systems here and then just accept it. And you're seeing that in these vote totals. You're seeing it in the behavior, especially in red states. They don't want to change their lives. They don't think that changing their lives will change the outcome of the coronavirus.
Heidi Heitkamp, thanks very much. Let's take another look at the state of Ohio right now. We've now got 85% of the expected vote in the state of Ohio.
Oh, boy.
And Donald Trump now appears to be pulling away 53 to 45 in that state. Chris Christie, that's what you were hearing from the state about an hour ago.
It was. It's what I was hearing from GOP leadership. They said that as this progressed in the evening, he was going to open up a more substantial lead.
Can of whoop ass.
George, I'm hearing the same thing in North Carolina, that both Tom Tillis is now leading by more than a point over Cal Cunningham, and the president is leading by just less than a point over Joe Biden in North Carolina. And that's been a steady progression through the evening to
Holy shit.
chip away at that. And they feel very confident in North Carolina, again, that both those are going to go that the way Ohio has gone here for Trump and for Tillis in the Senate.
Let's pull up another look at North Carolina right now. If we can pull up the North Carolina map, we've got 95% of the expected vote in North Carolina.
Oh,
Very
wow.
close race right now. Only about 70,000 votes separating Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Tom, what can we look at?
It'll be funny.
The outstanding votes
Trump
still
wins,
is?
and because he doesn't care about getting reelected, normally he's like, you could like, okay, good job, Biden. He's like, fuck Biden.
Right now, Joe Biden overperforming. He's 3 points higher from where Hillary Clinton was just 4 years ago. Donald Trump slightly down in Mecklenburg, but that's 95% of the vote in. Not a whole lot more votes going to come out of there. Wake County, the same story. Look, Joe Biden is doing well. He's improved in these cities around.
Why do they
like
keep
North Carolina?
saying Joe Biden, like, every time you see a state that he's losing, they go to a county in that state that he's winning. He's doing well. Like, what are they trying to change? Just tell the people the truth.
Look at map, it's pretty much the same. Joe Biden is running up the score in the cities.
How
but
could it be
around the
1 point
rural
difference?
counties,
And look
even
at the
some of
colors.
swing
Yeah.
counties that he took from Democrats 4 years ago.
Doesn't
he's
make
on
sense,
top,
huh?
And he's still winning. These
Unless
counties
it's
down here on the
the
border
big
with
cities
South
are there.
Carolina,
Yeah.
Robson, this
I
is
think
one
that's
that
what
we're
it
taking
is.
a close look at. He's actually doing much better there. So in the rural areas, it looks like the Trump team has been able to drive out their voters.
Okay, Tom Yamas, thank you very much. We're going to take another
He
quick
calls him
break. We have
Yamas
a
instead of
long night
Lamas.
ahead. We'll be right back.
Oh boy, Poseidon on that mute button. What do you think, Basisi? Right now, it's going the same way as it did in 2016.
I think Trump's got this in the bag.
Nah, it's not, it's
I
too
think it's
close
got in
to
the
say
bag.
that, but it looks like it looks like it's gonna be good.
I'm very hungry.
Yeah, you want me to get you some food?
No. Should be done. What time is it now?
I don't know. We'll give it a bit.
Another hour maybe, max?
Yeah, max. And then whatever happens, happens. We should know better results or not, because you have to wait till the 9 o'clock shutting in. It's normally around midnight because you have to wait till everything shuts down. In California, but to me, none of those matter because you already know they're gonna go blue. Arizona right now is interesting, and then we're gonna see what happens with Pennsylvania and that kind of fucking Texas and
Trump's winning Pennsylvania.
Philly. You think?
Yeah.
He was winning now
By almost 10 points.
before he was
Wait,
losing.
what?
No, he was always winning.
No,
Trump.
he was losing Pennsylvania.
No, he was losing
Oh, he came
Pennsylvania.
back.
Yeah, I guess if you
He'll
said
come
that.
back.
Oh shit!
Just before.
Holy fuck! Imagine he wins bigger than he did in 4 years ago. That'd be fucking hilarious. Yeah. Well, maybe a lot of people are just fed up. Like, I'm not gonna go with the senile guy that can't speak, and Kamal, let's put everyone in jail. Harris, like, fuck that. Mando. Yeah, everyone's talking about the Mandalorian. People are obsessed with the Mandalorian. Huh?
That's okay.
Well, it was a good. It wasn't a bad show.
It wasn't a bad show.
So much on the line. More Americans turn here.
It feels like a space western.
Yeah. America's most watched program across all of television. I'll tell you that's a lie. America's most watched program across all stations is the Joe Rogan Experience. But it's cool. Whatever, ABC.
It's just a podcast. Doesn't count.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Have you noticed a lot of his guests recently are like bowing down to him?
What do you mean bowing down?
Like, oh, you know, your show's so big, you know, where he catches a good audience, and he's like he's just like trying to be humble. He's like, yeah, whatever, who cares?
No, you're just talking about Gad said.
Not just that, even though I've noticed recently too.
So far tonight is going
Alex Jones alone kept saying.
Well, it's true though.
It is true, but
you have a problem with the truth. Why do you hate the truth? Why do you hate the truth? Why do you hate democracy?
In the country, has anything surprised
Besides, never existed.
This guy again.
I'm in Miami-Dade County in Florida, and the big question is that indicative of a polling error in other parts of the country? Or is
Good
it
night,
isolated to South
certified
Florida?
average podcast.
The fact that Biden has won New Hampshire, for example, might make you say, well, actually, it's
Well,
part
Florida's
of
going-
Florida, but maybe not a problem elsewhere. The fact that Arizona looks
This is the
okay
same guy
for
that said Biden
so
was going to win an hour
it's
ago.
gonna
Let's
be
see
a
what he's
long
saying now.
night. I think we're in a scenario now where we're talking about this might take days to get
Idaho.
resolved. But still, how much is that an isolated incident in Florida versus a national polling problem, kind of like we saw in 2016?
Yeah, and we still don't know how the popular vote
gotta go
is
see
going
my
to come in. Of
Cairo
course, we
again.
expect to see millions and millions of votes coming in from the Pacific West Coast, especially California.
Yeah, I mean, Biden will probably win the popular vote, but that doesn't make you president. And so, you know, I mean, look, it feels a little bit like 2016, but also a bit like 2018, where Florida went very badly for Democrats, but they had a good night in the end of the day. The fact that in different corners of the country, the fact that New Hampshire went for Biden and Arizona looks okay for Biden would give Democrats quite a bit of hope, I would think. But, you know, if they lose Pennsylvania, then we probably have a second term for Trump. So it's going to take a long time to know what happens in Pennsylvania, what happens in Wisconsin, what happens in Michigan. we'll know more about Arizona probably by.
This is just me, or was he a little more confident about an hour ago?
An hour ago he was saying how Biden's going to fucking destroy.
At the beginning of the night, we'll say it again. But right now, we have to have patience. We have to wait until all the votes.
They're panicking.
are counted.
They're doing what CNN did 4 years ago.
No,
They're panicking.
it's happening.
It's happening again.
again.
I'm watching it happen again live.
Clear that we are not going to know who the next president of the United States will be.
Yeah, bullshit. You're not gonna. No. You're gonna know. You're not gonna accept it, but you're gonna know.
The coming days. Let's take another look at the state.
It's
of
been a
Georgia.
long night, but it was worth it.
67% of the expected vote is in, and Tom Giannis appears to have a fairly healthy lead right now.
Yeah, we're talking about 340,000 votes, and I want to show you one data point right now.
1,000 votes.
Donald Trump actually winning in the early vote in the state of Georgia. So we talked about the spread, almost 400,000 votes.
This is spread. It's good spread.
He needs to hold the swing counties he took from the Democrats 4 years ago. He's winning again. Places like Peach County. We wanted to look at Peach County.
Peach County. It's all about that ass.
Yeah. This guy's energy is a little lower too.
50% white, 44% African American. It's a place that Donald Trump won 4 years ago, and he's holding on to the same lead. But this was a county that Barack Obama also won. The big question, George, and this is maybe for other people on the panel, but the big
I wonder
question
what Barack
is,
Obama's
can
thinking
they
right now.
find those
He's like, Joe, don't fuck this up, you dummy.
He even had to step in for him at that rally.
I saw, yeah.
Northern Georgia, southern Georgia, the Piedmont area. Donald Trump is winning. His people are turning out. Are those 300,000 votes still there? We're going to have to wait and see. If we go into some of these counties, you know, like DeKalb, there's only 24% of the vote in. And Joe Biden, he's doing better. But the question is he
weird
doing well
fucking
enough
name
to drive out all those numbers and drive up in a big way? I don't know if 3 or 4 percentage points is going to do that. He's going to have to come up much higher.
Okay, Tom, thanks very much. We should also say we now know that in the Senate race, one of the Senate races in Georgia, Reverend Raphael Warnock, the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church, will be in a runoff with the Senator Kelly Loeffler right now, Republican Senator Yvette Simpson. That could be quite a barn burner on January 5th.
We are ready to go to battle for that seat, and we're super excited about the fact that Raphael,
So apparently Pennsylvania has over 2 million votes that they did not check yet. So it might take a couple of days for it to go through 2 million votes.
Oh my God!
Are ready, and we hope to take that seat.
And a very good possibility there'll be a second runoff on the same day.
Imagine it just comes down to that.
Let's pull up now Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. Of course,
so wait,
key.
We won't know the official results for a few days, basically.
Yeah, unless he wins by a margin where it doesn't matter, even if Pennsylvania goes blue.
Donald Trump is ahead. 52% in Wisconsin, Donald Trump is ahead. 45% in Pennsylvania, Donald Trump is ahead. John Carr, we're going to repeat this again right now. This is not necessarily unexpected.
Yeah, this is not unexpected. Remember, the mail-in vote, which we expect to be overwhelmingly Democratic, didn't even.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because it's fixed.
The process didn't start counting until today. So I fully expect that Biden's numbers will increase as it goes on, and not just tonight, but over the coming days. I mean, in Pennsylvania, they have told us that Friday is the very earliest.
Fuck, are they really going to try and hijack this election?
absentee
Yeah.
votes that come in as long as they were
Oh,
postmarked
fuck,
by
bro.
today until Friday.
Well, there's
We're
been
not losing again.
This is going to take some time, but
Yeah,
George,
yeah, they
looking
fuck around a lot.
Underestimated
into
him.
some of
The
the
mail-in
details
voting
here,
is
particularly in
yeah,
Michigan,
huge fraud.
I see signs of that should be concerning to the
Do you remember when
Democrats.
we
I see
had our
Donald
boy?
Trump performing
Remember,
in these
on my,
early
I don't
midterms
want to
quite
throw him under the
well
bus now.
in places like
From
Macomb
Chicago, he was on the
County, which he
podcast,
won
and we
last
talked about
time.
Obama.
He seems to
He's
be
like, I voted for
potentially
Obama
putting up
8
numbers
times.
bigger than he did 4 years ago.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about? He was twice. He's like, no, each time I voted 4 times.
Last rally of this
I was like, you do this again. You can do that. He goes, don't worry about that.
You went to different ballot polls.
I don't know how he did it, but apparently a lot of people that's what they do, like Democrats.
Maybe they have their addresses different places and they get different.
I don't know what they do, but he goes, yeah,
dirty.
dirty.
In Michigan, not as marathon as projected.
Juju Chang.
The Secretary of State
What a
Benson
name,
said
bro.
a
The
short time
best
ago
name.
in a press conference that she believes it will be fully tabulated within 24 hours. Now, they originally
How
said
funny
they
would it
wouldn't
be,
done until Friday,
even with
but a
all
lot
the
of
odds
that has
against
to do
him,
with the
and even
fact
with the
that
mail-in
yesterday,
ballots,
unlike
still,
the other
you know,
Midwestern
he's
states that
like,
had 10 hours to process.
I still fucking dead ass.
it's like, we cheated. It's still lost.
You cheated, you still couldn't win. Fuck you, Biden.
Counting machines, they were able
Go
to get to work, and
die.
I believe they're getting to work much faster. That said, they are also seeing record
Remind
turnout in
Kamala to
Detroit.
bring the
I spoke
strap
earlier
on.
to
You're
the
getting
NAACP
fucked tonight.
Reverend Anthony, and he said that they had 100 lawyers fanned out looking for voter intimidation, and what they ended up doing was spending a lot of time getting out the vote, bringing souls
Bringing
to
the
polls,
vote.
as the Reverend told me.
Oh, is that continuing?
At the same time, Republicans are
Is that
also
continuing?
incredibly
It's a
enthusiastic
chick,
about their ground
worry
game.
about
The party chair, Laura Cox, told me that they had 9 million voter contacts during this season, that every time they were out canvassing, they never saw any Democrats, and they cannot tell you enough about the enthusiasm that they see and they viscerally feel every time there are these giant rallies, so many of which took place in the battleground state of Michigan. And George, don't get me started on the lawn signs, but you know, you see them
So
all
you're still
over
hungry,
America in a
Alex?
battleground in these suburbs when there's
That's why I went to go smoke,
Biden
is to
sign
cut
on
my
one
appetite
side,
a
the
bit
Trump
because it's
signs
late.
on the other.
that what cigarettes
I went
do?
to a Trump
Yeah.
Should I start
volunteer
smoking
meeting,
then to lose
a packed
weight?
room,
No.
and the organizer said,
No,
how
don't-
many of
don't.
you have had your lawn sign stolen
They do
or
cut the
vandalized,
appetite a bit,
and
like it
almost
gets
the
my head off of it.
entire room's
I don't know, I
hand
think it's
lit
high
up.
off
It says
cigarettes, right?
something about just how
You got a bit
tense
of a
the
buzz
battleground
because
is
of the
here
nicotine,
out in the suburbs,
but
It sure does. I want to go to Mary Bruce right now. Mary,
Well,
you picking
Trump
up
is
any
winning Texas
concern
now.
in the Biden cap picking up what
They're
John
nice.
Kerry was
Ba,
saying
ba,
about
ba,
the way
ba,
the votes are
ba.
coming in Michigan and how they're coming in?
The read from inside the Biden campaign right now is urging caution.
Yeah, you're losing.
Feeling fine, and that is because this was expected. They knew that many of these key states, especially the blue wall states, were going to take some time. That said, there has been a bit of a shift in tone. Given the real enthusiasm, the real confidence that we were hearing from members of the Biden team heading into tonight, now you hear more the words hopeful, optimistic, but they were really bullish earlier in the
No,
night.
Steph,
Now
I don't
not
bring
so
the
much
dog
of
to
that,
the
but George,
studio.
I have to tell you, behind me, they've
It's gonna
started
get
to
too
bring in the
nervous. It's
cars here
overwhelming.
to this drive-in rally. If I'm really trying
Look,
to
look at how smart the
Not sure what
Xfinity
that
driver
means
is.
about whether we
It's
may
like,
or
yo,
may not
free
see Joe
advertisement,
Biden
boys.
later tonight, but of course, he sort of changed his tune there, saying he may actually not speak until tomorrow.
But perhaps they will be ready for him
I like
to
how she
speak.
said
We're
that.
gonna keep an eye on
He
that.
may
Of course, we're
actually
gonna be
not
here
speak
as
again
long as the
tomorrow.
votes are being counted.
Not speak until
Tonight,
tomorrow.
We're going to take another quick break right now. Election 2020 coverage continues right now. Joe Biden has 187 electoral votes. Donald Trump 114 electoral votes. It's a
USA,
close one.
USA, USA. Sudden.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Welcome to
Welcome to Disney Minus. Yo,
Disney divided.
Disney divided.
Disney multiplied, bro.
Every one of our shows is about the race war. We're here to divide America. That's all they do, really. They just work on dividing the country. White people are evil. Black people aren't so good either. Fight each other. So- Presidential election results so far. 21% of the votes are in, and 59% of the votes have gone to Trump. But as we know, guys, popular vote means jack shit. He's got to win the important states.
So you need 270 electoral.
To secure, like then you're.
So this is like. But he could win all the big states right now, which he's gonna. It's gonna boom, just gonna boost him and win.
How much would they give him?
Pennsylvania's 20 alone, so that's like almost
So
140.
Yeah, 137.
You know.
Yeah.
Plus the other two, I think it's at 15 and another, so it's close.
He still won't be close to 200 though.
Unless he stops winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is this is interesting.
What? Tell me.
That's what I'm showing you.
Explain.
Oh, Biden's very close to 270.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, it's at 209. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
If he wins Florida and Arizona, it's gonna help him.
Oh, Biden? Yeah. Florida is huge.
Florida's
He
how
does
many?
end up winning Pennsylvania later on in a day or two.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Florida is how many?
How many seats is Florida?
It could spread over the
Like,
next several days.
11?
And so that makes me want to bring back our legal team, our
What do I
ballot
know,
team. I
bro?
want to
I'm
bring in
just whipping
Kate
out numbers.
Shaw and Dan Abrams right now. And Kate, we just
Who's
talked
that?
about
New contender
Pennsylvania.
has entered
We've
the
had
game.
this Supreme Court ruling on
The guy with a weird
whether
Hitler
and when
mustache.
Yeah, where'd he
ballots can
go?
be counted in
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
he
So
just
along
he
this
popped in,
process,
didn't talk,
the
and
more
Does the guy look like Hitler and he left?
yeah, he Black Hitler. He wobbled and left. I don't think he even spoke. Did he talk?
Between today
She looks
and
like a Shaw.
Friday, can be counted under Pennsylvania law. Both times the court turned back challenges brought by Pennsylvania Republicans that would have cut off, the return date at today on election day itself.
on.
So right now those ballots are going to be counted, but they're being
I'm only at
segregated
13%.
because the Supreme Court actually left wide open
Florida.
the possibility that it might take another look at this case after the election, and we don't know yet. And it's important, I think, to note that Justice Amy Coney Barrett is now in place, and there's a question about whether she might participate, which would, of course, give an additional vote when the court comes to considering this late arriving ballots question.
I want to bring that to Dan Abrams as well, because, Dan, we all remember 2000 Florida. If it's close, that adds another layer of complication as well if you have recounts and have to have the ballots counted again. So first you have the challenges.
Yeah, Florida's
the
29
decision counts, and then
electoral
the
votes.
possibilities
That's a
in
lot.
close
Yeah.
race of recounts, and the court's getting involved in that.
Right. We've said in our room here, the legal room, we're only relevant if this thing is close. This thing is now close. And so as a result, the lawyers are all on speed dial. There's no question that there are going to be some form of legal challenges. We don't know exactly how real they will be, how significant, but Pennsylvania
Georgia's
could
16.
become critical here. And as you point out, not just with regard to the 3 days of ballot
he
counting,
might.
because there may not be
Who,
that
Trump?
many
Yeah.
votes. in
Trump
those
might win
3
even
days.
without Pennsylvania?
I think you could argue that the more critical question
There's a-
is going to be exactly
There's a lot
how
that he's
they're
leading,
counting
and if you
the
add them up,
variety of votes,
yeah,
the
just like
signatures
4 or 5 states I
matching,
checked now, it's
et cetera.
almost like
And I think that
it's almost
those could
100
be the
electoral
critical
votes.
Really?
questions
Just
here,
on 4 or 5
even
states,
more
yeah.
than that 3-day window.
Pennsylvania, he's
Okay,
leading
Tara
Pennsylvania.
Moran.
But don't
We
count
saw how that
Pennsylvania
played
because
out in
Pennsylvania's
Florida in
they're gonna try to
2000.
steal
We
it
did in
with
one
the
of the big
Ah,
questions
yeah,
here
with
is how
the
much of
scam.
Mail-in, yeah.
Supermajority that is now in the
Okay.
Supreme Court defer to state Supreme Courts that find under state constitutions that these ballots should be counted, or will they reach into those states and
Let's say
federalize the
29.
question, decide it for themselves?
Okay,
See?
many questions ahead. We'll see if we
All
get
the
to
late
them.
ballots, they
We're
could
gonna take another quick break,
fight
and
them
we'll
in
be
the
right
Supreme
back.
Court. They put their hands in it. This putana, bro.
Yeah, there's gonna be trouble. But I think that's what Biden wanted.
Wednesday night, get ready for.
That's why they did this with the mail. They were forcing people. They go, you should mail in, vote. You should mail to fuck with. So then they go, oh look, they're trying to stop us. They did it on purpose. I think they
Scumbags.
They probably knew that they're probably gonna lose again. That's fucked though, man. You really put your.
They might do that here. If the Rona's still happening.
In Canada. In Canada, if we go to elections, Trudeau's out now. He fucked us over. He gave money
He can't
to
go
his
again.
friends.
He won twice. He's done.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He won twice.
So, this
can't-
is Canada.
How many times could you?
We don't have a
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there was.
No, that's the U.S. 2 times. Don't you remember John Chrétien? He lived in
I remember. No?
yeah,
What year was that?
in the 90s.
I was little boy.
Yeah.
I was very little.
What's the matter, Poseidon? You look.
Hold on. I think
What do you think?
I think Trump's got this.
Explain.
I counted the electoral seats.
They're still left.
I think Trump's got this.
Explain. Even without Pennsylvania?
Even without Pennsylvania, I think he's got this. I didn't count Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but then you have to give those points to Biden.
Yes, but...
Did you?
No, because I just counted the ones he's leading. He's leading Pennsylvania now, but I didn't count it.
Don't count it, yeah.
I didn't count it. I calculated everything and it leads to 271.
Okay.
271 electoral seats.
Really?
Yeah. So he might have this.
Who'd you give Arizona to?
Biden won it, no?
No.
He was winning it.
He's winning.
No, I didn't count Arizona. I just counted the ones he's leading. So if he wins all the ones he's leading now, minus Pennsylvania, he should win.
Oh, fuck. So then if he gets Pennsylvania, he really nails it in.
Yeah.
He's almost at 300.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And even with the mail-in ballots, if he wins Pennsylvania, he's at 291. 291, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it's very... Oh, it's back.
So Trump might actually win this again. Or at least even more than might. It looks like he's going to win this.
Every state that Hillary Clinton won in 2016 has been won by Joe Biden. In 2020,
I don't think there's no way he's going to lose Florida.
Repeating his wins in the red states, the big battleground states still out there.
So Trump's
right now.
looking like he's going to win this.
Yeah.
Starting with the state of Florida, and there with 94% of the vote in, Donald Trump has a relatively healthy.
All he has to do is maintain.
He does, George, and I think when we look at Florida at this hour, it's really just some simple math, and I'll walk you through it. When we talk about the vote difference right now,
you literally said that Florida's going to go for Biden, so what's the simple now?
We have to acknowledge that. We're talking
They're
about
nervous.
400,000
They're nervous.
voter gap, right? I told you 4 years ago, Hillary Clinton comes out of Miami-Dade County with a 300,000 plus advantage. What happened tonight? Let's go to Miami-Dade County. And look at this, George. We're talking about less than 100,000 difference right there. This entire state, you could bank it on this one county right here. Republicans were able to make inroads with voters there. Donald Trump, even though he lost, he actually won.
Wait, what did he just say? I missed that.
Let's laser in on the Latino vote in Florida, as you can see. Look at this. Joe Biden got 52%.
They want to go back to work, bro. These Latinos.
47% for Donald Trump. If that number holds and bears out at the end of the night, that's a significant number for Donald Trump. Not only with Cuban Americans, but perhaps.
I hate that they put this up like that. It's a race. Yeah, I hate it. Pisses me off.
Look at this. We asked seniors, particularly in the I-4 corridor and other parts of Florida, whether or not they'd been affected by the pandemic. They were concerned.
So Trump's
going to
win.
Hug their grandchildren, as Lindsay Davis
Look,
talked about earlier.
so far, what he's leading in.
According to the Underscore lobby, at a minimum, Trump is getting 271.
Yeah.
And if Pennsylvania goes his way in 3 days, he's going to be in the.
Then he's steamrolling.
Yeah.
Pull it up right there. Still 75% of the expected vote in, 54-45 right there for.
Don't worry, Arizona, Poseidon didn't give him Arizona.
Kelly also has a lead there. Not much new coming in the count yet, Tom. But we do expect more tonight.
Yeah, not yet. But one more data point we haven't talked about yet. It's a county that's sandwiched in between Maricopa and Tucson, right? Pinal County right here. This was the county that swung the biggest for Trump 4 years ago, was where he was most popular. And look at his numbers down. He's down 7 points right there.
They're trying to focus on the negative again.
Yeah.
Even though he's leading Arizona, no.
It's just one sign. But the big
the counties,
so far coming in, 77% of the vote in, and Joe Biden is up in a very big way. In
I think Joe Biden's about to lose this election.
Scottsdale, Mesa area. He's doing
so
very
hold on,
well
let me
right
grab
there.
a pen
This
and
is
paper.
the surprise of the night so far in Maricopa County. Look, Donald Trump had underperformed from Mitt Romney. Democrats thought
we're about to space this bitch out. I think we got this.
They're on top.
Okay, let me bring in Nate Silver back again as we pull up and look in Michigan, Wisconsin, and
we have another pen, no? Just have one? Okay.
Those states still coming in. Let's talk
do
about
this.
the possible paths now for Biden and
Actually, give me the book. Give me the book.
Very similar to what
Let's
we saw
do this,
first of all
Poseidon.
in
Come.
2016.
Yeah, so if we can speculate a bit. So what happens if Donald Trump wins Florida, wins Ohio, wins North Carolina, but then Biden wins Arizona?
Trump has 118 now where he's leading. Is what you're
saying.
Map for Joe Biden. He's about an 85% favorite. There is also a
So he's at 118.
Okay.
Biden's at 209.
But Trump, if he loses Arizona, he could actually win Pennsylvania.
Texas
and then get to 269,
has 38
that would not be
electoral.
enough. It could come
He's
down
leading
to
right now.
Let's say he gets it.
Yes, let's say exactly. He gets it. 38. He's leading right now.
So if Arizona goes Biden,
Florida, he's leading. That's 29.
Democrats got earlier in the evening, but makes Trump an underdog again.
Well, and then
Georgia, he's leading. That's 16.
Again, this is pure speculation at this point, but we're just trying to
North Carolina, he's leading. That's another 15.
Democrats win Arizona.
North Carolina, I don't see how he
Joe
takes
Biden
it.
holds Pennsylvania,
It's
but
surprising.
Donald
Okay,
Trump
go on.
gets Michigan.
Ohio,
They have
he's
only 16
leading.
electoral
Another
votes to
18.
Pennsylvania's 20.
Pennsylvania is bigger, and 20 votes in
Michigan
Pennsylvania
is
versus
leading.
Michigan or 10 in Wisconsin.
Michigan, I think, is
some of
like
the
a
time, right?
They want to
Yeah,
go back to work.
we don't know.
Another
Nevada could be
16.
in play, probably not. Georgia, I think,
Wisconsin,
is tonight.
another
There are
10.
scenarios,
Wisconsin
but we
is
are
not
looking
winning?
at,
He's leading.
Really?
Yeah, he's
photo
leading.
finishes,
Yeah.
And then a photo finish, Arizona becomes a pretty important.
Iowa
state.
is leading. That's another 6. That's not that much.
Tom, if we can pull, I'm talking to the control room right now. Can we pull up Nevada and take a look at what we're seeing?
What's
the
happening in
state of
Nevada?
right now? They're going to take time because they have all the early vote, and we just don't have anything coming in on that.
Iowa's
let's go
another
back to
6 added.
Wisconsin. Deb Roberts, I want to go to you in Wisconsin right now. What are you hearing about the possibility of?
So right now, Biden's
when
not
the
holding any
count will
major
be continued
states.
there and when it will be finished?
Correct?
He is, but the states
George,
that
I
we
got
knew
to tell
about.
you, there's good news, bad news. The good news is it seems to be going very well. All of those absentee mail-in ballots, about 2 million of them, they're being processed very well. The Wisconsin Election Commission head, Megan Wolf, said that they're processing very well. But then she said she probably will give another news conference about 11:30 in the morning.
if Trump
so
gets
I'll
everything you
probably
just
be
told
here
me,
right
he's
on
at
time for Good Morning
266.
America. Now, the one
And then
thing
if you
that is sort of
add
interesting, and you've talked a lot about this tonight, is those ballots
3
probably
from
will reflect a very tight
Montana.
race.
Is he winning?
Wisconsinites seem to just
He's
have
at
this love-hate or
269,
love-hate
and then
relationship
Nevada
with the president.
adds.
On the one hand, they
Well,
just
Nevada,
don't like him.
is he winning Nevada?
Nevada, they
He's
haven't
not doing
they
a
haven't
good job
touched yet.
doing
I
That's what I'm
think.
saying.
56%
It's not
don't
for
like
sure.
how he's handling
He
the
could lose by
pandemic.
2.
Yeah.
I talked to a guy in line today.
So it's
and he
tight.
said
It's
he
very
would
tight.
swum through a
It's gonna
lot of
come down to the
alligators
mail-in.
to
It's
get
gonna
their
come out to
vote
Pennsylvania. They're gonna try to
because
steal
he
it in
wanted to support
Pennsylvania.
Biden, and
Yeah,
he
yeah, I
just
think
didn't
you're
know
right.
where the country is
Robbery.
going. But
Yeah.
then I spoke with another voter who said, I'm worried about health care, and this is in a state that is dealing with the COVID virus. But then he said, I think I'm going to support the president, or I just supported the president. So Wisconsin,
I think you're 100% right. They're gonna try and steal it at
Pennsylvania.
long
yeah.
night, a long morning, and the polls show that Biden is up, but
How did I count
it's going to be very,
271?
very tight here. I think Wisconsinites just aren't sure
you
what
skip
they
one?
think. The president's been here 6 times. Joe Biden came here 3 times. He was here in Kenosha last night. He
38
projects
Texas,
strength, and
29
they seem
Florida.
to like that in spite of the fact that they don't like him.
Deb
George?
Roberts saying somebody
16.
in Pennsylvania for the same question. What are you
Georgia?
hearing about how the count is going, how long it's likely to take?
North Carolina is 15.
Well, sort of like what Deb just said. So good news in Savannah.
Ohio
They
is
think that the
18.
counting
Yep,
is
I have
going smoothly. Originally, they thought that we would have
Michigan
the
is
majority
16.
of those mail-in
I have that,
ballots
yep.
counted by Friday.
Wisconsin
but
is
we
10.
just heard a little bit earlier tonight from the Philadelphia City Commissioners, and they were
Iowa
saying
is
that
6.
they originally thought
Yep.
that they were going to be able to do
So
about
look, Pennsylvania, look, he's
32,000
winning now.
ballots
Dude,
an
look,
hour.
look.
That's
50% of the
just
results
not
are in.
happening. They're saying right
They
now
don't have
the
it's
mail-in votes, yeah.
10,000 per
What else
hour.
after that?
They're just
3 at
75,000
3 at Montana.
votes
Oh, who
mail-in
was it? Hold on.
ballots so far tonight. They've
Iowa, I
estimated about
think.
350,000
Okay,
to
Iowa,
count.
6
We're
Iowa.
supposed
Yeah,
to
6
hear from
Iowa.
them again at about midnight.
And Nevada,
to
it's
give us
not
an
giving me how
update.
many
That's the
electoral
next,
seats they have because they haven't even
ballot
started
drop
counting
number
yet.
that we're expecting
Well, it
to
doesn't matter
hear
how many
from
they
them.
count. They
But
have the same
here's
seats
the
all the
thing.
time.
It's just going to take a long time. I've heard you say this tonight
Oh yeah,
repeatedly,
actually
George.
with
People are just
Nevada,
going to have to
Yeah.
be patient.
then
This
he'll
is
be
a
okay.
slow process.
Yeah.
Here in
Oh, it started in
Pennsylvania,
Nevada.
there's like 2.5
How many electoral seats?
million
3?
Six.
mail-in ballots
6.
that came in. This is
If
a
he
state
takes
that's
Nevada, he'll
never
win,
done early
even without
voting
Pennsylvania.
for all
And even
voters that
without
wanted to
Hawaii
vote.
and Alaska.
Yeah.
Biden.
He's gonna get, I think,
First-time
Alaska.
process.
2016, Joe
So
Biden
even though they
will
might try to
tonight.
steal Pennsylvania, even
They
if they
might
steal
still
it,
come up
he
short.
might still win. So we were right. Even though they're cheating,
He might still win.
he might still win.
Put it to the table right now. Sarah Fagan, let me start with you. We're coming up on midnight now on the East Coast.
How long you guys wanna
Is
keep
the
going?
night going
Another
as you
10 minutes.
expected?
Yeah.
What's the surprise? What should we be looking for ahead?
I think the night's going better than I expected.
For Republicans.
For Republicans, yeah. I mean, I was in the camp where I thought Joe Biden was going to win this, and it is far from clear that he is going to win this election. And the president seems to be doing much better in the upper Midwest. Now, again, we don't know exactly what vote is in.
It may be
I
heavily
think he's
election
got
day
this.
vote, but
Even if they
clearly in
cheat.
some of those counties, the president
How crazy
is
would it be?
overperforming,
He comes
even
out
overperforming what he did in
and like,
2016.
and he's like, no, he's like,
I think this is going to be a nail biter.
you guys,
I think
you guys cheated and I still won.
Yeah.
And then he goes, no, pump, hit it. And he pops out. But he's actually putting on a show, you know, instead of just the speakers blasting.
Tailwind coming, except for Arizona. And the only state that's flipped so far is Arizona.
It hasn't flipped yet.
It hasn't flipped yet, but
yeah, Rahm Emanuel, you piece of shit.
It's going to tighten, but I'm
Has
going to
it
go
flipped?
out on a limb then, given it's midnight, it's way past my bedtime, and say that those are numbers that are hard.
It's
at
way
this
past
point
my
for the
bedtime.
president
An adult said
to
those
break.
words.
That said, we have big numbers in Atlanta and Metro Atlanta, big numbers in the metro areas of the upper Midwest that are out. It's going to come down to those 4 states to make the determination, and we are going to be here every night.
Arizona might swing, though.
Thomas is asking, why are we assuming that Biden is cheating and not Trump? I really don't follow. Because everything's going the same way as 4 years ago. Nothing's changed for him to cheat.
Exactly.
The only thing that's up for grabs is Pennsylvania, which he's winning now by like 6 or 8%. But there's 2 million unaccounted votes. That's going to take 3 days maybe for them to actually count.
Yeah, and fake news media has been mentioning them repeatedly.
And that battleground state, those 2 million mail-in votes are also the same mail-in votes that they were fighting to suppress because there's it's easy to lie, to cheat, just like the guy that we had on the podcast that voted for Obama 8 times.
Yeah.
Why didn't they start counting right away this morning?
I always thought about that too. Yeah, I don't
Why
know.
wait
Or the
until
mail-in
later?
a few days ago.
Yeah,
Or
they
yeah, I
should've
don't
done
know.
them by now.
I don't know.
Or mail-in, wasn't there like a limit?
No, we don't. We want to take the whole darn thing, of course. I think
Maybe because they were holding them in case.
Democrats were buying people's mail-in ballots. I know, but they've done stuff like that here too. I remember here in elections too. They've done shit like that too. They buy votes. They use other people's identities, like immigrants that don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fuck around everywhere. It's not just the state. You think it's the states? Everywhere they do this shit. Everywhere. That's why having your fucking ID and go vote once. It should be. You shouldn't have all these loopholes where you could fuck around.
Particularly in these areas where we're seeing Joe Biden actually overperform Hillary Clinton in 2016. Will that be enough to carry the day?
Yeah, Republicans can do the same, and perhaps they should have. You know, when they say fight fire with fire,
Yeah.
they should have fucking done that. But at the same time, I guess it's because they're like, well, let's just look what happened 4 years ago. Because if we just do the same thing, we can win this. But if we open to cheating and they out-cheat us, we're fucked. Because that's what happens.
Yeah.
People who voted for him are still going to vote for him.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what he's banking on. He's banking on the because all he cares about is the electoral college. The popular vote doesn't matter. So all
the
he
wealthy people are going to vote for
exactly.
him.
So all he cares about goes, if I could do what I did 4 years ago, I'm going to win. That's what he's thinking. Yeah. So that's why he's trying to stop them from doing the mail-in cheating because he goes, I don't want them to fuck me and flip a state that I won last time.
But these mail-in things, he's going to have the Supreme Court look into it. That's what they were saying before. And now they control the Supreme Court.
What are they saying? My battery's almost dead.
It said something about a loophole, but I didn't hear what you said. Something about a loophole. What'd you say about a loophole?
No, what are they saying in the chat?
They asked you about something about a loophole, but I didn't hear what you said about a loophole. I was
No,
talking
you're the
to
one
him.
that spoke about loopholes. You're the one that said the people they cheat.
Yeah, it's not a loophole. It's cheat. It's illegal. It's not a loophole. It's completely illegal.
Yeah, but you said that.
I never said the word
find-
loophole.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Oh, maybe I said it. I don't remember. I'm a bit tired.
Yeah, it's not a loophole. It's actual. It's illegal.
Yeah.
Voting as someone else or voting multiple times, all that shit's illegal.
If you look at all of the numbers, all of those numbers that are in are almost all election day numbers. It's almost no absentee, which the Democrats were supposed to overperform in. And I still
Yeah, that's
think
another
North
thing. You're
Carolina,
fucking right. Why
there's a
haven't they
lot
counted
left to
those yet? If
count.
they got
They
them
haven't counted
before,
those yet, you know?
No, they're not in. Well, they haven't announced them yet. So
I don't think is over yet, but the first
Imagine, boom,
state
boom,
that
boom,
we
boom, boom.
see that switches
What?
is
Everything
likely
changes.
to be
it could,
from
yeah.
Donald
Well,
Trump
millions of votes
to
we're talking
Joe
about.
Biden.
Outside.
And that's the
Here,
most
Canada,
significant thing we're
Europe.
waiting on.
So then here's my question. How do you call states, you know how they call in 100, 200 states, whatever, 200 points, electoral points with these states? How are you calling them if there's still millions of votes out there? How do you know
Are
the
those
people...
votes counted for the states that you live in?
Exactly.
Or do they count their own?
No, as
They
a
have
state,
their
they
own
can't count. They
electronic.
can't count their own. They count as a state that you're voting from, that you're voting for. Like, let's say you moved away, you're in the Philippines and you're voting from California. So then how do they call states if they don't have all the votes?
I think that there's going to be a lot of challenges
Yeah,
in
it
this
is sketchy,
country
yeah.
holding
Very
the country
sketchy.
together.
7 out of the 8 in the last
It's almost like
election
it,
won by Democrats.
you like they don't take you seriously. If you, it doesn't make sense.
Well, I think there are dangers out there for Joe Biden in Pennsylvania by looking at
they're starting to get
Ohio.
nervous.
Tom, if you can
I
pick
know
up
that they've been
two
getting nervous for a
counties
while.
that border Pennsylvania in Ohio, Trumbull and Mahoning.
Voting by mail is not cheating, guys. I don't know why Carolyn is saying voting by mail. Who said it's cheating? Cheating is voting by mail fraudulently multiple times.
That's what we said.
With fake, yeah. Not voting by mail is cheating. Voting by mail leaves it open to fraud repeatedly. It's been proven. That's why there was this whole thing happening.
Call it.
Yeah. Wait till they come back. We'll see what they're given. Yeah.
Touch me.
Did you guys hear about LeBron James?
LeBron
Paid
James.
off millions in fines to allow Florida felons to vote. I had heard something about the felons voting, but what kind of felons we talking about here? Like something like a non-violent crime?
Why are felons not allowed to vote to begin with?
You lose your rights once you become
That's-
a felon. When you're in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so, that's right,
I've
but-
often thought about that in school when they told us that when you're like the different times when you can't
You're a
vote.
fucking animal.
Well, I honestly I never thought deeply enough to
What does
figure
your
out what's
crimes have
best.
to do with your opinions?
Everything.
What is-
I mean, if you murdered
Well,
someone,
yeah,
you're
why would
clearly
you
not
want
okay in the
why
head.
would you do you really want the opinion of a pedophile swaying who's going to be in charge of the country?
No, but then when they get
But
out,
the-
okay, you're good.
Yeah,
Right?
then you
It should
served your
stay
time.
forever then.
It's like a timeout. But I
Yeah,
agree
it's a
with you.
timeout.
I think it should have to do with what you did.
Yeah.
Like if you smoked weed and
Or
you're in a
you
state
smoked
that
taxes.
you're in
Yeah,
jail for
that's
that
fine.
shit, why the fuck would they
Or
stop you
didn't
from
pay your
voting?
taxes on
Yeah,
time.
or didn't pay your taxes.
But if you murdered, raped, pedophile, any of that shit, serial killer, nah. Even if you get out, I think you still shouldn't have.
Well, it depends what you did. Like I said, there's some states where people were still getting in trouble for weed.
Yeah.
Like losing your life for smoking weed is so stupid.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I'm telling you, that's the problem with Texas. They take weed too seriously.
Old mentality, and these people are just they're dying down slowly and slowly. They're just dying out. Eventually, it's gonna be recreational everywhere. You just need these old geezers to leave office.
Step aside.
Well, it's a nice waterfall.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Purdy.
You could invite Rafael Jacob. I'm listening to the Radio Canada. He has a great American knowledge. If he was an American, he would have a job at CNN or Fox. Oh, he's very good, eh? Elson. All right, message me in the Discord. Let's see if I can find this guy.
Are people in the Discord now?
Alberto says weed is bad, but incest is normal. Yeah, that's the problem with some states. Well, you can't have incest, I think, in Texas. I never heard about that. Poseidon, let's do this final segment with the news, and then we'll give our predictions.
Well, he's got 50%, about 56 million votes, 56 million plus to Donald Trump's 48%.
So yeah, here's my question. So all the states that they have now, especially the close ones, how do you give it if you haven't counted all the mail-in votes?
Unless they did.
Well, everything that's solid, it's done, I think.
But how is it done if they haven't counted the mail-in votes?
Outside of the states are voting.
Yeah.
And haven't been counted yet. Is that what
Yeah,
they said?
yeah. So how would you see what I'm saying? That's why I find fishy
Yeah,
about
that's
the election.
suspicious.
Beyond, before we do, tell me everything you know from the key
Tell me
states
now
that are
everything.
still out there. Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin.
tired.
This guy's
Georgia,
pissed like
North
everything I know.
Carolina, about where the vote is, how long it's going to take.
Yeah, George, it's overwhelmingly likely that we're well into overtime in those states, particularly
I think we're going to see a 2016 2.0.
Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. We know that there's a lot of outstanding vote. In Georgia, it's primarily the urban counties. We've had some counting issues there, and we know that at some point they're going to basically have to resume tomorrow.
Texas,
And in Michigan,
Alberto
Wisconsin,
is
and
talking
Pennsylvania,
like
election
Texas
officials
is
have been telling
like a
us for
backwards
weeks
hick town,
that they're not going to be ready
like
to
a
have
redneck.
complete vote count. In
Texas is,
Wisconsin, we're expecting
you know, all of
more
the
information overnight.
California
In
people are moving to
Pennsylvania, though,
Texas.
it's
It
going
can't be
to
that fucking
several days. I think it is
backwards
now
there.
Matthew
fair to
Mahogany
assume
lives there.
that we're
Yeah,
into a
Mahogany.
overtime
Mahogany
scenario
wood.
with
Yeah,
several
bro.
states on the line. I think North Carolina may be a little bit different.
So now
but the other-
Ohio's
the other
breaking
four,
up
they're
more
all
for,
big states, George, are
for
now
Trump.
very likely to head into tomorrow or beyond.
And we
Did
should
you give
also
him that? You
explain
gave him
it
Ohio, huh?
generally
Yeah.
takes
Yeah.
more time.
18
Not always,
fucking
but generally
Ohio is
takes more
18
time
seats, bro.
To check, verify,
It's not a
count
small thing.
mail ballot
Yeah.
than it does something
Rhode
in the
Island,
ballot
interesting,
box.
eh?
Exactly. You have
It's
to go
tight.
one by one.
You see, that's what I mean.
50%.
So let's say Rhode Island, guys, if it's like a 20,000 or 30,000 difference, but you have 2 million votes coming in, that let's say a million of them, but it won't be a million actually. If it's from Rhode Island, it'll be a couple thousand, since the population's not that big. I guess maybe they know by the maximum, like, you know what I mean? Like, well, we don't have that many citizens here, so it can't sway a different. Even if all of them would vote red or blue, it won't change it. Maybe that's why they call it.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
Because some states are huge, like California, but it's so overwhelming blue
day of
It doesn't matter if
election day
fucking a
vote,
million
which we know
people
from
vote
all
in the next
from all
day
polling
for red.
and all the
You're not gonna win.
indications,
Yeah,
Maybe
if they're
it's
leading
that.
3 to 1 million,
Yeah, exactly.
it doesn't make a difference anyway.
Maybe
You
that's
can't
why
say
they
this
could call them
enough, and
early.
we're
Yeah.
also looking deep into where the vote is coming from.
But if
uh,
they cheat
both
Pennsylvania,
campaigns always
they're gonna cheat.
expected
They're gonna try and
the day
cheat
of
by a
vote
bit
in
to make
those
it look
three states
legit.
to
You know what I
favor
mean?
Donald Trump.
Precisely. We knew that Joe Biden built up a lead in just about
Yeah,
every state
Jacob
with
is the
any
one
kind
who
of early
said
vote. Going
in
into Election Day,
2016
the
that it
question
was absolutely
can
impossible
Donald
that Trump would
overcome
win.
that? And he has overperformed
Live
the
on
margins in a bunch
TV
of
on
states,
election
and he has
night.
just about
Oh, that's
hit the
embarrassing, bro.
expectations. There's a range of states, George, where it's almost uncanny. Where talking to Democrats and
Washington
Republicans,
has a
they knew
crowd
there
of
were
people
numbers that Donald Trump
going
had to
in
hit to
on
be
the White
competitive,
House? What?
and he's there almost to a tenth of a percentage point.
Oh, don't they have the
Dan
Secret
Abrams,
Service and
thank you,
shit? What are they
Rick.
doing?
Dan Abrams, we talked about this moments ago. You guys are getting more relevant by the minute. Just walk people through what to expect in the coming hours and days.
Look at this.
Hold on, he dropped.
I saw that.
Hold on, Biden dropped from 208 to 192.
Right. I think that what you're going to see in the next few hours is the legal teams gathering.
Yeah, the Electoral
and sort of
College.
Playing it out.
It's Bernie
as
Sanders
to
with his money in
all
the bank
various
briefcase.
possibilities that could occur. What happens if there's a fight in Pennsylvania? What happens if there's a
So
fight
hold
in
on,
Michigan?
the Dems
What
took
are
the House
laws in
now, it's done.
Wisconsin? What
It's
are the
been done for a
recall
It's been done
laws?
for a while.
I mean, that's the first place we got to be looking at right now, which is the automatic recounts. For example, in the state of Pennsylvania, if it's within
Man,
half
they
a
keep
point,
pushing that
there's an
Pennsylvania,
automatic recount,
Well, they have to. It's
that
2
will
million
take
votes, bro.
place
It's
in the state. Those are going to be the first
That's
round
sus, bro.
of sort of
It
legal
is, but
issues.
I was looking.
Round
Clayton
two
says
is going to
that
be,
votes. Virginia
okay,
has 100,000
now
more
there's been
votes.
a recount. Let's
Trump,
get
but
down,
it's going to Biden.
to the very specifics of ballot by ballot.
I thought
But
Virginia
we're
went
not
to.
there
Oh yeah, look,
yet.
Virginia.
So
The
there's no
fuck? That's
question
weird.
the lawyers are on
But his
hold.
electoral, he
The
dropped
lawyers
from
are
208 to
preparing. The
192,
lawyers
Biden.
are
How
learning
did
the
that happen?
laws, particularly in
Not on
those
the
three
websites I'm
states.
looking
I'm
at.
sure they already know them, but they're going to be brushing up on the laws.
Oh,
in
maybe
those
because I was
three
looking on
states as
Google,
they
it was
prepare
208.
for
Yeah,
what
yeah,
could be
Okay, yeah, I
litigation,
just
getting
realized.
down to the point of ballot by ballot in some of these states.
That's
if
the
it's that
point I
close.
wanted to bring to Kate Shaw. Remember back in 2000, it was Justice Scalia on his own who actually,
now it's at
actually
209.
stopped the counting in the state of Florida.
That's right, and obviously that's a nightmare scenario that it all comes down to one state, and there's the possibility of the Supreme Court
always
intervening in a
there.
state process, right? Remember, elections are typically run at the state and local level, right? That is the sort of design of our system. So it was, I mean, unusual doesn't even begin to capture it for the Supreme Court to essentially halt the state process in Bush
And the
versus
whole
Gore.
West
That's why they want to
and
push her
ultimately,
in case they do some
essentially
sketchy
hand
shit.
victory
Yeah, they're
And
setting
Trump
up.
could call in
Union
the
counting,
Supreme Court to
to
help him
George
out.
W.
And
Bush.
yeah,
So I
the
don't think
money in the
anyone,
bank
I think
briefcase is
probably
coming
most
out.
John Roberts, the Chief Justice, wants to see
They
a
should put
replay of
that clause
this
in.
time.
That would be
Thanks
hilarious.
very much.
By
We're gonna
God.
take a
But you have
break.
to run.
Stations are gonna leave us
To
now.
run.
Yeah, you have to run.
The rest of the country, our coverage continues.
All right, that's it.
Poseidon, are we calling this?
I think we should call it. This is gonna keep going on for how long?
It's midnight.
It's
We're not
midnight
gonna know
now. It's
tonight.
for
We're
another
not gonna know
two.
tonight.
It's for another 2 hours. It's
2
gonna go on.
hours.
They're gonna try to wreck it, and then by the morning time we'll see an update.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna take 3 days if it goes down to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Like if it's swing, one guy wins it. It's gonna wait 3 days for the.
I think.
What if
the end
they're
of the
waiting
week
for the
or no?
mail-in? The mail-in is mostly going to be blue. So if it goes down to that, then Biden's basically going to be
But then
president.
Trump's
We're just going to have 3 days
challenge
to
it?
wait.
Then he's going to challenge it. And then
He
we'll
could
see
challenge it, but if the mail-in, but how do you? Oof.
But I
An
don't even
investigation
think.
gets launched.
But hold on. I don't even think it'll come down to that because, like I said, if he gets a 270 with everything that he's leading right now, we put it down, right? What is it?
But
269.
it doesn't mean because he's leading now that he's going to win. But I agree with you.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but I mean, I'm saying if he wins all the states that he's leading, basically.
Yeah.
If he wins them all, we did the math. He should win. So those 2.2 million shouldn't even matter.
Okay, we'll see.
You get it?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But now, because they haven't even started counting Nevada, so.
Well, look, if you guys want to sleep, because I know it's late for a lot of people, we're going to be back at 10 a.m. Eastern time right here, morning for the morning show, and we're going to recap what happened, what's going on, if there's a fire. So what is that, 10 hours from now? We'll be back 10 hours from now doing the morning show here. We'll have Phil with us. George will be calling in, and we'll see how that goes. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, patreon.com/Pantelis. There's links for the podcast. We got new episodes coming out every couple of days.
A lot of content coming out.
You see what I'm dropping? A lot. And if you didn't check it out, we
Keeping
just
busy.
dropped before we started the live stream. We dropped a new episode of This Just Thing. We talk about terrorism in Europe and the
California
sausage king of Russia. America. Yeah. All right, Poseidon, drop that stream. Thank you
Peace.
guys.
Good night. That was fun.
It was, yeah. Poseidon, you're gonna clean up? Yeah. And then we bounce out.